perpetually shrouded in a black mist known as the Fallen Emperor Fog, which contained the residual energies of the ancient Do Emperor. Ordinary cultivators entering would be disrupted by this energy, their sea of consciousness thrown into chaos. Only by harnessing the energy of the Do Emperor Inheritance Pearl could they maintain clarity within the fog. As the Flame Dragon ship navigated through the Fallen Emperor Fog, Elder Lin stood at the bow, holding an ancient formation disk. According to the slab map and the guidance of the Inheritance Pearl, the Fallen Emperor Abyss lies within the central Burial Emperor Valley of the mountain range, protected by the Ancient Emperor Fallen Formation, which can only be activated with Do Emperor energy. Elder Mo added, the Emperor Fallen Formation is exceedingly perilous within it. There are not only spatial collapses, but also the lingering souls of ancient Do Emperors guarding it. If we inadvertently trigger the formation's eye, we might face attacks from those lingering souls. Xiao Chun gripped the Do Emperor Inheritance Pearl, sensing the energy fluctuations within the fog. The Inheritance Pearl can communicate with the lingering souls. As long as we harbor no ill intent, they should not attack us. Everyone be cautious. We are nearing the Burial Emperor Valley. As the Flame Dragon ship emerged from the Fallen Emperor Fog, the full view of the Burial Emperor Valley came into sight. At the valley's entrance stood two colossal statues of Do Emperors, their long swords crossed, forming a golden light curtain, the core of the Emperor Fallen Formation. The imperial patterns on the light curtain began to reveal intricate activation patterns under the illumination of the Inheritance Pearl. Elda Lin, Elda Montak. You will set up the spatial stabilization array to prevent spatial collapse when the formation's eye activates. Xiao Yan. You will be on guard to prevent coalition spies from tracking us. Xiao Mei and I will activate the Emperor Fallen Formation, Xiao Chan commanded, as he and Xiao Mei simultaneously unleashed their Emperor domains, channeling the 8 elemental energies and the soft water purifying evil energy into the activation patterns of the light curtain. The imperial patterns gradually illuminated, and the light curtain slowly opened, releasing the aura of the ancient Do Emperor's lingering soul. At that moment, Xiao Yan suddenly shouted, Uncle Chun, there's movement. Shadow energy fluctuations have appeared within the Fallen Emperor Fog. It feels like the presence of the Shadow Shaman Emperor. A sense of foreboding gripped Xiao Chen's heart. The Shadow Shaman Emperor had indeed followed them here. He immediately commanded, Mo Lao, expedite the arrangement of the spatial stabilization formation. Xiao Omei, continue to activate the Emperor's Fall Array. I will confront the Shadow Killer Emperor. With a determined leap from the Flame Dragon ship, Xiao Chun unleashed the 8 harmonies of the Flame Dragon, slicing through the mist with a radiant sword aura of myriad colors. Shadow Killer Emperor, you dare to show your face here in the abyss of the Fallen Emperor. A chilling laugh echoed from the depths of the fog as the Shadow Killer Emperor retorted. Xiao Chun, the Battle Emperor, I never imagined you would discover the abyss of the Fallen Emperor. However, it matters not. Once I slay you, the anti-domain treasure will be mine, and the continent of Battle Chi shall become a mere colony of the extraterrestrial coalition. A dark shadowy domain unfurled from the fog, revealing the figure of the Shadow Killer Emperor, who wielded a long scythe that coalesced into an imperial shadow blade, aimed at Xiao Chun. Unflinching, Xiao Chun gathered all his fighting spirit into the Flame Dragon's breakthrough sword, intertwining the 8 elemental energies into a more potent prismatic beam, clashing against the shadow blade. Boom! The shockwave reverberated, scattering the mists of the abyss of the Fallen Emperor and causing the statues in the Valley of the Fallen Emperor to tremble slightly. The Shadow Killer Emperor staggered back 3 steps, disbelief etched in his eyes. How could your Battle Emperor energy have amplified so significantly? Because I am safeguarding the hope of the Battle Chi continent, while you are merely an invader from beyond. Xiao Chun roared, his figure darting like lightning towards the Shadow Killer Emperor, the Flame Dragon's breakthrough sword piercing towards the shadow seal at his brow, the very core of the shadow energy. The Shadow Killer Emperor attempted to evade, but found himself ensnared by the energy of the spatial stabilization formation, unable to employ shadow concealment. No! He emitted a desperate scream as the blade pierced the shadow seal. The imperial flame and spatial energy erupted simultaneously, and the Shadow Killer Emperor's body gradually dissipated into black smoke, leaving behind a faintly dark Shadow Emperor core. Ding! Host has slain the early stage Shadow Clan Battle Emperor, Shadow Killer Emperor, and obtained Shadow Emperor Core X1. Side quest, Void Defense Progress Updated, 85. System Residual Hint. The anti-domain treasure within the abyss of the Fallen Emperor is the Fallen Emperor Cauldron, which requires the Battle Emperor Inheritance Pearl and Shadow Emperor Core to activate together, capable of suppressing extraterrestrial Imperial-level energy. Xiao Chun retrieved the Shadow Emperor Core and returned to the Flame Dragon ship. With a light barrier, the Emperor's Fall Array had fully opened. The abyss of the Fallen Emperor revealed itself as an unfathomable black chasm, with a faint golden glow emanating from its depths, the aura of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. Let's go. We must retrieve the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. The exploration team descended along the staircase bordering the chasm. flanked by ancient murals depicting the scenes of extraterrestrial invasions and the united resistance of the battle emperors from ancient times. Xiao Yin gazed at the murals, astonishment filling his eyes. So, the Battle Chi continent has faced invasions before, and it was the battle emperors who sacrificed their lives to protect this land. Xiao Chen nodded, his resolve deepening. We cannot betray the sacrifices of the ancient battle emperors. We must obtain the fallen emperor cauldron to safeguard the Battle Chi continent. At the bottom of the chasm, a colossal stone platform cradled a massive, three-legged, two-eared cauldron of pale gold, engraved with ancient imperial patterns that radiated a rich anti-domain energy. This was indeed the fallen emperor cauldron. Xiao Chen simultaneously infused the Battle Emperor Inheritance Pearl and Shadow Emperor Core into the cauldron. The imperial patterns instantly ignited, and a golden beam erupted from the cauldron's mouth, enveloping the entire bottom of the chasm. The activation of the fallen emperor cauldron is successful. Lin Lao et Glim net Siten Li. The anti-domain energy within the cauldron can cover the entire Battle Chi continent. As long as it is placed at the core of the Crimson Flame Mine, it will suppress all energies below Imperial level for beyond, and even temporarily withstand attacks from extraterrestrial Imperial level forces. Xiao Chen stepped forward, grasping the cauldron's ears. The cauldron emanated a warm energy that resonated powerfully with his Imperial flame energy. We have succeeded. With the fallen Emperor cauldron, we will be well prepared for the next coalition attack. The exploration team ascended the staircase with the fallen Emperor cauldron, returning to the Flame Dragon ship. As the ship traversed the morning Emperor mountain range, the setting sun's afterglow bathed the cauldron in golden light, intertwining with the energy of the Imperial flame, forming a warm, luminous barrier. This was the beacon of hope for safeguarding the Battle Chi continent and the embodiment of Xiao Chun and the Xiao clan's enduring legacy. Side quest, Void Defense Progress Updated, 85. Future developments can revolve around deploying the Fallen Emperor Cauldron to resist the ultimate extraterrestrial coalition offensive. System's final hint before dormancy. The true leader of the extraterrestrial coalition, the extraterrestrial Evil Emperor, has gathered his main forces in the Void Sea and is expected to launch an ultimate attack in 3 months. It is imperative to cover the entire Battle Chi continent with the anti-domain energy of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron and enhance the coalition's Imperial level strength. The Flame Dragon ship sped towards the Crimson Flame Mine, and Xiao Chun stood at the bow, contemplating the Fallen Emperor Cauldron in his hands, filled with sentiment. From the initial days of the Xiao clan's branch to now standing as a battle emperor safeguarding the Battle Chi continent. From combating the Soul Palace to resisting the coalition of the Void and Shadow clans, each step had been fraught with thorns yet brimming with hope. He recognized that the ultimate battle was imminent, but with the protection of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron, the collaboration of the Alliance, and the companionship of his family, he was confident in leading the cultivators of the Battle Chi continent to decisively repel the extraterrestrial coalition, preserving the peace and legacy of this land. Chapter 54. The Cauldron merges to fortify the land. Xiao Xiong breaks through to become a battle emperor. Within the core cavern of the Crimson Flame Mine, the pale, golden Fallen Emperor Cauldron floated above the central eye of the 9-turn Imperial Flame Array, its ancient Imperial patterns resonating with the formation runes. Every intricate line emitted a warm golden light, illuminating the cavern as brightly as day. Xiao Chen, Xiao Mei, Lin Lao, and Mo Lao stood encircling the eye of the formation, each holding a formation crystal core infused with Imperial flame energy. This was a crucial step to fully merge the Fallen Emperor Cauldron with a 9-turn Imperial Flame Array, requiring all 4 to inject energy simultaneously to guide the Cauldron's anti-domain energy to spread across the entire Battle Chi continent. Everyone, pay attention. The energy injection must be uniform. Do not rush, or it will cause chaos in the formation runes. Lin Lao called out, his formation disc glowing with a faint silver light, monitoring the energy flow of the runes in real time. The anti-domain energy of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron was immense, and the 9-turn array would require half an hour to fully adapt. During this time, if energy peaks occurred, Xiao Chun, the Battle Emperor, would need to temporarily suppress them with his Imperial Flame. Xiao Chun nodded, gradually infusing his Imperial Flame energy into the formation crystal core. Let's begin. For the peace of the Battle Chi continent, we must not make any mistakes. All 4 exerted their strength, as pale golden, pale azure, pale silver, and pale gray energies surged into the runes through the crystal core, intertwining with the golden light of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron to form a vibrant stream of light. The light swiftly spread along the veins of the 9-turn Imperial Flame Array, with the outer cavern of the Crimson Flame Mine first glowing with golden light, followed by the myriad Medicine Valley, the Academy of Imperial Flames, and various spiritual energy nodes across the Battle Chi continent. In a brief span of 10 minutes, a pale golden anti-domain canopy formed above the Battle Chi continent, its Imperial patterns slowly rotating like an invisible protective barrier, firmly isolating the energies from beyond. We have succeeded, Montauk Lao exclaimed excitedly. The data on the formation disk indicated that the coverage of the anti-domain canopy had reached 90% of the battle chi continent, with the remaining 10% rapidly filling in. The canopy could automatically recognize extraterrestrial energy, posing no threat to the battle chi of local cultivators, and even providing energy support for the growth of imperial flame grass. Xiao Mei reached out to touch the formation runes, feeling the flowing anti-domain energy within, her face radiating satisfaction. With this canopy, the mid to low-tier forces of the coalition will find it impossible to breach. We only need to focus on countering the late-stage battle Emperor strength of the extraterrestrial evil Emperor. Ding! The fusion of the fallen Emperor Cauldron and the 9-turn Imperial Flame Array is complete. The anti-domain canopy now covers the battle chi continent. Side quest: Void Defense Progress updated. 90. System Residual Reward. Domain Enhancement Effect. The Battle Emperor domains of Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei now possess a 99 effectiveness against extraterrestrial energy. Just as everyone reveled in their success, a sudden surge of intense battle chi fluctuations erupted from outside the cavern. It was Xiao Xiong conducting practical training in the martial arts arena of the mine, leading 100 battle Zune cultivators against a simulated coalition formation. The pale, golden solar battle chi erupted in the arena, but upon reaching the anti-domain canopy, it resonated, and the golden light of the canopy surged into his body like a tide. As Xiao Xiong's pupils abruptly constricted, the peak Do Zune energy within his body whirled violently under the enhancement of the golden light. The Do Zune mark within his Dantian began to disintegrate, reforming into a faint golden Do D mark. The energy from the fallen Emperor Cauldron unexpectedly became the final catalyst for his ascension to Do D. Quick! Provide him with protection. Upon sensing the commotion, Xiao Chun immediately led the others to rush out of the subterranean chamber. In the training arena, Xiao Xiong's blazing sun Do Chi had surged to the level of Do D, and the faint golden imperial domain unfurled automatically, intertwining with the golden light of the anti-domain sky, forming a radiant sun anti-domain with a diameter of 100 jong. This was a special imperial domain that fused anti-domain energy, possessing a restraining effect against external energies that was 30% stronger than an ordinary imperial domain. Half an hour later, Xiao Xiong's aura gradually stabilized, a faint golden Do D battle armor enveloping his entire body, while the blazing sun gauntlets in his hands shimmered with imperial flames. He had successfully broken through to the early stages of Do D, becoming the third Do D of the Do Chi continent. Thank you, Cousin Chun. Were it not for the energy enhancement from the fallen Emperor Cauldron, I cannot fathom how long it would have taken me to break through. Xiao Xiong excitedly stepped forward, and the radiant sun anti-domain lightly collided with Xiao Chen's flame dragon 8 harmonies imperial domain, the two imperial domains merging flawlessly to form a more formidable bicolor domain. Ding! Xiao Xiong has broken through to early Do D. The Alliance's imperial level combat power has increased to 3, and the progress of the side quest Void Defense has been updated to 92. Gained the effect of anti-domain cooperation, allowing the 3 Do Dis domains to seamlessly merge, forming an ultra-tier 3 Emperor anti-domain array capable of briefly withstanding attacks from late-stage Do D combatants. Once the news of the fallen Emperor Cauldron's fusion array and Xiao Xiong's breakthrough spread throughout the Alliance, the morale of the various forces soared. In order to ascertain the specific deployment of the Allied forces, Xiao Yin proactively volunteered, leading the expanded Void Vanguard aboard the upgraded Flame Dragon ship to scout the core region of the Void Sea. 3 days later, the Flame Dragon ship arrived at the periphery of the Allied forces' nesting domain in the Void Sea. This was the assembly point for the external Allied forces, where a faint purple void fog intertwined with black shadow mist, creating a colossal energy barrier. Within the barrier, thousands of Allied warships could be faintly seen, their hulls adorned with external runes emanating an ominous glow. The flagship at the center exuded an oppressive aura characteristic of a late-stage Do D, the very vessel of the external evil Emperor, the evil Emperor ship. Captain, the scale of the Allied forces exceeds our expectations. Team member Zhao Lei observed through a void telescope, his voice trembling slightly. There are at least 5,000 Allied cultivators, with no less than 50 at the Do Zune level. And besides the evil Emperor, there are 3 early-stage Do Dis. Xiao Yin took a deep breath and handed the telescope to the nearby Do Zune cultivator. Continue observing. Document the formation of the Allied ships and their energy fluctuations. We have only 1 hour. We must evacuate before they discover us. Just as the reconnaissance was nearing completion, an Allied reconnaissance ship suddenly approached the Flame Dragon ship. The Void Clan cultivators aboard detecting the faint energy fluctuations of the Flame Dragon ship. This is bad. We've been discovered. Xiao Yin immediately commanded. Activate the concealment formation and retreat at full speed. Leave 2 behind to obstruct them with void interference bombs. 2 Do Zune cultivators promptly launched the interference bombs, the faint purple projectiles exploding in the void and creating a spatial turbulence that temporarily hindered the pursuit of the reconnaissance ship. The runes of the flame dragon ship shone brightly, the faint golden energy propelling the vessel toward the direction of the Dochi continent. Seeing this, the Void Emperor aboard the reconnaissance ship narrowed his eyes with a glint of coldness, deploying his void domain to forcibly lock onto the trajectory of the flame dragon ship. Flame dragon anti-domain shell. Xiao Yin had long been prepared. He retrieved a shell infused with fragments of the fallen emperor cauldron from a storage bag, infused it with Do Zun energy, and hurled it toward the Void Emperor. The shell detonated in the void, forming a barrier of faint golden anti-domain energy that instantaneously severed the Void Emperor's domain lock. The cultivators of the Do Chi continent possess anti-domain weaponry. The Void Emperor's expression shifted slightly as he watched the flame dragon ship vanish at the edge of the Void Sea, and he dared not recklessly pursue, fearing an ambush from the Alliance. Ding! Xiao Yin successfully completed the reconnaissance mission, acquiring detailed intelligence on the Allied forces' deployment. The progress of the side quest Void Defense has been updated to 95. Gain the mass production formula for Void Interference Bombs, which can be used to obstruct the pursuit of the Allied forces in subsequent battles. Upon returning to the Red Flame Mine, Xiao Yin compiled the recorded intelligence into a dossier and presented it to Xiao Chun. Cousin Chun. The core combat power of the Allied forces consists of the Evil Emperor and 3 early-stage Do Dis. Their ship formation is a triangular evil array, capable of mutual support, and the energy barriers of their warships are infused with external evil energy, making it difficult for ordinary Do D attacks to penetrate. However, their weakness lies in the fact that the energy core of the Evil Emperor's ship relies on the Void Crystal Core. If we can destroy the Crystal Core, the ship's barrier will temporarily become ineffective. Xiao Chun received the dossier and convened the high-ranking members of the Alliance for an ultimate defense meeting to devise a targeted combat plan. Imperial Combat Team, comprising Xiao Chun, Xiao Mei, and Xiao Xiong. They will form the 3 Emperor anti-domain array at the edge of the Void Sea to confront the Imperial-level forces of the Allied forces head-on, utilizing the advantages of the 3 Emperors' cooperation to delay the Evil Emperor's offensive tempo. Warship Interception Team, led by Xiao Yin. The Void Vanguard will pilot 20 upgraded Flame Dragon ships, equipped with Void Interference Bombs and Flame Dragon anti-domain shells, focusing on attacking the Allied warship fleet and prioritizing the destruction of the Evil Emperor's ship's Void Crystal Core. Ground Defense Team, Yao Chun, Jian Chun, Poison Qianrou, and Shui Yun will lead the remaining cultivators to establish the 9-turn anti-domain array at the entrance of the Void Sea of the Do Chi continent to prevent the Allied forces from breaching the anti-domain sky. Backup Support Team, Xiao Zhan will lead the direct descendants of the Xiao clan to guard the core of the fallen emperor at the Red Flame Mine. Should a crisis arise at the front lines, they can swiftly provide support through the cross-domain teleportation array, while also ensuring the fallen emperor cauldron remains protected from ambushes by the Allied forces. On the 7th day after the plan was established, the Allied forces indeed launched a vanguard sneak attack. 3 early-stage Do Dis led 1,000 Allied cultivators, circumventing the scouting range of the Flame Dragon ships, attempting to breach the core of the Red Flame Mine from the extremely southern Rift Valley of the Do Chi continent. The Rift Valley is under attack, requesting support. The Do Zun cultivators stationed at the Rift Valley sent an urgent transmission, their voices laced with hurried breaths. The Imperial-level forces of the Allied forces are too strong. Our defenses are on the verge of collapse. Xiao Chun immediately commanded, Xiao Xiong, you lead half of the ground defense team's cultivators through the cross-domain teleportation array to support the Rift Valley. Xiao Omei, accompany me to the periphery of the Rift Valley for a pincer attack. Xiao Yin, take 10 Flame Dragon ships to restrain the Allied warships from the side. Within the Rift Valley, the Void Emperor was tearing apart the weak points of the anti-domain sky using his Void Domain. The faint purple void energy continuously eroded the sky, creating a 3-foot-wide breach. The Evil Clan Emperor and the Shadow Remnant Emperor led the Allied cultivators in a fierce assault against the defensive formation. The dark black evil energy and shadow energy intertwining, causing the glow of the defensive formation to gradually dim. 3 Emperor anti-domain array. Rise. The voices of Xiao Chun, Xiao Mei, and Xiao Xiong echoed simultaneously as 3 Imperial domains unfurled from 3 directions. The Flame Dragon 8 Harmonies Imperial Domain, Gentle Water Burning Evil Domain, and Radiant Sun anti-domain fused perfectly, forming a 3-colored anti-domain array that instantly enveloped the 3 Imperial-level forces of the Allies. Again, it is you. The Void Emperor's eyes flickered with a hint of apprehension as he once more deployed his Void Domain, attempting to tear apart the encirclement. Xiao Chun had long been prepared. The Flame Dragon Breaking Illusions sword condensed the energies of the 3 Emperors, the multicolored sword aura carrying the effects of the anti-domain. Slashing toward the Void Emperor's domain. Flame Dragon 3 Emperor Slash. The sword aura struck the Void Domain, the faint purple energy rapidly melting away like ice and snow, forcing the Void Emperor to stagger back 3 steps, a mouthful of purple blood spewing forth. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Mei used the gentle water domain to coalesce a gentle water anti-domain rope, the pale blue water rope ensnaring the limbs of the evil clan emperor, restricting his movement. While Xiao Xiong created a barrier with the Radiant Sun anti-domain to block the Shadow Remnant Emperor's sneak attack, firmly restraining the 3 allied Imperial-level forces. Outside the valley, Xiao Yin led the Flame Dragon ships into the fray, with Flame Dragon anti-domain shells raining down upon the allied warships, the faint golden anti-domain energy exploding, causing cracks to appear in the warship's evil energy barriers. Flame Dragon Void Slash. Xiao Yin leapt gracefully from the vessel. The energies of resistance and spatial energy intertwined within his sword, striking decisively at the core of an enemy warship. The ship erupted in a thunderous explosion, inflicting heavy casualties upon the allied cultivators. Half an hour later, the vanguard of the allied forces had suffered severe losses, with 3 Imperial-level fighters gradually losing their composure under the suppression of the Tri-Empire resistance formation. Retreat. The Void Emperor recognized the futility of their position and issued the order to withdraw. Xiao Yin led the Flame Dragon ship in pursuit, deploying spatial interference bombs to obstruct the allied forces' retreat routes, while also destroying 3 more enemy vessels before returning to the Rift Valley. Ding! The Alliance successfully repelled the allied vanguard surprise attack, validating the feasibility of the defense plan. Side quest. Void Defense Progress Update. 98. Acquired combat experience from the Tri-Empire collaboration, extending the duration of the Tri-Empire resistance formation to 1 hour, enhancing its effectiveness against late-stage Dou Emperors by 20. Following the victory in the vanguard surprise attack, only 10 days remained until the ultimate assault by the allied forces. The Alliance convened a final oath-taking assembly in the plaza of the Crimson Flame Mine, where 100,000 cultivators stood in orderly formation. 3 Dou Emperors ascended a high platform, and the golden light of the fallen Emperor's cauldron surged from the underground, enveloping the entire square. The imperial patterns of the resistance sky dome swirled in the heavens, creating a magnificent spectacle. Xiao Chan stood at the center of the platform, his flame dragon breaking illusions, sword shimmering with prismatic light, his voice resonating throughout the imperial domain. Brothers, in 10 days, the extraterritorial allied forces will launch their ultimate offensive, seeking to destroy our homeland and enslave our kin. But we have the protection of the fallen Emperor's cauldron, the collaboration of the Tri-Empire resistance formation, the unity of all factions, and the unwavering belief in safeguarding peace. We shall not falter. A chorus of voices erupted from the 100,000 cultivators, their shouts reverberating through the skies, the battle aura of the Dou Zun-level fighters soaring upwards, intertwining with the golden light of the resistance sky dome, forming a colossal pillar of energy. In 10 days, we will gather at the entrance of the Void Sea. Xiao Chen's voice resonated with conviction. With our swords, with our battle aura, with our lives, we will protect every inch of the Dou Qi continent. We will safeguard our loved ones, protect our future. We will defend the Dou Qi continent. We will repel the extraterritorial allied forces. The fervent cries echoed once more as the cultivators in the square raised their weapons, their eyes gleaming with the light of valor. Xiao Mei, Xiao Xiong, Xiao Yin, Yao Chun, and others stood resolutely beside Xiao Chun, their eyes filled with determination. They understood that the ultimate battle would be arduous, yet they were prepared to fight to the end for the peace of the Dou Qi continent, for the legacy of the Xiao clan, and for all those they held dear. After the oath-taking assembly concluded, Xiao Chun descended alone into the underground chamber, gazing at the suspended fallen Emperor's cauldron. The imperial patterns on the cauldron radiated a warm glow, resonating powerfully with his flame dragon 8 harmonies imperial domain. He sensed that within the cauldron resided not only the energy of resistance, but also the lingering thoughts of ancient Dou emperors, an inheritance of the belief in safeguarding the Dou Qi continent. Rest assured, ancient Dou emperor, Xiao Chen murmured softly, we shall inherit your belief and protect this land, ensuring that the extraterritorial allied forces do not succeed. The fallen emperor's cauldron seemed to understand, its golden light flickering 3 times, as if responding to his pledge. The fleeting 10 days passed swiftly, and all cultivators of the Dou Qi continent stood ready, quietly anticipating the arrival of the ultimate battle. In the direction of the Void Sea, the faint purple and black energy mists thickened. The oppressive aura of the late-stage evil emperor loomed like dark clouds over the Dou Qi continent. The ultimate battle, pivotal to the survival of the Dou Qi continent, was poised to commence at the juncture of the Void Sea and the Dou Qi continent. Side quest. Void Defense Progress Update. 98. Ultimate Battle Triggered. The following will unfold across 3 battlefields: Tri-Empire Resistance Formation versus Evil Emperor's Flame Dragon Ship versus Allied Warships Ground Defense versus Allied Cultivators. System's final reminder before hibernation. The core energy of the fallen Emperor's cauldron can be detonated in dire moments, capable of severely injuring late-stage Dou Emperors, but will temporarily disable the resistant Sky Dome. Usage must be approached with caution. The journey of protection belonging to Shao Chun and the Shao clan had reached its most magnificent conclusion amid the clarion call of the ultimate battle. And the peace and future of the Do Chi continent would find their final resting place in this clash of blood and fire. Chapter 55, Tri-Empire Resistance battles the evil Emperor. Flame Dragon breaks ships and destroys crystal cores. At the border between the Void Sea and the Do Chi continent, the faint purple void mist and black shadow mist surged like a tsunami. Thousands of allied warships arrayed in a triangular formation. The runes inscribed on the bow of the ships glowed with an ominous red light, casting the entire sea into a bizarre dark crimson hue. The central evil Emperor ship was the most colossal, adorned with grotesque carvings of sinister beasts, its flag fluttering in the absence of wind. The oppressive aura of a late-stage Do Emperor bearing down on the allied cultivators, suffocating the air with a noxious energy. All units, heed my command. Initiate the operational plan. Shao Chen's voice echoed across the battlefield through the Imperial domain. The Flame Dragon 8 Harmonies Imperial domain was activated first, intertwining orange-red Imperial flames with silvery-white spatial energy to form a vibrant barrier at the edge of the Void Sea. Xiao Mei and Xiao Xiong followed suit, simultaneously deploying the soft water-burning Evil domain and the Fierce Sun Resistance domain. The three Imperial domains seamlessly merged in the air, officially forming the Tri-Empire Resistance formation. The pale golden energy of resistance stretching forth like a celestial canopy, echoing with the 9 turns resistance formation below. How dare these insignificant humans obstruct my path? The voice of the evil Emperor emanated from his ship, laced with scornful laughter. Black energy erupted from the vessel, forming a 100-foot-wide evil Emperor domain, within which the fabric of space twisted and collapsed, countless black, evil blades raining down upon the Tri-Empire Resistance formation. This was the signature skill of a late-stage Do Emperor. The evil Emperor's Annihilation Blade. Each blade could effortlessly tear through the defenses of an ordinary Do Emperor. Flame Dragon 8 Harmonies rise. Shao Chun roared in anger, channeling all the resistance energy from the fallen Emperor's cauldron into the formation. The vibrant barrier of the Tri-Empire Resistance formation thickened instantaneously as the evil blades struck the barrier, creating ripples upon its surface, yet they could not penetrate. The dual counteraction of resistance energy and Imperial flames diminished the power of the evil energy by 60%. Xiao Mei utilized the soft water resistance rope to restrain them. Xiao Xiong prepared to counterattack with the Fierce Sun Imperial flames. Xiao Mei responded immediately. Her azure water rope surged forth from the soft water domain, coiling around the edge of the evil Emperor domain like a spiritual serpent. The resistance energy within eroding the evil energy and gradually slowing the domain's rotation. Xiao Xiong gathered his full Do Emperor battle aura. The pale, golden, fierce Sun Imperial flames forming a massive firewall at the forefront of the formation. The resistance runes within the flames, ever prepared to counter the next move from the evil Emperor. A glimmer of surprise flashed in the evil Emperor's eyes, clearly unprepared for the Tri-Empire Resistance formation to withstand his Annihilation Blade. Since you wish for death, I shall grant it. The evil Emperor leapt from his ship, clad in black evil armor, wielding an evil Emperor blade forged from condensed evil energy, its dark runes glowing with a deadly red light. Evil Emperor's true form. The evil Emperor's physique swelled to 10 zhang, and the range of the evil Emperor domain expanded threefold. Black evil energy surging towards the Tri-Empire Resistance formation like a tidal wave. The vibrant lights upon the barrier began to flicker violently. The pale golden resistance energy being devoured by the evil energy, and Xiao Xiong bore the brunt of the assault as a crack appeared in the Fierce Sun Resistance domain. Blood trickling from his lips. Chun, the evil Emperor's energy is too powerful. Our formation is nearing its limit. Hold on. Xiao Yin and the others will soon provide support. Xiao Chun plunged the Flame Dragon breaking illusions sword into the formation's core, Imperial flames and spatial energy surging along the blade, barely maintaining the barrier's stability. Out of the corner of his eye, he glimpsed the battlefield below, where Xiao Yan was leading 20 Flame Dragon ships in fierce combat against the allied warships. Spatial interference bombs detonated within the enemy ranks, creating chaotic spatial currents that temporarily halted the advance of the triangular formation, yet the numerical superiority of the allied forces remained, and the pressure on the Flame Dragon ships intensified. On the battlefield of warships, Flame Dragon breaks ships and destroys crystal cores. Standing at the bow of the flagship, Flame Dragon number 1, Xiao Yin grasped his imitation Flame Dragon breaking illusion sword, which shimmered with a light of pale gold resistance energy. The triangular malevolent formation of the allied forces has breached the outer interference, with 3 warships encircling their target, unleashing dark energy projectiles akin to black meteors, hurtling towards the Inferno Dragon Eye. Hard port. Activate the anti-domain barrier, commanded Xiao Yan, his voice resonating with authority. The runes inscribed on the ship illuminated, a pale golden shield materializing to deflect the shells, though the vessel trembled violently under the impact. Captain, this is unsustainable, exclaimed the anxious crew member Li Yan. his tactical board displaying the interconnected energy lines of the Allied warships. Our assaults inflict merely superficial damage. We must destroy the void crystal core of the malevolent Emperor's ship to sever its energy source, causing the triangular formation to collapse. Taking a deep breath, Xiao Yan's gaze fixed on the distant malevolent Emperor's vessel, its central void crystal core radiating a soft purple glow, guarded by 3 Do Zun cultivators. With the Void Emperor patrolling nearby, Lian, lead 10 Inferno Dragon ships to continue restraining the triangular formation. I will take the remaining 10 and execute a surprise attack from behind. The Inferno Dragon fleet split into 2, with Lian's squad launching a ferocious offensive on the Allied flank, the Inferno anti-domain missiles firing in rapid succession, compelling the Allied forces to divide their defenses. Meanwhile, Xiao Yan stealthily maneuvered his fleet behind the malevolent Emperor's ship, taking advantage of the spatial turbulence for cover. As they approached, the figure of the Void Emperor appeared at the ship's rear, a pale purple void domain unfurling to obstruct the path of the Inferno Dragon vessels. Last time, you escaped by chance. This time, you shall not elude me. Stop him. I will destroy the crystal core. Xiao Yan leapt from the ship, the Inferno breaking void sword channeling his full mid-phase Do Zun energy, Inferno Void Slash. The pale red sword energy, imbued with anti-domain power, surged towards the Void Emperor. The Void Emperor countered with his own blade, and at the moment of collision, Xiao Yan used the momentum to propel himself towards the crystal core chamber of the malevolent Emperor's ship. Inside the chamber, 3 Do Zun cultivators immediately launched their assault, dark energy chains snaking toward Xiao Yan like venomous serpents. Anticipating this, he retrieved a reinforced shadow-breaking pill from his storage pouch and consumed it, his consciousness sharpening instantly. With swift movements, he wielded his sword, severing the chains while precisely striking the first cultivator's dantian. Boom! The cultivator's dark energy dissipated, and seizing the opportunity, Xiao Yan dashed into the chamber. The central void crystal core, about 10 feet in diameter, pulsated with a steady stream of pale purple energy, feeding into the triangular formation. Shatter for me. Xiao Yan infused all the energy from the Emperor's flame talisman into his sword, its blade glowing brilliantly with golden light as he aimed for the crystal core. No! The Void Emperor broke through the obstruction posed by the Inferno Dragon vessels, rushing into the chamber, too late to intervene. With a crack, the void crystal core fractured, the pale purple energy spiraling into chaos, causing the malevolent Emperor's ship's shield to collapse catastrophically, and the triangular formation disintegrated, severing the energy connections of the Allied warships completely. Ding! Xiao Yan has destroyed the void crystal core of the malevolent Emperor's ship, causing the triangular formation to collapse, reversing the battlefield advantage. Side quest, Void Defense Progress updated, 99. Xiao Yan breaks through to the late phase of Do Zun during battle, gaining the anti-domain specialization effect, increasing his resistance to extraterritorial energy to 95. On the ground battlefield, the Earth formation firmly defends against the Allied forces. Deprived of the triangular formation support, the Allied cultivators surge towards the entrance of the Void Sea on the Dochi continent, attempting to breach the 9 turns anti-domain formation. Yao Chan stood resolutely at the formation's heart, the Dan fire in his hands radiating a gentle green glow, continuously channeling the energy of the 3 anti-domain pills into the formation. Everyone, hold the line. The pills can sustain us for another hour. Reinforcements will arrive shortly. Du Qinro led the poison sect cultivators to set up poison flame traps before the formation, intertwining pale, purple poisonous mist with pale, golden imperial flames. As the Allied cultivators stepped into the traps, they were instantly engulfed by the poisonous flames, their Do Qi rapidly dissipating. Jian Shun directed the sword cultivators of the Heavenly Sword sect to form the Heavenly Sword Net at the formation side, the pale silver sword energy unfurling like a web, annihilating any Allied cultivators attempting to break through. Hold the line. Our reinforcements are coming, Shui Yun suddenly shouted, as the distant cross-domain teleportation array flared to life. Xiao Zhan, leading 100 direct descendants of the Xiao clan, rushed in, the pale golden family's eternal imperial luck empowering the 9 turns anti-domain formation, causing the array's brilliance to surge, expanding the range of anti-domain energy by 30%. Descendants of the Xiao clan, follow me to clear the remnants of the Allied forces. At Xiao Zhan's command, the Xiao clan members unleashed their blazing Do Qi, surging into the ranks of the Allied forces like a golden tide, cooperating with the sword cultivators and poison sect members to systematically eliminate the remaining foes. The situation on the ground battlefield gradually clarified. The Allied forces, stripped of their imperial-level combat power and warship support, were now a spent force, with only scattered resistance remaining, soon to be eradicated by the Allied cultivators. In the imperial battlefield, the remnants of souls empower the final outcome, with the malevolent Emperor's ship's shield failing and the triangular formation collapsing. The expression of the malevolent Emperor darkened considerably. Feeling the energy of the void crystal core vanish, he erupted in fury, gathering all his dark energy into a colossal blade that expanded to 10 feet long. Cleaving towards the three emperors' anti-domain formation, I shall ensure all of you accompany me to the grave. Malevolent Emperor's Annihilation / This strike possessed 30% more power than before, the multicolored barrier of the three emperors' anti-domain formation instantly appearing riddled with cracks. As Xiao Mei and Xiao Xiong simultaneously coughed up blood, the fusion of their imperial domains wobbling perilously. Brother Chun, we cannot hold out much longer. Xiao Mei's voice was frail, the glow of the gentle water domain dimming gradually. A surge of urgency coursed through Xiao Chun, and he suddenly recalled the ancient Dou Emperor's remnant soul within the fallen Emperor cauldron. He delved his consciousness into the cauldron, calling out to the remnant soul, predecessor. The Dou Qi continent is in peril. I beseech you to lend us your strength. The cauldron erupted in a dazzling golden light. The ethereal figure of the ancient Dou Emperor manifesting before the formation. The pale golden imperial flames merging seamlessly with the energy of the three emperors' anti-domain formation. Descendants. Safeguarding this land is our shared mission. Receive my ancient imperial flames. The figure raised a hand and waved. The pale golden imperial flames cascading into the three emperors' anti-domain formation like a waterfall, transforming the array as multicolored glow into pure gold, tripling the anti-domain energy. Xiao Chun felt his Dou Qi surging violently within him, the Inferno Dragon 8 Harmonies Imperial Domain evolving into the Inferno Dragon Imperial Flame Domain. Xiao Mei's Gentle Water Burning Evil Domain advancing to the Gentle Water Imperial Flame Domain, and Xiao Xiong's Blazing Sun Anti-Domain evolving into the Blazing Sun Imperial Flame Domain. Upgrading the three emperors' anti-domain formation to the three emperors' Imperial Flame Formation, enhancing its efficacy against dark energy to 100. Is this the power of the ancient Dou Emperor? A flicker of fear crossed the malevolent emperor's eyes, and as he attempted to withdraw, it was already too late. The three of them unleashed their power simultaneously. The pure golden imperial flames coalescing into a colossal three emperors imperial flame / aimed at the malevolent emperor. No! The malevolent emperor let out a desperate wail as the imperial flame / shattered his dark blade, the imperial flames penetrating his body and thoroughly purifying the dark energy within. The malevolent emperor's form gradually disintegrated into ash, leaving only a black malevolent emperor remnant core, a crystallization of energy from the late phase of a Dou Emperor, containing pure imperial energy, devoid of any residual dark energy. Xiao Chun reached out to catch the remnant core, feeling the energy within, his heart swelling with relief. We have won. Ding. The host, alongside Xiao Mei and Xiao Xiong, has defeated the extraterritorial malevolent emperor, achieving victory in the ultimate showdown. Side quest. Void defense progress updated. 100. The final reward before system hibernation has been issued. Eternal Dou Emperor effect. Xiao Clan Imperial Legacy permanently solidified. After the battle, peace returns and legacies endure. Following the conclusion of the ultimate showdown, the allied cultivators held a grand celebration at the entrance of the Void Sea. The smoke of battle gradually dissipated, the pale golden light of the anti-domain canopy enveloping the Dou Qi continent. As the golden light from the fallen Emperor cauldron surged from the crimson flame mine, intertwining with the canopy to form a warm protective barrier. Xiao Yin approached Xiao Chun, cradling a crystal of imperial energy extracted from the malevolent Emperor's remnant core. Uncle Chun, this crystal can enhance Dou Emperor combat power. You should keep it for your breakthrough to the mid-phase of Dou Emperor. Xiao Chun smiled and shook his head, handing the crystal core to Xiao Mei. I have touched the threshold of the mid-phase of Dou Emperor. This crystal is for you. Once you break through, you can better assist me in safeguarding the Dou Qi continent. Xiao Xiong, Yao Chun, and Xiao Zhan gathered around, their faces illuminated with the joy of surviving calamity. Yao Chun presented a post-war report. The remnants of the Allied forces have been entirely eradicated, with a total annihilation of 5,300 foreign cultivators, the destruction of 320 warships, and the confiscation of countless resources, including void crystals and shadow crystals. The spiritual energy nodes of the Dou Qi continent have commenced their recovery, and the growth rate of the Emperor Flame grass has doubled compared to before. Xiao Zhan gazed affectionately at Xiao Yin, who was frolicking in the distance. The flame dragon mark on Xiao Yin's forehead emitted a soft golden glow as he playfully manipulated a wisp of feeble Emperor Flame with his tiny hands, engaging in playful antics with other members of the Xiao clan. Chinner, the future of the Xiao clan and the peace of the Dou Qi continent rests upon your shoulders. Xiao Chun nodded, his gaze sweeping over the myriad of lights illuminating the Dou Qi continent, his heart brimming with emotion. From the initial branch of the Xiao clan to now safeguarding the Dou Qi continent as a Dou Di, from battling the Soul Palace to repelling the foreign coalition, each step has been fraught with thorns, yet imbued with hope. He understood that perhaps new threats would emerge in the future. But as long as the legacy of the Xiao clan endures and the Alliance's conviction remains unshaken, the peace of the Duki continent shall never be shattered. Years later, the Emperor Flame Academy ascended to the pinnacle of educational institutions on the Duki continent. Xiao Yan had become the academy's president, nurturing a cohort of exceptional cultivators. Xiao Mei advanced to the mid-stage of Do Di, tasked with maintaining the stability of the anti-domain canopy, while Xiao Xion led the Xiao clan as descendants to establish the ancient Do Di Memorial Hall in the Burial Emperor Mountain Range, perpetuating the faith of guardianship. Standing upon the stargazing platform of the Qi Yin mine, Xiao Chun was accompanied by Xiao Mei and the grown Xiao Yan. Clutching a miniature version of the flame dragon-breaking illusion sword, Xiao Yan's eyes radiated determination. Father, when I grow up, I too shall protect the Duki continent like you. Xiao Chun smiled, ruffling his hair while gazing at the starry sky. Very well, Father shall await that day. The fallen Emperor Cauldron hovered beside the stargazing platform, its ancient imperial patterns glowing warmly, intertwining with the golden light of the anti-domain canopy, illuminating the night sky of the Duki continent. The legend belonging to Xiao Chun and the Xiao clan had gracefully drawn its curtain amidst the peaceful years, while the legacy of the Xiao clan, akin to the ringing of the Emperor Flame Academy's bell and the radiance of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, would eternally safeguard this vibrant and hopeful land forevermore. Chapter 56, the Academy's opening ceremony, igniting the flame of heritage, unveiling ancient secrets. In the mid-autumn of the Emperor Flame Academy, the hills and valleys were adorned with the soft, golden sheen of Emperor Flame grass. The morning sunlight filtered through the clouds, casting its glow upon the flamed dragonstone sculpture at the Academy's main entrance. The sculpture, crafted entirely from the Do Huang fire crystal of the Qi Yin mine, depicted a dragon with its head held high, clutching a miniature fallen Emperor Cauldron in its mouth, an emblem of the legacy built by the allied cultivators following Xiao Chen's victory over the evil emperor. Today marked the commencement ceremony of the Academy's new academic year, where over 1,000 new students from across the Duki continent stood neatly before the stone sculpture, their eyes filled with aspirations for the path of cultivation. Xiao Yan, clad in a light golden president's robe and wielding a replica of the flame dragon-breaking illusion sword, stood upon the platform for the opening ceremony. Now in the late stage of Dozun, the aura surrounding him bore faint traces of anti-domain energy. His gaze swept across the ranks of new students, his voice gentle yet imbued with authority. Welcome to the Emperor Flame Academy. Here, you will not only learn martial skills and techniques, but also grasp the weight of the word heritage. It embodies Xiao Chen's conviction to protect the continent, the courage of the ancient Do Di to repel foreign invasions, and the responsibility of each of us to safeguard our homeland. To the left of the platform, Xiao Yan stood at the forefront of the talented disciple team. Now 16 years of age, he stood tall, the flame dragon mark on his forehead glowing with a warm golden light. Beneath his light red academy robe, his Do Chi, at the late stage of Do Wang, was steady and composed. As the eldest son of Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei, he had not become complacent due to his distinguished lineage. Instead, he worked even harder than his peers, breaking through from Do Zhe to Do Wang in just 3 short years, while also comprehending his father's unique advanced technique, Flame Dragon Breath, which enabled him to purify impurities within his body automatically during cultivation, accelerating his progress by 30% compared to his contemporaries. Next, the talented disciple team is invited to demonstrate their combat abilities. As Xiao Yan's voice resonated, Xiao Yin and 4 other talented disciples leaped into the center of the training grounds simultaneously, armed with a custom-made flame dragon short sword. He engaged in combat with a disciple adept in wind-based techniques. The wind disciple initiated the attack, launching pale blue wind blades like darts. Xiao Yin remained unflinching, activating his flame dragon pulse to form a thin layer of armor from his reddish flames, which purified the wind blades upon impact. Excellent! Cheers erupted from the spectators surrounding the training grounds. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Yin counterattacked, channeling his Do Chi into the flame dragon short sword, executing the flame dragon void stab. The sword's blade shimmered with silver spatial patterns, precisely striking at the wind disciple's moment of vulnerability. The disciple hurriedly raised a wind shield to defend, but was repelled by the spatial energy within the sword's aura, ultimately conceding with a smile. Brother Xiao Yin, I've lost. Your flame dragon martial techniques are indeed as renowned as they claim. Xiao Yin sheathed his sword and bowed, turning his gaze towards the edge of the platform where stood 2 familiar figures, Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei, who had come to witness the event. Xiao Chen's eyes brimmed with pride as he nodded slightly, while Xiao Mei, smiling, waved her hand, conjuring a small water lily form for gentle water Do Chi, floating towards Xiao Yin as a token of encouragement for her son. Ding! The opening ceremony of the Emperor Flame Academy has been successfully held, showcasing the vitality of the younger generation in carrying forward the legacy. Side quest exploration of the domain's progress updated. 10. Acquired residual talent enhancement effect. The cultivation speed of new students at the Emperor Flame Academy has generally increased by 10. Astir in Memorial Hall. Ancient secrets begin to reveal themselves. After the opening ceremony, Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei did not return to the Qian mine immediately. Instead, they proceeded to the ancient Do Di Memorial Hall in the Burial Emperor mountain range. Early that morning, Xiao Xiong had sent a message indicating that the Do Di Soul Remnant monument within the Memorial Hall had exhibited unusual activity, with the ancient imperial patterns on the monument flashing frequently, seemingly responding to a particular energy. The Memorial Hall, located at the peak of the Burial Emperor mountain range, was constructed entirely from fallen Emperor stone. Inside, it housed fragments of ancient Do Di weapons, battle murals, and precious relics from the time of repelling foreign invasions. The central Do Di Soul Remnant monument stood 10 zhang tall, engraved with incomprehensible ancient imperial patterns, resonating with the anti-domain canopy at the time of Xiao Xiong's breakthrough. Before the Soul Remnant monument, Xiao Xiong furrowed his brow, scrutinizing the patterns. Chun Xian, for the past 3 days, the patterns have been flashing abnormally. Especially when energy waves emanate from the direction of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, new patterns appear on the monument, resembling a map of the domains. Xiao Chen stepped closer to the monument, extending his hand to touch its surface. The moment his fingertips brushed against the imperial patterns, the Soul Remnant monument erupted with a soft golden light, and the images on the monument gradually became clear. The scene depicted a vast sea of domain stars composed of countless points of light, each representing a domain. One point marked the Duqi continent, while 2 neighboring points were labeled as the Peace Domain, Lingxi Realm, and the Neutral Domain, Wanxu Realm. At the edge of the star sea, a point enveloped in black mist was marked as the Evil Domain, Mo Yuan Realm, which was the origin of the previous foreign coalition. This is a map of the domain star sea? Xiao Mei's eyes widened in astonishment. Could it be that besides the Duqi continent and Mo Yuan Realm, other domains also existed? Suddenly, the light of the Soul Remnant monument intensified, and a vague voice resonated within the minds of those present. The lingering consciousness of the ancient Do Di, the Duqi continent, is not a solitary domain. The Lingxi Realm and Wanxu Realm are both domains of peace. The Mo Yuan Realm is the origin of evil. The domain fissures shall emerge in 100 years, requiring allies to jointly resist the source of evil. As the voice gradually faded, the Soul Remnant monument returned to tranquility. Yet the map of the domain star sea remained permanently etched upon it. Xiao Chen's heart surged with shock. It turned out that the previous foreign coalition was merely the vanguard of the Mo Yuan Realm, and behind the domain star sea lay an even grander worldview. The domain fissures to arise in 100 years would present new challenges and opportunities for the Duqi continent. Ding! Unlocked the worldview of the domain star sea. Side quest exploration of the domains progress updated. 30. Acquired clues regarding the ancient Do Di's soul remnant. The Lingxi realm specializes in spiritual healing, while the Wanxu realm excels in ancient formation inheritance, potentially serving as allies for the Duqi continent. The resonance of the fallen Emperor Cauldron. The threads of destiny manifest. Upon returning from Memorial Hall to the Crimson Flame Mine, Xiao Chun promptly ventured into the core cavern. Given that the disturbances surrounding the Soul Remnant Monument were linked to the fallen Emperor Cauldron, it was plausible that further clues regarding the realms could be unearthed from within the cauldron. Within the cavern, the fallen Emperor Cauldron continued to hover at the center of the 9-turn Emperor Flame Array, its ancient imperial patterns resonating with the designs of the Soul Remnant Monument. Emanating a soft golden glow, Xiao Chun placed his hand upon the cauldron's ear, channeling Emperor Flame energy. The brilliance of the cauldron surged dramatically, revealing a virtual image of a realm fissure within. The fissure shimmered with pale blue energy, faintly revealing glimpses of the Spirit Dawn realm on the other side, where spiritual energy flourished, vegetation thrived, and the warriors bore a gentle aura of spiritual energy, starkly contrasting the Emperor Flame energy of the Duqi continent. The vision persisted for a quarter of an hour, after which a segment of textual information emerged from within the cauldron. Chronicled by an ancient Do Emperor using imperial patterns, the Spirit Dawn realm, grounded in spiritual energy, shunned conflict, excelling in healing and defense. In the past, it had united with the Duqi continent to defend against the Demon Abyss realm and the Wanyu realm, revered ancient formations, mastering spatial transmission and energy sealing techniques, maintaining neutrality among the realms, yet had gone missing a millennium ago during the war with the Demon Abyss realm. The fissures would open once every millennium, with the next occurrence set for a century hence. It was imperative to seek out the Spirit Dawn realm and the Wanyu realm beforehand to establish an alliance and sever the demonic source of the abyss. A century later, Xiao Chun murmured, recording this information onto the Emperor Flame chip. It appeared that preparations must be made in advance. On one hand, consolidating the strength of the Duqi continent, and on the other, seeking methods to connect with the Spirit Dawn realm and the Wanyu realm. Xiao Mei approached, holding a report from the Medicine Dust Valley Master. The Master indicated that the cauldron's anti-realm energy resonated weakly with the spiritual energy of the Spirit Dawn realm, suggesting that the fallen Emperor Cauldron could serve as a realm beacon to attempt sending signals to the Spirit Dawn realm. Moreover, The Emperor Flame grass from the Wanyu Valley had successfully been planted near the realm fissure, capable of sensing energy fluctuations in advance. Ding. Acquired the Fallen Emperor Cauldron Realm Beacon function. Side quest Realm Exploration Progress updated. 50. Peace signals can be sent to the Spirit Dawn Realm via the Fallen Emperor Cauldron, requiring the collection of Spirit Dawn grass as a signaling medium. Alliance Council, strategizing the future of the realms. 3 days later, the Alliance convened a council in the Crimson Flame Mine to discuss the future of the realms, with representatives from various factions gathering in the council hall to deliberate on the information revealed by the Soul Remnant Monument in the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. Medicine Dust spoke first, cradling a pale blue herb seedling. This is a Spirit Dawn grass seedling discovered near the realm fissure, consistent with the herbal records of the Spirit Dawn realm documented by the Fallen Emperor Cauldron, confirming that the energy of the Spirit Dawn realm has begun to permeate the Duki continent. We plan to establish a cultivation base for the Spirit Dawn grass near the fissure, not only to study the characteristics of the Spirit Dawn energy, but also to accumulate sufficient Spirit Dawn grass in preparation for sending realm signals. The elder Jianshun of the Tianjin sect added, the Tianjin sect is willing to dispatch sword cultivators to guard the Spirit Dawn grass base. Additionally, we plan to introduce a realm language course at the academy to decipher the languages of the Spirit Dawn realm and the Wanyu realm based on the imperial patterns of the Soul Remnant Monument. Preparing for future communications. Du Qianro and Shui Yun proposed a realm defense plan. Although the Spirit Dawn realm is a peaceful domain, we must remain vigilant against unforeseen circumstances. It is advisable to arrange realm warning arrays around the fissure. Should any unfamiliar energy approach, alarms can be triggered in advance. Furthermore, we will continue mass-producing anti-domain pills and defensive weapons to ensure that the Duki continent maintains adequate defense capabilities under any circumstances. Xiao Chun attentively absorbed the suggestions from each faction, ultimately summarizing. The fissure that will open a century hence represents both a challenge and an opportunity. Our plan consists of 3 steps. First, foundational preparation, cultivating Spirit Dawn grass, deciphering realm languages, and establishing warning arrays, anticipated to be completed within 5 years. Second, signal communication, using the Fallen Emperor Cauldron as a beacon to send peace signals to the Spirit Dawn realm, attempting to establish initial contact, projected to be completed within 10 years. Third, alliance formation, should contact be successful, dispatching a realm envoy to the Spirit Dawn realm and the Wanyu realm to discuss the establishment of a realm alliance to jointly resist the Demon Abyss realm, anticipated to be completed within 50 years. The council lasted an entire day, with each faction clarifying their roles and devising a detailed timeline. As the attendees departed the council hall, the sunset cast its glow upon the plaza of the Crimson Flame Mine. Children frolicked in the square, and cultivators practiced in the training grounds, a scene of peace and prosperity, emblematic of what they must safeguard in the future and what they must showcase to other peaceful domains, the vitality and hope of the Duki continent. Stargazing at night, aspirations for the future of heritage. As night fell, Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei stood side by side beside the Fallen Emperor Cauldron on the stargazing platform, gazing at the myriad stars above. Xiao Nian approached, carrying a flame dragon lantern and holding a recently deciphered ancient imperial pattern manual. Father, mother, look. This is the language of the Spirit Dawn realm deciphered today. Hello in the language of the Spirit Dawn realm is pronounced Lingxi and meaning the peace guarded by spiritual energy. Xiao Chun took the manual, gently caressing the imperial patterns on the pages. Nianer. The fissure that will open a century, hence, may require your generation to take the lead. By then, father and mother may have entered their twilight years. Yet we believe you will surpass us, not only in safeguarding the Duki continent, but also in forging friendships with other peaceful domains, bringing greater serenity to the realm's sea of stars. Xiao Mei smiled, pulling Xiao Nian close, pointing at the brightest star in the night sky. That is the Lingxi star. According to the realm's sea map, it indicates the direction of the Spirit Dawn realm. Perhaps in a century, when you stand here, you will see the cultivators of the Spirit Dawn realm gazing up at this starry sky alongside you. Xiao Nian tightened her grip on the flame dragon lantern, her eyes brimming with determination. Father, mother, rest assured, I will diligently cultivate and master the knowledge of the realms. In the future, I will surely lead the cultivators of the Duki continent to become allies with the Spirit Dawn realm and the Wanyu realm, utterly eradicating the demonic source of the Demon Abyss realm. The Fallen Emperor Cauldron seemed to sense this resolve, its imperial patterns glowing warmly, resonating with the Lingxi star in the night sky, forming a faint golden line of energy. The 3 on the stargazing platform stood in quietude, the light of the flame dragon lantern illuminating their figures, as well as the future hope of the Duki continent. Ding. Side quest Realm Exploration Progress updated. 60. Subsequent developments can unfold around cultivating Spirit Dawn grass, deciphering realm languages, and sending realm signals. The system's final reminder before entering hibernation. The cultivators of the Spirit Dawn realm have sensed the peace signal from the Dookie continent and are attempting to communicate through the realm fissure, requiring preparations for reception within 5 years. As the night deepened, the discussion on the stargazing platform continued. Shao Chun understood that the challenges of the realm a century hence would be formidable, yet as long as the Shao clan's heritage remained unbroken, the alliance's conviction unwavering, and the vitality of the younger generation undiminished, the Dookie continent would undoubtedly carve out its place within the realm's sea of stars, emerging as a guardian of peace and a practitioner of continuity. Chapter 57. Cultivating spirit herbs to break the impasse, deciphering imperial patterns to seek the key. Near the realm fissure at the extreme west of the Dookie continent, a cultivation base for spirit dawn grass was enveloped in a gentle aura of energy. Surrounding the base was a cautionary sword array arranged by the sword cultivators of the Tianjin sect, with pale silver sword energy circulating through the air, vigilantly guarding against any remnants of the demon abyss that might appear. At the center of the base, Medicine Dust squatted beside an experimental plot, furrowing his brow as he observed a spirit dawn grass plant with yellowing leaves. This marked the third instance this month of adaptability issues with the spirit dawn grass. Despite the soil having been improved with the energy of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, the plants continued to exhibit energy repulsion while absorbing the spiritual energy of the Dookie continent, with the edges of the leaves gradually wilting. "How is it, Master Medicine Dust?" Xiao Mei approached, holding a jade pot filled with spiritual spring water. The pot contains pale, blue spring water collected from the edge of the realm fissure, imbued with faint energy from the spirit dawn realm. "I gathered more spiritual spring water, as you instructed. Perhaps it can alleviate the repulsion issue." Yao Chun carefully accepted the jade pot, delicately pouring the spring water at the roots of a lingxi grass. Previously, he had solely focused on utilizing the anti-domain energy of the falling Emperor Cauldron to neutralize the native spiritual energy within the soil, neglecting the affinity of the lingxi grass for spiritual energy. What it required was a harmonious balance between spiritual energy and native energy, rather than merely suppressing the latter. He retrieved a shard of the pale, golden falling Emperor Cauldron, burying it beside the lingxi grass, experimenting with the integration of the shard and the spring water, using the shard as an energy converter to transform the native spiritual energy into a form that the lingxi grass could absorb. Xiao Mei immediately assisted in the adjustment, channeling her soft water fighting spirit to evenly spray the spiritual spring water over the shard. The light blue water intertwined with the golden glow of the shard, forming a miniature energy field. Miraculously, the once yellowed leaves of the lingxi grass gradually regained their verdant hue, with faint glimmers emanating from the pale blue veins as they began to actively absorb the transformed spiritual energy from the field. Success! A spark of delight flickered in Yao Chen's eyes. If this method continued, within 3 months, the lingxi grass would mature in abundance, sufficient for us to activate the domain signal. At the perimeter of the base, Elder Jianshun, responsible for security, suddenly transmitted a message. "Master Yao Chun, Empress Xiao Mei, we have detected residual energy fluctuations from the demon abyss in the northwest, with approximately 10 evil cultivators at the Dozun level approaching the base." Xiao Mei immediately rose, activating her soft water-burning evil domain. "Master Yao Chun, stay here to guard the lingxi grass. I shall intercept them." With a flash of her figure, the pale blue fighting spirit shot towards the northwest like a meteor. Moments later, in a desolate valley, Xiao Mei encountered the evil cultivators from the demon abyss, clad in black malevolent armor and wielding sinister weapons, attempting to circumvent the sword formation to infiltrate the base and destroy the lingxi grass. "You shall face me," Xiao Mei declared coldly, her soft water fighting spirit coalescing into dozens of water blades, striking towards the malevolent cultivators. The evil cultivators immediately deployed their domain to resist, the black malevolent energy clashing with the pale blue water blades, causing ripples of energy to erupt in the valley. The leader among them, a late Dozun, gathered malevolent energy into a long axe, cleaving toward Xiao Mei. "You are merely a female Do Empress. How dare you obstruct us? Lord of the Demon Abyss shall soon return, and your lingxi grass shall be destroyed here today." Xiao Mei stood her ground, her soft water domain merging with the anti-domain energy, the pale blue water curtain thickening in an instant. "If you wish to destroy the lingxi grass, you must first pass through me." She gathered a soft water anti-domain projectile at her fingertips, the pale blue projectile infused with falling emperor energy, shooting towards the core of the evil cultivator's domain. Boom! The projectile detonated, causing cracks to appear in the malevolent domain. And seizing the opportunity, Xiao Mei closed in, executing her soft water poison breaking palm against the evil cultivator's chest. The cultivator spat out a mouthful of black blood, the malevolent energy within him beginning to dissipate. Upon witnessing their leader's defeat, the remaining evil cultivators attempted to flee, but were swiftly surrounded by the arriving sword cultivators of the Tianjin sect. Elder Jian Shun swung his heavenly sword, the pale silver sword energy unfurling like a web, ensnaring the evil cultivators. Empress Xiao Mei, leave these evil cultivators to us. And you should return to the base to tend to the Lingxi grass. Ding. Crisis at the Lingxi grass cultivation base has been resolved, and the spiritual energy transformation plan has succeeded. Side quest. Domain exploration progress updated. 65. Acquired technology for mass cultivation of Lingxi grass. With the first harvest expected in 3 months. Deciphering the imperial patterns. The youth's discovery seeks the key. Meanwhile, within the domain language pavilion of the Imperial Flame Academy, Xiaoyan was troubled by the ancient imperial patterns covering the walls. The stone walls of the pavilion were inscribed with imperial patterns derived from the remnants of the Soul Monument, among which the core vocabulary concerning the Lingxi realm, such as Lingxi token and stable domain passage for sealing the demon abyss, remained indecipherable, simply because the structure of these patterns starkly contrasted with the everyday vocabulary he had already deciphered, as if concealing some form of energetic law. Dean, look at this group of imperial patterns. Xiaoyan hurriedly approached, holding a leaf of Lingxi grass. The pale blue vein patterns on the leaf bore an uncanny resemblance to the imperial patterns of the Lingxi token inscribed on the stone wall. While assisting at the cultivation base, I discovered that the leaf veins of the Lingxi grass change with the absorption of spiritual energy, and the altered patterns closely align with the lines of this group of imperial patterns. Xiaoyan took the leaf, comparing it with the imperial patterns, and indeed, the branching angles of the Lingxi grass veins, along with the thickness of the lines, perfectly match the brushstroke structures of the imperial patterns. Could it be that the ancient imperial patterns were created based on the natural energy lines of the Lingxi realm? He immediately summoned the deciphering team, overlaying the Lingxi grass leaf with the imperial patterns, using the vein patterns as a basis to reverse engineer the meanings of the imperial patterns. The team members promptly set to work, using the Lingxi grass leaf veins as a key to systematically compare the imperial patterns. The imperial pattern of the Lingxi token corresponded to the core energy node patterns of the leaf veins, signifying an object that bears spiritual energy. The imperial pattern for stabilizing the domain passage aligned with the energy transmission vein patterns of the leaf veins, indicating the maintenance of stable energy flow within the domain. Within a mere half day, 1/3 of the core imperial patterns were successfully deciphered, revealing a crucial segment of information regarding the Lingxi token. The Lingxi token's crystal carrier contains the coordinates of the Lingxi realm and a core of spiritual energy. It must be activated using the energy of the falling Emperor Cauldron to establish a temporary domain communication channel, lasting for 1 hour. Xiaoyan excitedly transmitted the deciphered results to Xiao Chun. Uncle Chun, we have found the key to deciphering the imperial patterns. The information on the Lingxi token has been partially interpreted. As long as we acquire the token and activate it with the falling Emperor Cauldron, we can establish communication with the Lingxi realm. Ding! Core vocabulary of the imperial patterns successfully deciphered. Side quest. Domain exploration progress updated. 70. Acquired method for activating the Lingxi token, laying the foundation for subsequent reception of the token and establishment of communication. The rift trembles. 3 emperors unite to quell the demonic disturbance. On the 3rd night hence, the domain rift suddenly erupted with intense energy fluctuations, as pale blue spiritual energy intertwined with black malevolent energy, forming a twisted vortex of energy. Within the vortex, a pale blue crystal could be faintly discerned, moving towards the Duki continent. It was indeed the Lingxi token being transmitted from the Lingxi realm. However, trailing behind the token were 3 malevolent energy fast ships from the Demon Abyss, the cultivators aboard unleashing malevolent energy in an attempt to intercept the token. Not good. The remnants of the Demon Abyss are after the Lingxi token. The Dozun cultivator stationed at the rift immediately raised the alarm while activating the domain alert formation. The pale golden formation patterns illuminated, temporarily warding off the encroaching malevolent energy. The communication formation of the Qian mine instantly lit up, and upon receiving the alert, Xiao Chun immediately summoned Xiao Mei and Xiao Xiong. The Lingxi token has appeared, and the remnants of the Demon Abyss are attempting to intercept it. We must head to the rift at once and secure the token. The 3 simultaneously activated their imperial domains, the Flame Dragon 8 Harmonies domain, Soft Water Burning Evil domain, and the Fierce Sun anti-domain merging in the air, forming the 3 Emperors anti-domain array, racing towards the rift at the swiftest speed. Upon arriving at the rift, the evil cultivators from the Demon Abyss had already breached the alert formation. The leader among them, a nascent Doe Empress, was entangling the Lingxi token with malevolent energy chains, attempting to drag it back to the Demon Abyss. You Duki continent cultivators wish to obtain the Lingxi token? You must first pass through me. 3 Emperors anti-domain array, attack. Xiao Chun commanded, the tricolored imperial domain energy coalescing into a massive 3 Emperors anti-domain slash. The pale golden sword energy infused with anti-domain energy, striking towards the evil emperor. The evil emperor hastily raised the malevolent energy chains to defend, but they disintegrated into ash upon collision with the sword energy. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Mei unleashed her soft water domain, the pale blue water tendrils entwining the Lingxi token like a spiritual serpent, pulling it towards the Duqi continent. Quickly, catch the token. The station cultivators immediately stepped forward, using a container crafted from a shard of the falling emperor cauldron to catch the crystal. The crystal, entirely pale blue, pulsed with flowing spiritual energy, its surface inscribed with the imperial patterns of the Lingxi realm, confirming it to be the Lingxi token. Seeing the token snatched away, the evil emperor, furious, activated his malevolent domain, preparing to retaliate. If I cannot possess it, neither shall you. Doomsday projectile. The black malevolent energy coalesced into a massive projectile, aimed at the rift, intent on obliterating it and severing the connection between the Duqi continent and the Lingxi realm. Fierce Sun Anti-Domain Seal. Xiao Xiong swiftly activated the Fierce Sun Anti-Domain, erecting a pale golden firewall before the rift. When the malevolent projectile struck the barrier, it erupted in a violent clash of energy. Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei seized the opportunity to launch their assault, as the energies of the three emperors coalesced once more. The sword aura struck the core of the evil emperor's domain, causing him to spew forth a jet of black blood before hastily retreating aboard his dark energy vessel. Ding! Successfully intercepted the Lingxi token, repelling the initial combat prowess of the evil emperor from the abyss of demons. Side quest. Domain exploration progress updated. 75. Acquired Lingxi token. Requires activation within 1 month using the Fallen Emperor Cauldron to establish temporary communication. Token interprétation. Alliance consensus délégation. The Lingxi token was brought back to the core cavern of the Crimson Flame Mine, where Xiao Chun, Xiao Mei, Xiao Xiong, Xiao Yin, Yao Chun, and others gathered around the Fallen Emperor Cauldron, preparing to activate the token. Xiao Qin placed the token into the cauldron and infused it with imperial fire energy. The golden light of the cauldron intertwined with the blue glow of the token, revealing a virtual projection within. The projection depicted a cultivator from the Lingxi realm, clad in a light blue robe, surrounded by a gentle aura of spiritual energy. Guardians of the martial continent, greetings. I am the Lingxi envoy, sent by the master of the Lingxi realm to convey our intention to ally. The evil source from the abyss of demons has begun to erode the starry sea of the realms. In a century, the fissures between realms will present an opportunity for a large-scale invasion. The Lingxi realm possesses techniques for healing and defense, and wishes to ally with the martial continent to jointly resist the abyss of demons. The token contains precise coordinates of the Lingxi realm and a method for stabilizing the spiritual energy passage. Should you agree to the alliance, you may dispatch a delegation within a century through the stabilized passage to the Lingxi realm to discuss the details of the alliance. Additionally, the Wansu domain is not lost. Rather, it has fallen into a deep slumber due to the invasion of the abyss of demons a millennium ago, and requires the ancient array key of the Wansu domain to awaken it. Clues to the key are hidden within the Wansu ruins on the martial continent. The projection concluded, and the token transformed into a faint blue light, merging into the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. The cauldron's imperial markings now included the coordinates of the Lingxi realm and a vague map of the Wansu ruins. Gazing at the map, Xiao Qin realized that the ruins were located in the far southern region of the martial continent, within the Forgotten Desert, an area untouched by the Soul Palace in years past. It seemed that our next objective would be to seek out the Wansu ruins, acquire the ancient array key, and awaken the Wansu domain. 3 days later, the alliance convened once more for a council, discussing the preparations for the delegation and the exploration of the Wansu ruins. The delegation would be led by Xiao Nian as the captain, with Xiao Yin as the vice captain, and include Yao Chun, Elder Lin, Elder Amo, and 20 esteemed martial masters. The exploration of the Wansu ruins would be spearheaded by Xiao Xiong, who would lead a team of martial masters into the Forgotten Desert to locate the ruins, prioritizing the acquisition of the ancient array, key to prepare for the subsequent stabilization of the realm passage and the awakening of the Wansu domain. In terms of resource preparation, Wanyao Valley would be responsible for concocting spiritual energy adaptation pills, Tianjin sect would forge anti-demon armor, and the poison sect would prepare antidotes against demonic toxins. At the conclusion of the council, Xiao Nian approached Xiao Chun, holding the imperial tome with unwavering determination in her eyes. Father, I will not betray the trust of the alliance. I will successfully complete the delegation's mission and establish a solid alliance with the Lingxi realm. Xiao Chun patted his son's shoulder and handed her a protective talisman imbued with the energy of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. This talisman can safeguard the delegation in times of peril. Should you encounter insurmountable danger, shatter the talisman, and I will provide remote support through the realm passage. Remember, the alliance is not solely for resisting the abyss of demons, but also to ensure the enduring legacy of peace across the starry sea of the realms. Epilogue. Preliminary exploration of the ruins and future prospects. A week later, The exploration team, led by Xiao Xiong, arrived at the Forgotten Desert. Deep within the sands, amidst swirling yellow dust, an anomalous energy zone emerged at the center, with the ground etched with indistinct ancient array patterns, precisely matching the map of the Wanxiu ruins within the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. This was indeed the entrance to the Wanxiu ruins. Initiate ancient array detection, Xiao Xiong commanded, as Elder Mo produced the ancient array disk and infused it with martial energy. The pointer on the disk spun rapidly, directing them to a colossal stone at the ruins entrance, inscribed with the ancient array symbol of the Wanxiu domain. This is the entrance to the Wanxiu ruins. The ancient array key must lie within the heart of the ruins. The exploration team cautiously entered the ruins, where a faint aura of ancient array energy pervaded the air. And murals on the walls depicted the ancient array masters of the Wanxiu domain resisting the abyss of demons. Although they encountered several demonic energy traps along the way, the team successfully resolved each challenge as they steadily advanced towards the heart of the array. Meanwhile, at the Lingxi grass cultivation base, good news arrived. The first batch of Lingxi grass had matured, and Yao Chan was utilizing it to refine the spiritual energy communication agent in preparation for signal transmission within the next 3 months. The members of the Imperial Flame Academy's delegation also began training in the Lingxi realm's language and adaptation to spiritual energy, laying the groundwork for future missions. On the stargazing platform of the Crimson Flame Mine, Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei gazed toward the Wanxiu ruins and the Lingxi grass base, their eyes brimming with hope. The Fallen Emperor Cauldron floated nearby, its coordinates of the Lingxi realm and the map of the Wanxiu ruins shimmering together, as if foreshadowing a promising future for the Realm Alliance. Ding! Entrance to the Wanxiu ruins found. First batch of Lingxi grass matured. Side quest. Domain exploration progress updated. 80. Future endeavors may focus on obtaining the ancient array key of the Wanxiu ruins and preparing the delegation for signal transmission. System sleep mode warning. An ancient array guardian spirit resides within the depths of the Wanxiu ruins. Communication must be established using knowledge of the Wanxiu domain's ancient arrays, and forceful attacks are prohibited. As night fell once more, the Imperial Flame lanterns on the stargazing platform remained bright. Xiao Chun understood that the path of domain exploration was long, awakening the Wanxiu domain, allying with the Lingxi realm, and resisting the impending century-long threat of the abyss of demons would require the relentless efforts of generations. However, as long as the Xiao clan's legacy endures, the Alliance's conviction remains steadfast, and the younger generation continues to forge ahead. The Martial Continent would undoubtedly inscribe an immortal chapter of peace and legacy within the starry sea of realms. Chapter 58. Guardian spirits of the ruins communicate in ancient tongue. Purifying agents overcome difficulties. Outside the heart of the ruins, Xiao Xiong's exploration team faced an invisible barrier composed of ancient array patterns, shimmering with a pale, silver energy that contained ancient prohibitions. Elder Mo, holding the ancient array disk, assessed the situation and reported with a grave expression. This is the protective prohibition of the Wanxiu domain. Entry requires the acknowledgement of the guardian spirit of the ancient array. Attempting to force a breach would result in the collapse of the ruins. Suddenly, the ground before the barrier illuminated as the pale silver patterns coalesced into a humanoid silhouette, formed entirely of patterns and surrounded by a gentle aura of ancient array energy. The guardian spirit, as indicated by the system prompt. The guardian spirit, lacking a physical form yet exuding a clear intent, inquired, "Outsiders, why do you trespass upon the sacred grounds of the Wanxiu? If you are minions of the abyss of demons, do not blame the prohibitions for their ruthlessness. We are not minions of the abyss of demons, but guardians of the Martial Continent." Xiao Xiong stepped forward, producing a shard of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron. The shard resonated with the guardian spirit's ancient array energy. A millennium ago, the Wanxiu domain and the Martial Continent stood as allies against the demons. Now, with the abyss of demons returning, we seek the ancient array key to awaken the Wanxiu domain and reforge our alliance. The silhouette of the guardian spirit flickered slightly, seemingly validating the authenticity of the shard. Seizing the moment, Elder Mo activated the ancient array disk, projecting the deciphered ancient Wanxiu array language onto the barrier. This is the ancient script of the Wanxiu domain, imprinted from the remnants of the Soul Monument, detailing the history of the ancient array masters resisting the abyss of demons. Behold, the projection unveiled scenes of the ancient array masters fighting alongside the Emperor of the Martial Continent, perfectly aligning with the guardian spirit's memories. Indeed, the covenant from a millennium ago has not been forgotten. The guardian spirit's intent reflected a sense of nostalgia, as the prohibitions on the barrier gradually dissipated. Within the heart of the array lies the ancient array key, but you must undergo trials against the demons. Only by proving your capability to resist the abyss can you claim the key. In the heart of the array, a pale silver ancient array key floated above a stone pedestal, surrounded by 3 trial barriers formed from the demonic energy of the abyss. The first barrier unleashed 10 shadowy figures, simulating the demonic martial masters, armed with weapons of dark energy, launching their assault. Flame Dragon Void Array. Converge. With a commanding order from Xiao Xiong, the exploration team's Do Zun cultivators promptly arranged themselves into formation. The faint golden flames of the sunlight Do Qi intertwined with silvery spatial energies, effectively ensnaring the wicked shadow. Renowned for their expertise in group ambushes, the malevolent entity found it exceedingly difficult to unleash its powers under the constraints of the formation. Taking matters into his own hands, Xiao Xiong struck the core of the wicked shadow with the Radiant Sun Anti-Domain Fist, instantly purifying the dark energy. The second barrier. Within this second barrier, the malicious energy of the abyss coalesced into a colossal evil claw, lunging toward the stone platform, simulating an offensive akin to that of an early-stage Do Emperor. Its force far surpassing that of the previous wicked shadow. Shattered fragments of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, lend your power. Old Mo hurled the fragments into the air, their golden brilliance intertwining with the silvery glow of the ancient formation key, creating a protective light barrier. As the evil claw struck the barrier, a violent surge of energy erupted, yet the barrier remained steadfast, the energies of the ancient formation harmoniously merging with the anti-domain energy of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, effectively countering the encroachment of the dark forces. The third barrier did not manifest as a physical attack. Instead, it drew everyone into the illusion of the abyss. Within this illusion, the Do Qi continent lay under the dominion of the abyss. Members of the Shao clan sprawled in pools of blood, while the allied cultivators retreated in disarray. This was a trial of the heart. Maintain your mental fortitude. Xiao Xiong channeled the Radiant Sun Do Qi, scorching his consciousness. As the illusory scenes began to dissipate like snow and ice, other team members similarly invoked their Do Qi to purify their inner demons, and moments later, the illusion shattered entirely. The ethereal figure of the guardian spirit reappeared, presenting the ancient formation key to Xiao Xiong. You have passed the trial, demonstrating your resolve against the forces of darkness. The ancient formation key not only possesses the ability to awaken the Wanshu realm, but also aligns with the passage to the Lingxi realm. The ancient formation of the Wanshu realm can stabilize the inter-realm passage, while the spiritual energies of the Lingxi realm can activate the core of the ancient formation. Both are indispensable. Ding! The exploration team has acquired the ancient formation key of the Wanshu realm, having gained the approval of the ancient formation guardian spirit. Side quest. Inter-realm exploration progress updated. 85. The ancient formation key unlocks the functionality of stabilizing the inter-realm passage, allowing for synchronization with the Lingxi realm passage, enhancing the safety and duration of the passage. As the alchemical chamber of the Wan Medicine Valley buzzed with activity, Yao Chun stared anxiously at a cauldron bubbling with a pale, blue spiritual communication agent. Although the agent had coalesced into a liquid state, its insufficient purity was marred by tiny impurities floating on the surface, which would interfere with inter-realm signal transmission, leading to interruptions or distortions. Despite Yao Chen's various attempts, he could not eliminate the impurities entirely. Valley Master Yao Chun, allow me to give it a try. Xiao Mei entered the room, having just returned with the latest source of spiritual spring water from the inter-realm rift. When the spiritual energies of the Lingxi grass merged with the spiritual essence of the Do Qi continent, they left behind trace amounts of energy residue, which conventional alchemical methods struggled to separate. However, the molecular-grade purification of soft water Do Qi might prove effective. Yao Chen's eyes brightened. The purifying ability of soft water Do Qi. How did I not think of that? Let's try it. Xiao Mei approached the alchemical furnace, channeling the soft water domain, as the pale green Do Qi flowed like fine streams into the cauldron containing the communication agent. She meticulously controlled the Do Qi, enveloping and separating the impurities one by one. And through the dilution of the spiritual spring water, she expelled the impurities entirely from the furnace. After half an hour, the communication agent became clear and transparent, its pale blue liquid radiating a uniform spiritual luster. After testing it with instruments, Yao Chun exclaimed excitedly, "The purity has reached 99. It fully meets the requirements for inter-realm signal transmission. At this rate, we can produce enough communication agents in 3 days, and combined with the fallen Emperor Cauldron, we can send signals to the Lingxi realm." Suddenly, a commotion erupted outside the alchemical chamber, with the urgent voice of Du Qianro ringing out. Valley Master Yao Chun, Do Emperor Xiao Mei. Over a dozen remnants of the abyss have been discovered outside the valley, attempting to sabotage the alchemical furnace and seize the spiritual communication agents. Xiao Mei immediately activated the soft water flame domain. Valley Master Yao Chun, remain here to oversee the communication agents. I will handle this. With a flicker of her figure, the pale green Do Qi surged toward the valley entrance. Outside, the wicked cultivators from the abyss were assaulting the valley gate's defensive formation, led by a late-stage Do Zun, who had gathered malicious energy into a longbow, aiming at the formation's core. The spiritual communication agents are key to combating evil. They must be destroyed today. You shall face me. Xiao Mei called out coldly, as her soft water, dou, qi coalesced into dozens of water arrows, launching them toward the wicked cultivators. The wicked cultivator raised his evil domain in defense, but was unprepared for the water arrows, which contained the diluted liquid of the spiritual communication agent. The spiritual energy repelled the wicked energy, causing the domain to fracture. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Mei closed in, delivering a soft water poison-breaking palm to the wicked cultivator's chest, causing him to spew forth a mouthful of black blood as the dark energy within him began to collapse. The remaining wicked cultivators, witnessing their leader's defeat, attempted to flee but were surrounded by the timely arrival of the poison sect cultivators. Du Qianwu wielded his poisonous whip, ensnaring the wicked cultivators in pale, purple toxic mist. Do Emperor Xiao Mei, leave these wicked cultivators to us. You must return to the alchemical chamber to guard the communication agents. Ding! The issue of the spiritual communication agent's purity has been resolved. The remnants of the abyss were repelled. Side quest, Interrealm exploration progress updated. 88. A mature plan for the mass production of spiritual communication agents has been acquired, with the ability to initiate interrealm signal transmission in 3 days. In the training grounds of the Imperial Flame Academy, members of the delegation were engaged in a simulated exercise to intercept the abyss. Xiao Yin played the role of the abyss leader, leading 100 Do Zun cultivators to launch a surprise attack on the delegation, testing their emergency response and cooperative abilities. The training ground was equipped with an illusion formation, capable of simulating the spatial turbulence and malevolent energy environment within the interrealm passage, making the exercise closely resemble real combat. Attention everyone! Spatial turbulence is approaching. The Abyss Coalition is launching a surprise attack from the left. Xiao Yan, as the team leader, swiftly issued commands while wielding the Flame Dragon shortsword. First group, deploy the Flame Dragon Void formation to seal off the space and prevent the turbulence from spreading. Second group, follow me to resist the Coalition's vanguard and protect the spiritual communication devices. Third group, hold the rear to prevent a flanking attack. As soon as the orders were given, pale purple spatial turbulence surged from the left side of the illusion formation, with dozens of simulated wicked cultivators brandishing wicked energy weapons charging forward. The first group of cultivators immediately initiated the Flame Dragon Void formation, intertwining crimson flames of Do Qi with silvery spatial energy to create a barrier that temporarily held back the turbulence and the wicked cultivators. Xiao Nian led the second group forward, as the Flame Dragon short sword gathered spiritual energy, unleashing the Flame Dragon Spirit Slash, which shimmered with a pale blue glow. Upon striking the wicked cultivators, their wicked energy was purified, and they dissipated into motes of light. Suddenly, the Abyss Leader, played by Xiao Yin, burst forth from the spatial turbulence, unleashing late-stage Do Qi towards Xiao Yin. Team Leader Xiao Yin, your formation has flaws. The rear guard is too few. If I were to flank from the right, the spiritual communication devices would have been destroyed by now. Xiao Yin's pupils constricted, and he immediately adjusted his commands. Third group, divide half your personnel to support the right side defense. First group, deploy spiritual energy interference bombs to slow the coalition's advance. He then leaped toward Xiao Yin, and the Flame Dragon short sword clashed with Xiao Yan's replica sword as the two engaged in fierce combat amidst the turbulence. Though Xiao Yan was slightly weaker in cultivation, he utilized his mastery of spiritual energy and the formation's synergy to barely fend off Xiao Yan's assaults, buying precious time to adjust their formation. Half an hour later, the exercise concluded. Xiao Yan sheathed his weapon and approached Xiao Yan, his eyes filled with pride. Your progress is remarkable. To be able to swiftly adjust formations during real combat and respond to unexpected situations demonstrates your capability to lead the delegation. However, remember that the dangers within the interrealm passage are far more complex than in practice. Always remain vigilant and communicate and collaborate with your team members. Xiao Yan nodded, diligently recording the issues encountered during the exercise in the tactical handbook. Thank you, Deputy Team Leader Xiao Yan. I will summarize the experiences from this session to optimize our defensive formations and ensure the safety of the delegation during our missions. Ding! The delegation's practical exercise was successfully completed. Xiao Yan's tactical command abilities were enhanced. Side quest, Interrealm exploration progress updated. 90. The synergy among team members has significantly improved, and their utilization of spiritual energy and antidemonic strategies are now fundamentally mature, enabling them to confront mid to low-tier dangers within the Interrealm passage. The Ancient Formation Key, a new chapter in Interrealm connectivity, unfolds. 3 days hence, the spiritual energy communication agents of Wanyao Valley were entirely refined, totaling 50 vials, each capable of sustaining a domain signal transmission for 1 hour. Xiao Xiong's exploration team also returned from the Wan Su ruins, bringing back the key to the ancient formation. The Alliance convened a meeting at the core cavern of the Qian mine to prepare for the domain signal transmission. Xiao Chen, Xiao Mei, Xiao Xiong, Xiao Yun, Yao Chen. and Xiao and Yin gathered around the Emperor's cauldron, ready to test the synergy between the ancient formation key and the spiritual energy communication agents. Xiao Chun placed the ancient formation key into the Emperor's cauldron and infused it with imperial flame energy. Yao Chun then poured a vial of spiritual energy communication agent into the cauldron. Instantly, the golden light of the cauldron, the silver glow of the ancient formation key, and the blue luminescence of the communication agent intertwined, revealing a clear map of the domain star C. The domain passage between the Duki continent and the Lingxi realm began to flicker, while the stability requirement displayed requires energy from the Wan, Su ancient formation and Lingxi spiritual energy, stability duration, 12 hours. It worked, Yao Chen exclaimed, exhilarated. The energy of the ancient formation key perfectly matched with the spiritual energy communication agent. By deploying the Wan, Su ancient formation at the domain fissure and infusing it with spiritual energy, the passage could be stabilized for 12 hours, sufficient for a round trip to the Lingxi realm. Xiao Xiong added, awakening the Wan, Su realm also requires the ancient formation key. Once the domain passage is stabilized, utilizing the key to activate the main array Eye of the Wan, Su ruins, and infusing it with spiritual energy will awaken the slumbering Wan Su realm, forming a triadic alliance with the Lingxi realm to repel the invasion of the demon abyss from 3 fronts. At the conclusion of the meeting, the alliance confirmed the domain's signal transmission plan. Time: the hour of the tiger 3 days hence. Location: beside the domain fissure, the Lingxi array platform. Personnel: Xiao Chun, Xiao Mei, Xiao Xiong, Yao Chun, Xiao Yan. Defense: Xiao Yin will lead the members of the envoy along with the sword cultivators of the Tianjin sect to establish a 3-layer defense array around the platform, preventing any sneak attacks from remnants of the demon abyss. Once the plan was established, the group began preparations. Xiao Xiong led the cultivators to construct the Lingxi array platform beside the domain fissure, activating the ancient formation patterns in the foundation with the ancient formation key. Yao Chan meticulously packaged the spiritual energy communication agents in especially crafted jade vials, ensuring no leakage during the transmission. Meanwhile, Xiao Yin resumed her studies of the Lingxi realm's language to prepare for interpreting potential response signals. At the stargazing platform of the Qiyin mine, Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei gazed at the array platform being constructed in the distance, their eyes brimming with anticipation. The Emperor's cauldron floated nearby, the energies of the ancient formation key and the spiritual energy communication agent circulating gently within, as if resonating with the imminent domain signal 3 days hence. Brother Chun, in 3 days, we shall officially establish contact with the Lingxi realm. The grand plan against the demons, a century in the making, finally takes a pivotal step. Xiao Mei's voice was filled with sentiment. Xiao Chen nodded, grasping Xiao Mei's hand. This step embodies the efforts of countless individuals. Yao Chen's research into spiritual energy, Xiao Xiong's exploration of the ruins, Xiao Nian's preparations for the envoy, and the support of all the cultivators within the alliance. In the future, we must awaken the Wan, Su realm, joining hands with the Lingxi realm and the Wan Su realm to completely sever the demonic source of the abyss and restore peace to the domain star C. Epilogue: preparations on the eve of signal transmission. The night before the domain signal transmission, the Lingxi array platform was fully constructed, with the Emperor's cauldron placed at its center. Surrounded by the patterns of the Wan, Su ancient formation, 3 layers of defense arrays were established around the platform, and the spiritual energy communication agents and ancient formation key were ready for use. Xiao Yin led the envoy members in patrols around the platform, the sword cultivators' sword energy shimmering silver under the moonlight, vigilantly guarding against any potential threats. Xiao Yin stood at the center of the platform, gently caressing the ears of the Emperor's cauldron, feeling the energy flowing within. Father said, this cauldron bears the hopes of the ancient Dou Emperor and the future of the Duki continent. In 3 days, I shall personally convey our desire for peace to the Lingxi realm, letting them know that the Duki continent is willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with them to safeguard the peace of the domain star C. Yao Chun approached Xiao Yan, handing her a vial of specially formulated spiritual energy enhancer. This potion will enhance your spiritual energy perception during the signal transmission, aiding you in interpreting the Lingxi realm's responses more clearly. Remember, no matter the situation, remain calm, believe in yourself, and trust your team. Xiao Yan accepted the potion, bowing earnestly. Thank you, Valley Master Yao. I will not let everyone down. As the night deepened, the defense lights surrounding the platform illuminated, casting a soft golden glow across the fissure area. Xiao Chun and Xiao Mei stood on a distant hillside, gazing towards the platform, filled with hope. The radiance of the Emperor's cauldron intertwined with that of the defense lights, forming a warm halo, as if heralding the success that awaited them 3 days hence. Beep. Domain signal transmission preparation is complete. Side quest domain exploration progress updated. 95. System hibernation pre-alert. The Lingxi realm has sensed the spiritual energy fluctuations from the Duki continent and is preparing to receive the signal. During the signal transmission, domain echoes may occur, necessitating advanced preparations. At the hour of the tiger, 3 days hence, the energy at the domain fissure peaked, and the ancient formation patterns of the Lingxi array platform began to flicker. Xiao Chun infused the ancient formation key and the spiritual energy communication agent simultaneously into the Emperor's cauldron, as imperial flame energy surged forth like a tidal wave. The cauldron erupted in a dazzling tricolored radiance, while a pale blue signal beam shot forth from the cauldron, piercing through the domain fissure and racing towards the Lingxi realm. Chapter 59. Signal transmission encounters ancient echoes. Demon abyss remnants assault the formation. Beside the domain fissure at the hour of the tiger, the tricolor glow of the Lingxi array platform pierced the night, while the pale blue signal beam emitted from the Emperor's cauldron served as a tether. One end connecting to the anti-domain energies of the Duki continent, and the other delving into the distorted space of the fissure, extending towards the Lingxi realm. Xiao Chan floated beside the cauldron, continuously infusing imperial flame energy to maintain the stability of the beam. Xiao Mei stood at the edge of the platform, her gentle water Duki acting as a filter, tirelessly purifying the chaotic spatial currents spilling from the fissure. Meanwhile, Xiao Xiong rapidly circled the platform, adjusting the patterns of the Wan Su ancient formation with the ancient formation key to ensure the energy transmission remained undisturbed. The signal has entered the intermediate space of the domain. Yao Chun, holding a spiritual energy detector, observed the screen displaying a stable pale blue waveform with a signal strength of 98. At this rate, we will reach the reception range of the Lingxi realm in half an hour. Xiao Yan stood next to the detector, consuming the pre-prepared spiritual energy enhancer. Her eyes glimmered with a pale blue hue, as the enhancer tripled her perception, enabling her to capture the faint fluctuations within the signal. Suddenly, her brow furrowed. Valley Master Yao, an anomalous waveform has appeared within the signal. It is not spatial turbulence, but rather some form of energy echo. No sooner had she spoken than the beam from the Emperor's cauldron began to flicker violently. Within the pale blue light, vague images materialized. These were the domain echoes indicated by the system, remnants of the anti-demon memories from the ancient domain passage. In the imagery, the ancient Do Emperor of the Duki continent grasped the Emperor's cauldron. The Lingxi realm's Lingxi envoy activated the spiritual energy Great Formation, and the ancient formation masters of the Wan Su realm laid down spatial seals. The three domain powerhouses stood shoulder to shoulder before the domain fissure, resisting the relentless tide of demonic corruption. As long as the demonic source endures, the domain shall know no peace. The voice of the ancient Do Emperor resonated through the echoes, imbued with a timeless resolve. Today we forge an alliance among the three realms, with the Emperor's cauldron as our pledge, spiritual energy as our aid, and ancient formations as our defense. Should the evil source strike again in the future, we shall unite to vanquish it. The images flowed, shifting to the domain war of a millennium ago, where the demon abyss evil emperor led the corrupt tide to breach the seals. The Wan Su realm activated the slumbering ancient formation to shield the Lingxi realm's retreat, sealing the entire domain, while the Lingxi realm, bearing the tokens of the three-realm alliance, withdrew to the core area of the Lingxi realm, awaiting the opportunity to ally once more. If a messenger from the Duki continent comes seeking in later generations, bearing the Emperor's cauldron and the ancient formation key as proof, the Lingxi realm shall exhaust all efforts to renew the covenant. The voice of the Lingxi envoy faded within the echoes, and the flickering of the beam gradually calmed. Returning to stability. A millennium ago, the three realms forged an alliance. The astonishment in Xiao Chen's eyes was palpable as the ancient words of the battle emperor intertwined with the luminous signal beam before him, akin to a transcendent legacy that traversed time and space. Our endeavors today merely serve to perpetuate the covenant established 1,000 years prior. Ding! Echo of the realm triggered, acquiring ancient memories of the three realms' resistance against demonic forces. Side quest, realm exploration progress updated, 96. Unlocking information regarding the tactics of the three realms coalition, applicable for future large-scale invasions from the Abyss of Demons. The remnants of the Abyss launch a surprise assault, Imperial-level coordinated formation defense. Just as the echo of the realm dissipated, a violent explosion of energy erupted from the western side of the formation platform. Dark, malevolent energy surged forth like a tidal wave, led by a practitioner clad in tattered demonic emperor armor, exuding the oppressive aura of an early battle emperor. It was none other than the fleeing remnants of the abyssal emperor, evil remnant emperor. Behind him trailed 50 demonic practitioners of the battle's sovereign rank, wielding wicked energy weapons, their sights set directly on the center of the formation, the fallen emperor cauldron. What of the covenant forged a millennium ago? Today, we shall disrupt the signal and destroy the fallen emperor cauldron, ensuring that the three realms shall never unite again. Xiao Yan, defend the formation. With a commanding shout, Xiao Chan activated the eightfold Dragon Emperor domain, sending forth a blaze of orange-red imperial flames toward the evil remnant emperor. Xiao Yin had already coordinated with the envoy members and sword cultivators to form a defensive array. The faint red flame dragon formation intertwined with the pale silver sword net, firmly obstructing the advancing demonic practitioners. Evil remnant emperor, your adversaries are us. Xiao Mei and Xiao Xiong simultaneously unleashed their imperial domains, merging the gentle water purging evil domain with the fiery sun resistance domain, reforming the three emperors' resistance array that encircled the evil remnant emperor. With a mocking sneer, the evil remnant emperor condensed malevolent energy into a black remnant emperor's sword, its blade entwined with lingering source energy of the demonic emperor. Three newly ascended emperors dare to obstruct me? Annihilation of the abyssal source. He swung the blade, unleashing a black wave of malevolent energy toward the three emperor array, causing the pale golden light within to flicker violently as the resistance energy was incessantly eroded. Fallen Emperor Cauldron, draw power. Xiao Chun pressed his hand against the cauldron's ear, and the golden light surged forth. The energy from the ancient formation key and the spiritual communicator flowed into the three emperor array, intertwining the pale golden resistance energy with the light blue spiritual energy to form a dual domain of spiritual resistance, thoroughly purifying the wave of malevolent energy. Evil remnant emperor, do you truly believe that a solitary force can thwart the alliance of the three realms? Xiao Chun leaped into the air, converging the three emperor energy into the flame dragon breaking illusion sword, executing the flame dragon 3 emperor slash. The multicolored sword aura struck the evil remnant emperor sword, causing the malevolent energy upon it to dissipate instantaneously. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Mei ensnared the evil remnant emperor's limbs with the gentle water resistance domain, while Xiao Xiong delivered a blow to his Dantian with the fiery sun resistance domain. No, the evil remnant emperor let out a desperate howl as the malevolent energy within him erupted under the suppression of the three emperor energy, his body disintegrating into a cloud of black ash, leaving behind only a faint black evil remnant crystal core. Witnessing their leader's downfall, the surrounding demonic practitioners were thrown into disarray, retreating under the onslaught of Xiao Yin and the sword cultivators, ultimately being eradicated. Xiao Yin approached Xiao Chun, holding an evil energy token discovered on a fallen demonic practitioner. Uncle Chun, this token contains coordinates for the Abyss. It indicates that the Abyss is amassing its main forces, expected to launch a large-scale invasion through the dimensional rifts within a century. Ding! Successfully repelled the ultimate surprise attack from the abyssal remnants. Side quest. Realm exploration progress updated. 97. Acquired the evil remnant crystal core, usable to enhance the resistance energy of the fallen Emperor Cauldron. Lingxi responded, spiritual energy decoding to break interference. Just as the remnants of the abyss were quelled, the signal beam from the fallen Emperor Cauldron suddenly rippled with a pale blue hue. The response signal from the Lingxi realm had arrived. Yet, the signal was interspersed with intense spatial interference, causing the pale blue ripples to distort erratically, rendering direct interpretation impossible. The interference was too strong. Conventional methods could not extract effective information. Yao Chan was drenched in sweat, the signal fragments on the detection device flickering intermittently, only able to catch scattered terms like Lingxi realm passage stabilization. Let me give a try. Xiao Nian approached the cauldron, his eyes glowing with an intensified pale blue light. The effects of the spiritual energy enhancer still lingered, allowing him to sense the concealed spiritual frequency within the signal. He extended his hand, allowing pale, blue spiritual energy to emanate from his fingertips as he gently touched the beam of light from the fallen Emperor Cauldron. The response signal from the Lingxi realm is encrypted with spiritual energy. We must utilize the leaf vein frequency of the Lingxi grass as the key to unlock the interference. Xiao Yin circulated his internal spiritual energy to synchronize with the frequency within the beam. Moments later, the distorted signal ripples gradually stabilized, projecting a clear response from the Lingxi realm onto the formation platform. Guardians of the Duki continent, your signal has been received. The Lord of the Lingxi realm has convened an emergency meeting and agreed to renew the Three Realms Covenant with the Duki continent. Regarding the envoy's expedition, please heed the following matters. 1. Passage stabilization. The Lingxi realm will inject spiritual energy 3 times within a century, in conjunction with the ancient formation of Wanshu, enhancing the stability of the dimensional passage to 3 months, sufficient for the envoy's round trip and covenant negotiations. 2. Expedition preparation. The envoy must carry fragments of the fallen Emperor Cauldron and the ancient formation key. The Lingxi realm will dispatch Lingxi envoys to assist at the passage exit. 3. Abyssal warning. Reconnaissance from the Lingxi realm indicates that the Abyss has detected the movements of the Three Realms Alliance and may intercept the envoy during the expedition. Defensive measures must be strengthened. 4. Awakening of Wanshu. The slumbering ancient formation of the Wanshu realm requires simultaneous injection of spiritual energy and ancient formation energy to awaken. The Lingxi realm will send methods for spiritual energy injection via a temporary communication channel after the envoy departs. As the projection concluded, the signal beam gradually diminished. Returning to the fallen emperor cauldron, Xiao Nian withdrew his spiritual energy, his face alight with excitement. We succeeded. The Lingxi realm has consented to the alliance and provided crucial information regarding passage stabilization and the awakening of Wanshu. Ding. Successfully decoded the response from the Lingxi realm. Side quest, realm exploration progress updated. 98. Acquire the method for spiritual energy injection, usable for synchronizing the awakening of the Wanshu realm. Alliance strategy. The envoy sets sail for new horizons. 3 days hence, the alliance convened a dual meeting on the Crimson Flame Mine regarding the envoy's expedition and the awakening of Wanshu. Representatives from various factions gathered in the assembly hall to formulate a detailed plan based on the Lingxi realm's response. Expedition plan. Member adjustments. Xiao Nian appointed as the envoy leader, Xiao Yin as the deputy leader, with core members including Yao Chun, Elder Lin, Elder Mo, Poison Qianrou, and 30 battle sovereign practitioners, ensuring comprehensive risk management for the expedition. Resource preparation. Wanyao Valley. Prepare spiritual energy adaptation pills, anti-evil emergency pills, and spiritual communication devices. Tianjin Sect. Forge spiritual resistance armors. Xiao Clan. Provide fragments of the fallen emperor cauldron and replicas of the ancient formation key. Time and route. Depart the Hour of the Tiger 3 months hence, traversing the stabilized dimensional passage directly to the Lingxi realm's main city, with an estimated 2-month round trip and 1 month reserved for covenant negotiations. Emergency plan. Should an interception by the Abyss occur, Xiao Yin will lead the combat team to provide cover, while Xiao Nian guides the core members to continue to the Lingxi realm. If the passage is severed, the emergency evacuation talisman will be activated. Wanshu Awakening Plan. Personnel composition. Xiao Xiong appointed as the overall commander, with Elder Mo and Shui Yun as assistants, leading 20 battle sovereign practitioners and 50 ancient formation masters to the main formation Eye of the Wanshu ruins. Time synchronization. Initiate the awakening ceremony at the Hour of the Tiger on the same day as the envoy's departure. The Lingxi realm will send the spiritual energy injection frequency through a temporary communication channel to ensure synchronization of spiritual and ancient formation energies. Steps. First, activate the main formation Eye with the ancient formation key. Second, inject the spiritual energy communicator. Third, initiate the awakening procedure of the Wanshu ancient formation to gradually lift the sleeping seal. Defense. Establish anti-evil arrays around the ruins to prevent interference from remnants of the Abyss during the awakening process. At the conclusion of the meeting, Xiao Nian stepped before the assembly, clutching the fragments of the fallen emperor cauldron and the replicas of the ancient formation key, his eyes brimming with resolve. Rest assured, esteemed alliance members, I shall lead the envoy to successfully reach the Lingxi realm and complete the negotiations for the covenant, laying a robust foundation for the alliance of the 3 realms. Ding! The plans for the envoy's expedition and the awakening of Wanshu have been confirmed. Side quest. Realm exploration progress updated. 99. Before the system enters hibernation, a message appears. The Spirit Radiance realm has commenced the infusion of spiritual energy, and the stability duration of the dimensional passage is progressively increasing. A faint energy response has emerged at the main array Eye of the Wanshu domain. The envoy sets sail. A new journey is about to commence, sharpening our prowess. 3 months have passed in the blink of an eye, and the Spirit Radiance array platform beside the dimensional rift has been expanded into a dimensional passage station. The Central Emperor's cauldron has been secured at the core of the ancient Wanshu array, surrounded by 12 spirit energy injection towers, each containing ample supplies of spiritual energy communication agents. The perimeter of the passage station is fortified with 3 layers of spiritual resistance defense arrays, manned on a rotating basis by sword cultivators from the Heavenly Sword Sect and practitioners from the Poison Sect. On the eve of the envoy's departure, in the martial arena of the Imperial Flame Academy, Xiao Nian leads the envoy members in a final combat drill, simulating the spatial turbulence and magical abyss interception within the dimensional passage. The members exhibit remarkable teamwork, showcasing the effects of the Flame Dragon Void Array and the Spiritual Resistance Battle Armor in perfect harmony. Xiao Yin approaches Xiao Nian, presenting a sword infused with fragments of the Emperor's Cauldron. This sword can simultaneously unleash spiritual energy and imperial flame, providing a dual restraining effect against the malevolent energy of the magical abyss. It will ensure your safety in critical moments. Xiao Chun and Xiao may also arrive at the martial arena, with Xiao Chun placing a dimensional guardian talisman around Xiao Nian's neck. This talisman is infused with the energies of the 3 emperors. Should you encounter danger at the level of a battle emperor, shatter the talisman, and I can provide remote support through a temporary passage. Remember, while the treaty negotiations should prioritize peaceful cooperation, we must not appear weak. The Do-Chi continent possesses sufficient strength to stand shoulder to shoulder with the Spirit Radiance realm and the Wansu realm against the forces of darkness. Xiao Mei then hands Xiao and Yin a light blue jade box. Inside are seeds of the Spirit Radiance grass from the Spirit Radiance realm. If the negotiations proceed favorably, they can be presented to the realm's lord as a symbol of friendship. Additionally, the bottom layer of the jade box contains a language manual from the Spirit Radiance realm, detailing important diplomatic etiquette. Do not forget to review it in advance. Xiao Yin receives the sword, talisman, and jade box, solemnly bowing. Father, Mother, Vice Captain Xiao Yin, I vow to honor your trust and successfully complete the mission. The Wansu awakens. The unsealing synchrony commences. At the crack of dawn on the day of departure, the Dimensional Passage Station and the Wansu ruins simultaneously initiate their ceremonies. Inside the passage station, Xiao Chun injects the spiritual energy communication agent into the Emperor's cauldron, intertwining golden light from the cauldron with blue light from the energy injection towers. The spatial turbulence within the dimensional rift gradually calms, revealing a faint blue stable passage, through which the spiritual energy radiance of the Spirit Radiance realm can be vaguely seen. The passage is stable. We can set off, calls out Yao Chen. Xiao Yin leads the envoy members into the passage, enveloped in a soft blue spiritual energy as they slowly move towards the Spirit Radiance realm. Xiao Chen, Xiao Mei, and Xiao Yin stand at the passage's entrance, waving goodbye. Safe travels. Meanwhile, beside the main array eye of the Wansu ruins, Xiao Xiong inserts the ancient array key into the array eye. Elder Mo, following the spiritual energy frequency sent by the Spirit Radiance realm, injects the spiritual energy communication agent into the array eye. Spiritual energy injection complete. Initiating awakening program. The faint silver glow of the array eye surges. Ancient array patterns sprawling across the ground as the entire ruins tremble slightly. The slumbering ancient array of the Wansu realm gradually awakens. Murals on the ground shimmering with dim light, chronicling the anti-demon wisdom of the ancient array masters. The ancient array's energy resonates with the spiritual energy of the Spirit Radiance realm, forming a faint silver beam of awakening that shoots skyward. Ding! The envoy has successfully entered the dimensional passage, and the Wansu realm's awakening program has commenced. Progress of the side quest dimensional exploration updated. 100. The system will enter permanent hibernation. If a significant crisis threatening the three realms arises in the future, the system can be awakened through the connection of the Emperor's cauldron and the ancient array key. Within the passage station, Xiao Chun gazes at the gradually closing dimensional passage, filled with hope. Xiao Mei approaches him and softly says, Brother Chun, we did it. The first step towards the alliance of the three realms has been taken. Xiao Chun nods, looking towards the direction of the Wansu ruins, where the awakening beam intertwines with the spiritual energy radiance of the passage station, forming a bond of energy that spans the continent. This is just the beginning. Many challenges lie ahead, but as long as the three realms join hands, inheriting the belief in resisting evil, there will be no difficulty we cannot overcome. Xiao Yin also steps beside them, gazing towards the Spirit Radiance realm. Once Captain Xiao Yin returns with the treaty, we can officially form the coalition of the three realms and prepare for the impending invasion from the magical abyss a century from now. The morning sun spills over the passage station and the Wansu ruins. The soft golden light intertwining with the pale blue spiritual energy and the faint silver energy of the ancient array, illuminating the future of the Do-Chi continent. The tale belonging to Xiao Chun and the Xiao clan has transitioned from guarding the Do-Chi continent to uniting the dimensional star seas. And this legacy of alliance that transcends time and space will inscribe an immortal chapter of peaceful resistance against evil and perpetual inheritance on the new stage of the dimensional realm. Chapter 60. The passage unleashes its brilliance against evil. The Spirit Radiance welcomes guests with warmth. Deep within the dimensional passage, the soft blue light of spiritual energy envelopes the envoy members, akin to traversing through a flowing river of stars. The surrounding space exhibits a gentle distortion, with sporadic points of spiritual energy flickering by, traces of the energy continuously infused by the Spirit Radiance realm. Holding the Spirit Flame Sword, Xiao Yin stands at the forefront of the envoy, a spiritual energy communicator hovering in her palm. Its screen displaying the real-time connection signal with the Do-Chi continent. Vice Captain Xiao Yin, the spiritual energy concentration in the middle section of the passage has reached 90. According to the route provided by the Spirit Radiance realm, we should reach the exit in half an hour. Xiao Yin moves beside Xiao Yin, his gaze scanning the distorted spaces on either side of the passage with vigilance. We must not let our guard down. Since the magical abyss is aware of the alliance of the three realms, they will surely set traps at critical nodes of the passage. Everyone, maintain formation, and switch the spiritual energy communicator to alert mode. Report immediately upon detecting any fluctuations of malevolent energy. Just as his words conclude, a piercing sound of spatial tearing suddenly erupts from the left side of the passage, as dark malevolent energy seeps into the spiritual energy light screen like ink. Dozens of malevolent shadows burst forth from the torn spatial gap. Leading the charge are two late-stage battle sovereign generals of the magical abyss, brandishing malevolent energy spears that glimmer with a poisonous red light. The envoy of the Do, Chi continent, shall not survive to reach the spirit radiance realm. The Lord of the magical abyss has decreed that you will be slain within the passage today. Flame Dragon Void Array. Form. Xiaoyan reacts swiftly, slicing the spirit flame soared through the air, intertwining faint red flames and silver-white spatial energy to create a dual-colored barrier around the envoy. Poison Shinro, leading the practitioners of the poison sect, simultaneously strikes, infusing the barrier with pale purple poisonous mist, forming a dual defense of poison and flame. As the malevolent shadows make contact with the barrier, they are corroded by the toxic mist, emitting chilling wails. Captain Xiaoyan, you lead the core members forward. I will hold the rear with the sword cultivators. Xiaoyan leaps out of the barrier, channeling late-stage battle sovereign energy into the imitation flame dragon-breaking illusion sword. Disciples of the Heavenly Sword Sect, heed my command. Heavenly Sword Array, break the evil. A pale silver sword energy shoots forth like a torrential downpour, accurately targeting the dantians of the two magical abyss generals. The left general raises his spear to block, but the sword energy, infused with both spiritual energy and imperial flame, instantly creates a breach in the spear. Impossible. How can your sword energy counteract the energy of the magical abyss? The general's eyes are filled with disbelief as Xiao Yin seizes the opportunity to close in, his blade sweeping horizontally, shattering the general's malevolent energy shield and reducing his body to black ash. The right general, witnessing his companion's demise, attempts to retreat into the spatial gap, but becomes ensnared by poison Chinro's poisoned silkbind. The pale purple threads of poison spreading along the malevolent energy and ensnaring the general's limbs, rendering him immobile. Xiao Yin swiftly turns to deliver the finishing blow. The faint blue spiritual energy of the spirit flame sword erupting, causing the general to emit a muffled groan as the malevolent energy within him is thoroughly purified. The remaining malevolent shadows, now leaderless, are swiftly eradicated under the assault of the barrier and sword energy. Xiao Yin inspects one of the malevolent shadows' corpses, discovering a black tracking talisman within its possession. As expected, there is a tracker. The magical abyss must have locked onto the energy trajectory of the passage through remnants of the evil emperor's followers. Captain Xiaoyan, notify the spirit radiance realm to bolster defenses at the exit to prevent further interception. Xiaoyan promptly established communication with the Lingxi realm via the psychic communicator. After a brief moment, a response was received. The envoy of Lingxi, having led the Lingxi guard to await at the exit, had also arranged a psychic purification array capable of instantaneously eradicating any traces of malevolent energy. Ding! The envoy successfully repelled the interception from the abyssal chasm, and Xiaoyan's tactical command capabilities have significantly improved. Side quest. The Tri-Domain Accord Progress Updated. 20. Obtained a sample of the malevolent energy tracking talisman, which may be utilized to study the tracking technology of the abyssal realm. The reception in Lingxi exuded warmth and politeness, characteristic of its inhabitants. Half an hour later, the exit of the dimensional passage came into view, revealing a vast plain shrouded in a soft azure aura of psychic energy. At the edge of the plain stood a city constructed from psychic crystals, beneath which hovered a grand psychic array. In the center of this array, the Lingxi totem radiated a gentle glow, marking the main city of the Lingxi realm, Lingxi City. At the exit, dozens of Lingxi cultivators clad in light blue robes had formed a queue. At the forefront was a middle-aged cultivator with a gentle demeanor, surrounded by an aura of rich yet non-oppressive psychic energy. Ling Yun, the envoy sent from the Lingxi realm. As the envoy stepped out of the passage, Ling Yun approached, forming a ceremonial gesture unique to Lingxi. Welcome, emissaries from the Duki continent. I am Ling Yun, the envoy of the Lingxi realm, and I have been awaiting your arrival on the orders of our realm's master. In response, Xiao Yin performed the Lingxi etiquette he had learned from a manual, gently clasping his hands before slowly extending them. Envoy Ling Yun, you are too kind. I am Xiao Yin, the leader of the Duki continent envoy. This is Vice Leader Xiao Yin. We express our gratitude for the warm welcome from the Lingxi realm. He presented a shard of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, one of the tokens of the Tri-Domain Accord from millennium ago, intended for return today as a witness to the renewal of the Accord. Ling Yun accepted the shard, his eyes reflecting nostalgia. A millennium ago, the ancestors of the Lingxi realm left behind a decree that should one bearing the fallen Emperor Cauldron seek us. It would signify the reunion of the three domains. Please, follow me into the city. Our realm's master has prepared a banquet at Lingxi Hall to welcome you. As they traversed the streets of Lingxi City, a palpable aura of peace enveloped them. On the floating platforms constructed from psychic energy, Lingxi cultivators engaged in either cultivating their psychic abilities or nurturing Lingxi grass, while children chased after delicate azure psychic butterflies, their faces alight with innocent joy. The buildings lining the streets, woven from psychic crystals and vines, bore murals depicting the Lingxi realm's history of resisting the abyss, echoing the tales of the Duki continent's own battles against malevolence. Indeed, the psychic energy of the Lingxi realm was gentle and pure. Yao Chen could not help but exclaim, as he gathered a trace of psychic energy at his fingertips, resonating with the energy in the air. This power was not only suitable for cultivation, but could also nourish all living things. If combined with the spiritual energy of the Duki continent, it might yield even stronger anti-malevolent flora. Ling Yun responded with a smile. Master Yao Chen speaks wisely. Our realm's master shares this sentiment. Once the negotiations of the accord are concluded, we can arrange for psychic masters from the Lingxi realm to collaborate with alchemists from the Duki continent to explore methods of integrating psychic energy and spiritual energy. Ding! The envoy has successfully arrived at Lingxi City, establishing preliminary diplomatic connections. Side quest. The Tri-Domain Accord Progress Updated. 35. The Lingxi realm has agreed to initiate research on the integration of psychic energy and spiritual energy, laying the groundwork for future resource sharing. As the envoy rested in Lingxi City, in the ruins of Wanshu within the Duki continent, Xiao Xiong and Old Mo were facing a critical juncture in the awakening process. 70% of the ancient array energy had been infused into the main array, yet the remaining 30% remained stubbornly dormant. On the ancient stone tablet beside the array a vague imperial pattern gradually revealed itself. Requires the invocation of Lingxi psychic energy for complete awakening. It indeed required the psychic energy of the Lingxi realm. Old Mo exclaimed with excitement. A millennium ago, the ancient array of the Wanshu realm was already linked to the grand array of the Lingxi realm. Now, having slumbered for 1,000 years, it must once again draw upon psychic energy to activate the final step. Xiao Xiong immediately contacted Xiao Nian via the psychic communicator, urging him to request support from the Lingxi realm. Upon receiving the news, Ling Yun promptly reported it to the Lingxi realm's master, who immediately decided to dispatch 10 high-ranking psychic masters, accompanied by 10 psychic core crystals, to the Wanshu ruins. The Wanshu realm is a crucial part of the three domains' resistance against malevolence. The Lingxi realm must provide assistance. The psychic masters will travel back with the envoy to ensure the Wanshu realm awakens smoothly. 3 days later, the Lingxi realm's master convened a meeting for the accord negotiations at Lingxi Hall. Constructed from a massive block of psychic crystal, the circular conference table within the hall symbolized equality among the three domains. At its center lay the Tri-Domain Heart symbol, interwoven with psychic energy, ancient array energy, and imperial flame energy. The Lingxi realm's master, seated at the head of the table, emanated an aura of gentle psychic energy. I have summoned you all today to finalize the core terms of the Tri-Domain Accord. The Lingxi realm believes that the three domains must reach a consensus on three aspects. First, intelligence sharing. Establishing a tri-domain intelligence network to provide real-time updates on the movements of the abyss. Second, resource sharing, with the Lingxi realm providing psychic energy and technology. The Wanshu realm offering ancient array defensive techniques, and the Duki continent supplying combat experience against malevolence and medicinal concoctions. Third, the formation of a joint army, where within a century, each domain will assemble its own anti-malevolence force, conducting joint training near the dimensional passage to form a tri-domain coalition in the event of an abyssal invasion. Xiao Nian responded on behalf of the Duki continent. The terms proposed by the Lingxi realm's master align perfectly with the intentions of the Duki continent. Furthermore, we propose to establish a tri-domain joint army base near the dimensional passage, where the three domains will take turns garrisoning, responsible for daily defense of the passage and reconnaissance on the abyss, while also instituting a tri-domain council to convene every decade to discuss strategies against malevolence and the details of interdomain cooperation. At this moment, a psychic master outside Lingxi Hall announced, "Report to the realm's master. We have received news from the Wanshu ruins. The psychic core crystals have been successfully infused into the main array fully activating the ancient array of the Wanshu realm, and the slumbering ancient array masters have awakened." Joy illuminated the faces of those within the hall. The Lingxi realm's master rose, raising the Tri-Domain Heart symbol. Since the Wanshu realm has awakened, let this symbol serve as proof that we formally renew the Tri-Domain Accord today, to jointly resist the malevolent source of the abyss. Xiao Nian and Xiao Lao, the leader of the awakened ancient array masters from the Wanshu realm, simultaneously rose, channeling their energy into the heart symbol. The symbol erupted in a tricolored brilliance that pierced through the dome of Lingxi Hall and soared into the heavens. This radiant light not only illuminated Lingxi City, but also shone upon the ruins of Wanshu in the Duki continent, penetrating the dimensional passage and heralding the rebirth of the Tri-Domain Alliance to the vast expanse of the Starry Sea. Ding! The core terms of the Tri-Domain Accord have been established, and the Wanshu realm has fully awakened. Side quest. The Tridomain Accord Progress Updated 70. The Tridomain Heart symbol has been activated, establishing a mechanism for energy interaction among the three domains, enabling the sharing of defensive energy in times of crisis. As the Tridomain Alliance celebrated the renewal of their accord, in the abyssal realm at the edge of the dimensional star sea, within a palace constructed of malevolent energy and bones, the abyssal realm's master, the Demon Flame Emperor, was listening to reports from his subordinates. Enveloped in black, malevolent flames on his throne, the pressure emanating from his late-stage Do Emperor presence made the malevolent cultivators in the hall tremble. What of the three domains alliance? Merely the dying struggle of three fallen realms. With a wave of his hand, a projection of malevolent energy unfolded in the center of the hall, displaying the abyssal realm's plan for the gathering of malevolent tides. Send the order to expedite the mining of malevolent energy crystals, and within a century, assemble a 1,000,000-strong army of malevolent tides. Moreover, dispatch shadow guards to infiltrate the three domains, sabotaging their resource bases and dimensional passages, plunging them into chaos at the onset of their alliance. A malevolent general stepped forward, bowing respectfully. My lord, the Duki continent possesses the fallen emperor cauldron. The Lingxi realm has the grand psychic array, and the Wanshu realm has ancient array defenses. Our malevolent tides may find it difficult to breach their defenses. The fallen emperor cauldron? The grand psychic array? The Demon Flame Emperor scoffed, as a black malevolent core surfaced amidst the flames. This core, plundered from the Wanshu realm a millennium ago, held the power to corrupt the defensive energies of the three domains. A century hence, I shall personally lead the tide of darkness, wielding this crystal core to shatter their defenses, transforming the entire sea of star domains into a pastoral realm of the abyss. The radiance of the evil source crystal flickered within the hall, as dark malevolent energy spread like a spider's web, heralding an impending catastrophe that would engulf the sea of star domains. The delegation's return journey, a mission of legacy igniting a new path. Negotiations for the Tridomain Accord persisted for 10 days, culminating in the finalization of all details. The Tridomain Coalition's base will be constructed in the neutral domain at the midpoint of the passage, co-funded by the three domains. The inaugural Tridomain Assembly shall convene in 1 year at the Crimson Flame Mines of the continent of Combat Chi, where the energy masters of the Lingxi realm and the ancient array masters of the Wanshu realm shall embark to the continent of Combat Chi in a month's time, to commence research on the fusion of spiritual energy and ancient arrays. On the day of their return, the lord of the Lingxi realm personally escorted the delegation to the exit of the passage. Ling Yun presented Xiao Nian with a pale blue tome of spiritual energy techniques. This embodies the core spiritual technology of the Lingxi realm, bestowed upon the continent of Combat Chi, with hopes of facilitating cooperation among the three domains. Furthermore, the spiritual energy masters from the Lingxi realm have already joined the delegation and will assist the Wanshu realm in perfecting its ancient array defenses. Xiao Nian accepted the tome and bowed solemnly. I express my deepest gratitude to the lord of Lingxi realm and the envoy Ling Yun. The continent of Combat Chi shall uphold the accord, standing shoulder to shoulder with the Lingxi and Wanshu realms against the encroaching darkness. When the Tridomain Assembly convenes, we shall deliberate on the grand strategy to combat the abyss. Within the passage, the faces of the delegation members reflected a blend of fatigue and exhilaration. Xiao Nian gazed at the Tridomain heart symbol in his hand, its tricolor glow resonating with the energy of the Ling Yan sword. He understood that this mission not only fulfilled the covenant as renewal, but also illuminated the true essence of legacy. It is not merely the preservation of the past, but rather an innovation born from guardianship and growth through collaboration. As the delegation emerged from the passage and returned to the station at the continent of Combat Chi, Xiao Chun, Xiao Mei, Xiao Zhan, and others awaited them. Xiao Nian hastened forward, presenting the documents of the Tridomain Accord and the Tridomain heart symbol to Xiao Chun. Father, we have succeeded. The Tridomain Accord has been renewed, and the Wanshu realm has awakened. Together, we shall repel the abyss. Xiao Chun received the documents and heart symbol, his eyes shimmering with pride. He lifted his gaze toward the ruins of Wanshu, where the radiant energies of the ancient array intertwined with the spiritual luminescence of the Lingxi realm and the imperial flames of the continent of Combat Chi, forming a bond that transcended domains. This bond not only connected the three realms, but also bridged the past and the future, intertwining guardianship and legacy. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the light at the passage station mingled with the evening glow. Xiao Chen, Xiao Mei, and Xiao Nian stood atop the station's observation deck, gazing in the direction of the sea of star domains. Xiao Nian softly remarked, Father, when the abyss invades a century from now, we shall surely prevail. Xiao Chen nodded, gently ruffling Xiao Nian's hair, his gaze resolute. Indeed, we shall triumph. For we possess the alliance of the three domains, the belief in our legacy, and the vibrant youth of your generation. You are the future of the sea of star domains, and the hope against the malevolent sources. From afar, the bell of the Imperial Flame Academy chimed, blending the laughter of children with the sounds of cultivators in training, painting a serene and vibrant tableau. The tale of Shao Chun and the Shao clan has evolved from guarding the continent of combat Qi to leading the Tri-Domain Alliance, and this cross-domain guardianship and legacy Shao. In a century's time, inscribe an even more magnificent and luminous chapter in the epic struggle against the abyss. Chapter 61. The Passage Ambush unfolds. Lingxi receives the initial alliance. In the mid-layer of the passage, a pale, blue spiritual energy light screen enveloped the figures of the delegation as they proceeded. On either side of the passage lay distorted, dark purple spatial turbulence, occasionally pierced by minute fragments of void that were automatically purified by the surface layer of spiritual energy. Holding the Lingyan sword, Xiao Yin stood at the forefront of the light screen, the effect of the spiritual energy enhancer still active, allowing him to distinctly sense the faint malevolent energy fluctuations emanating from deeper within the passage, significantly more potent than the remnants of the abyss, clearly indicating an organized intercepting force. All personnel remain vigilant. 3,000 miles ahead, there are malevolent energy fluctuations, approximately 30 in number, among which is the presence of a peak combat sovereign. Xiao Yin's voice resonated through the spiritual energy communicator, commanding, First group, deploy the celestial sword net. Second group, set up the poison flame formation. Third group, prepare for frontal defense with me. Deputy Commander, Xiao Yin, please oversee the flanks to prevent them from encircling us. Xiao Yin nodded, wind and thunder combat energy coalescing in his palm. Rest assured, the flanks are in my charge. You all hold the front against the initial wave of attacks. He leaped to the side of the light screen, imitating the flame dragon breaking void sword as it emanated a faint purple lightning glow, intertwining with spiritual energy to form a wind thunder spiritual energy blade, poised for a counterassault. A quarter of an hour later, 30 dark figures emerged from the depths of the passage. At the forefront was an evil general clad in dark golden malevolent armor. Wielding a long-handled blade embedded with evil crystals, the oppressive aura of a peak combat sovereign causing ripples across the surface of the light screen. Indeed, it was the bone-corroding evil general from the abyss. The delegation of the continent of combat Qi, seeking to flee to the Lingxi realm for an alliance? You shall first leave your lives behind. The evil general swung his blade, unleashing a black malevolent energy blade infused with corrosive effects, hurtling toward the light screen. Celestial sword net, hold. The first group of sword cultivators simultaneously struck with their swords, a pale silver sword aura intertwining to form a net. The blade of malevolent energy collided with the sword net, producing a sizzling sound of corrosion. Poison flamme formation, disperse. The second group of poison cultivators released a pale purple powder of poison flames, which, under the impetus of spiritual energy, transformed into flames that spread towards the evil cultivators. The poison flames, infused with spiritual energy, possessed a dual restraint against malevolent energy, incinerating the nearest evil cultivators with cries of agony. Flame Dragon Spiritual Energy Slash. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Yin concentrated all his late-stage combat king energy into the Lingyan sword. The pale red flames intermingling with the pale blue spiritual energy as the sword aura cleaved toward the bone, corroding evil general. The general raised his blade to counter. It was forcefully pushed back 3 steps, his eyes wide with incredulity. A mere combat king possesses such strength? Xiao Yin seized the moment to launch an assault from the flank, his wind thunder spiritual energy blade slashing toward the backs of 2 evil cultivators, who were caught off guard and purified by the spiritual energy and lightning. Do not become entangled with them. Break through the interception and swiftly reach the Lingxi realm, Xiao Yin shouted, as the light screen of the delegation began to accelerate. The sword cultivators and poison cultivators alternating in their attacks to suppress the counteroffensive of the evil cultivators. Seeing the interception was untenable. The bone-corroding evil general's eyes glinted with malice as the malevolent energy within him ignited. Malevolent energy, self-detonation. Even in death, I shall drag a few of you down with me. Xiao Yin's pupils constricted, and he promptly activated the Flame Dragon Void formation, the pale red formation enveloping the delegation, while simultaneously calling out to Xiao Yin, Deputy Commander Xiao Yin, erect a spiritual energy barrier to block the shockwave. Xiao Yin channeled his late-stage combat sovereign energy, merging spiritual energy with wind and thunder energy to form a faint purple barrier. Boom! The bone-corroding evil general self-detonated. The black malevolent energy shockwave surged toward the delegation, as the barrier in formation flared to life, firmly staving off the impact. While several cultivators were injured by the residual shock, the delegation remained largely unscathed and continued onward toward the Lingxi realm. Notification: the delegation successfully repelled the Abyss's interception. Xiao Yin's tactical command abilities have significantly improved. Side quest: Tri-Domain Alliance Progress Update. 15. obtained practical data on the restraint of spiritual energy against malevolent energy, which can optimize subsequent anti-demon weapon forging. Lingxi receives, establishing mutual trust before Crystal City. The exit of the passage opened into a forest suffused with pale, blue spiritual energy, where the trees appeared entirely transparent, with flowing spiritual energy coursing through their branches. And the ground was blanketed with soft spiritual energy moss, making each step feel like treading upon clouds. At the passage exit, 10 Lingxi cultivators clad in pale blue robes awaited, led by Lingxi's envoy Ling Shi, who radiated gentle spiritual energy. Her presence exuding no sense of oppression despite her mid-stage combat sovereign aura. Welcome, delegation of the continent of Combat Shi. I am Ling Shi, the envoy sent by the Lord of Lingxi Realm, here to await your arrival. Ling Shi slightly inclined her body, her movements graceful. The Lord of the Lingxi Realm had prepared a modest banquet in the Crystal Palace to welcome everyone. Please follow me, she said. Xiao Nian stepped forward to pay his respects, presenting the Lingxi grass seeds he had prepared in advance. Greetings, Miss Lingxi. I am Xiao Nian, the leader of the envoy. Here are the Lingxi grass seeds from the Duki continent. Though they lack the potency of those from the Lingxi realm, they contain energy resistant to domain fluctuations, and I hope they serve as a testament to the friendship between our two realms. Ling Shi accepted the seeds, her eyes brimming with delight. I never expected the Duki continent to cultivate Lingxi grass. This gift is truly precious, and the realm lord will undoubtedly appreciate it. She turned to lead the way, with Lingxi cultivators accompanying them on either side, introducing the sights of the Lingxi realm along the journey. At the end of the forest lay a city constructed from energy crystals, where the crystal buildings refracted a spectrum of colors in the sunlight. The inhabitants of Lingxi were mostly seen wielding energy tools, their lives flowing at a leisurely pace, infused with an atmosphere of tranquility. Within the Crystal Palace, the lord of the Lingxi realm, Ling Yuan, awaited at the entrance. Dressed in a light golden energy robe, his hair and beard were white, yet he radiated vitality, exuding a gentle and robust aura characteristic of a cultivator at the early stage of the martial emperor realm. Young friend Xiao Nian and Xiao Yan, your journey must have been arduous. A millennium ago, the Triple Realms Treaty was severed, and today, to renew our connection is indeed a fortuitous event for the realms of the Starry Sea. The banquet within was replete with Lingxi realm specialties. The energy rice porridge melted in the mouth, imbued with gentle energy. Crystal fruits were sweet and juicy, nourishing the sea of consciousness. And the energy tea exuded an enticing fragrance, alleviating the fatigue from traveling through the domain passage. During the feast, Ling Yuan inquired about the Duki continent's experiences in resisting demonic forces. Xiao Nian elaborated on their efforts against the Soul Palace, the Void Clan, and the remnants of the Demon Abyss, while Xiao Yin supplemented with technical details on anti-domain weaponry and formations. Ling Shi interjected occasionally with insights on the Lingxi realm's energy defense experiences, leading to a particularly harmonious exchange. The Duki continent's anti-domain expertise was precisely what the Lingxi realm required, while the Lingxi realm's energy technology could expedite the awakening of the Wanxi realm. Ling Yuan set down his teacup, his expression solemn. Regarding the alliance of the three realms, Lingxi realm proposed 3 points. First, to share energy and anti-domain technology, jointly developing anti-demonic weaponry. Second, to establish a temporary communication channel for real-time intelligence on the movements of the Demon Abyss. And third, to assist the Wanxi realm in its awakening. The three realms would convene at a later date in the Wanxi realm to formally establish the anti-demonic alliance. Xiao Nian and Xiao Yin exchanged glances, nodding in agreement. The proposal of Lord Ling Yuan aligns perfectly with the thoughts of the Duki continent. We have brought fragments of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron and a copy of the Wanxu Ancient Formation Key, and we are willing to assist the Wanxu realm in its awakening, jointly constructing the anti-demonic defense line. Just as negotiations with the Lingxi realm were progressing smoothly, Xiao Nian's communication jade slip suddenly illuminated, bearing an urgent message from Xiao Xiong of the Wanxu realm. The energy of the main node of the Wanxu Ancient Formation is insufficient, and the awakening progress has stagnated at 70. The main node requires high-level energy from the Lingxi realm for activation, and remnants of the Demon Abyss are sabotaging the energy transmission lines at the ruins. We request support. Xiao Nian promptly relayed the message to Lord Ling Yuan, who did not hesitate. Ling Shi immediately mobilized the Lingxi realm's energy transmission towers and used the temporary communication channel to transmit energy to the main node of the Wanxu realm. Furthermore, dispatch 10 energy cultivators to accompany the envoy to the Wanxu realm to assist in defending against the disruptions from the Demon Abyss. Ling Shi took her orders and departed. The energy communication array within the Crystal Palace swiftly activated, sending pale blue energy beams through the channel toward the Wanxu realm. Xiao Nian guided Xiao Xiong through the communication jade slip to adjust the reception frequency of the ancient formation. Uncle Xiao Xiong, energy transmission has commenced. Please have old MO adjust the energy interface of the main node to align with the direction of the communication array. Within the ruins of the Wansu realm, Xiao Xiong and old MO were leading cultivators in fending off an ambush from the demon abyss. Taking advantage of the halted awakening, the demonic cultivators attempted to destroy the energy transmission lines of the ancient formation. The leader of the demonic cultivators, the Soul Devourer at the peak of the Dozuan realm, relentlessly entwined the transmission lines with his malevolent energy chains. Wansu realm wishes to awaken? Not so easily. Today, I will ensure the ancient formation is utterly destroyed. Flame of the raging sun, Xiao Xiong struck the chains of the Soul Devourer with his fist, golden flames incinerating the malevolent energy. Seizing the opportunity, old MO adjusted the interface of the main node, and the pale blue energy beam accurately penetrated the node, causing the ancient formation's silvery glow to surge dramatically. With the awakening progress rapidly escalating from 70 to 90. Success! The energy transmission is effective. Seeing the tide turning, the Soul Devourer attempted to detonate the transmission line, but was intercepted by the arriving Lingxi cultivators. They unleashed their energy domain, encasing the demonic cultivators in a pale blue energy cage. Thank you for the support from the Lingxi realm. Xiao Xiong expressed his gratitude, and the Lingxi cultivators returned the gesture. With the alliance of the three realms imminent, mutual assistance is only fitting. Half an hour later, the awakening progress of the Wansu ancient formation reached 100. A blinding silver light erupted from the central node, casting a massive ethereal shadow of the ancient formation over the entire ruins, revealing the outline of the Wansu realm, an ancient city of the formation, where ancient formation masters clad in silver armor saluted in the direction of the Duki continent and the Lingxi realm. Ding! The Wansu realm has successfully awakened. An initial coordination among the three realms has been achieved. Side quest alliance of the three realms progress updated. 40. Gained ancient formation energy coordination technology, applicable for strengthening the anti-demonic defense line of the three realms. The news of the Wansu realm's awakening spread, filling the Crystal Palace with jubilation. Lord Ling Yuan promptly declared, in 3 days, we will hold a meeting of the three realms at the ancient formation square of the Wansu realm to formally sign the anti-demonic covenant. The Lingxi realm will bring the blueprints for the energy defense array. The Duki continent will present samples of anti-domain weaponry. And the Wansu realm will provide the ancient formation defense system, with all three parties collaboratively drafting an anti-demonic plan. In the following 2 days, the envoy and the cultivators of the Lingxi realm worked together to refine the details of the covenant, which included the following core content. 1. Organizational structure. Establish the anti-demonic alliance of the three realms, with a central command established by the Duki continent, Lingxi realm, and Wansu realm, each serving as a co-commander. With departments for intelligence, technology, and operations, each party assigning personnel to serve. 2. Resource sharing. The Lingxi realm will provide 1,000 energy crystals monthly. The Duki continent will supply 500 anti-evil pills monthly, and the Wansu realm will open its ancient formation library for shared access to anti-demonic technology and intelligence. 3. Defense deployment. Establish the three realms' joint defense fortress at the convergence point of the domain passages, with each party dispatching 100 Dozuan cultivators to guard, equipped with energy ancient formations and anti-domain weaponry to prevent ambushes from the demon abyss. 4. Emergency mechanism. Should any realm encounter a large-scale invasion from the demon abyss, they may request assistance through the emergency communication channel, with the other two realms required to dispatch reinforcements within 7 days to collectively resist. On the day the covenant was finalized, Lord Ling Yuan gifted the envoy 10 miniature energy transmission towers and a copy of detailed explanation of energy defense. In return, Xiao Yan presented fragments of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron and a demonic strategy atlas illustrated by Xiao Yan. The two parties exchanged tokens, symbolizing the formal establishment of friendship between their realms. Before departing for the Wansu realm, Xiao Yan stood on the terrace of the Crystal Palace, gazing at the energy forests of the Lingxi realm, his heart filled with reflection. From the initial trepidation upon leaving the Duki continent, to the bloody battles in the passage, and finally to the earnest hospitality of the Lingxi realm, he profoundly grasped the essence of the alliance. Not merely a one-sided demand, but a reciprocal trust and mutual aid. What are you pondering? Xiao Yan approached, offering a cup of energy tea. Thinking about the upcoming alliance in 3 days, Xiao Yan replied, accepting the cup. The great endeavor to resist demons that our forebears from a millennium ago could not complete will fall upon our generation. We cannot let them down. Xiao Yan nodded, gazing in the direction of the Wansu realm. Fear not, with the united efforts of the three realms, even if the demon abyss strikes again, we shall withstand it. Epilogue. The undercurrents of the demon abyss and the new path of the alliance. When the envoy and the Lingxi realms team arrived at the Wansu realm, Chief Xuyang had already led the ancient formation masters to await them in the ancient formation square. In the center of the square, the fragments of the fallen Emperor Cauldron, energy crystals, and ancient formation keys were arranged neatly, symbolizing the core tokens of the three realms. However, at the far end of the realm's starry sea, within the abyssal hall of the demon abyss, a cultivator clad in a black imperial robe gazed intently at the intelligence in his hand. His eyes filled with cold severity. An alliance of the three domains? How utterly presumptuous! Dispatch orders immediately to assemble the 13 evil generals of the demon abyss. In 3 months, we shall launch an assault on the Tridomain allied fortress and teach them a lesson. In the ancient array square, cultivators from the three domains were busily preparing the venue for the alliance meeting. Delicate hues of golden, azure, and silver energy intertwined, forming a tricolored luminescent barrier, symbolizing peace and the fight against evil. Underneath the luminous veil, Xiao Nian conversed with Ling Shi and Su Yu, a young ancient array master from the Void Realm, about strategies for combating evil. The three of them agreed to establish a cross-domain youth anti-demon team in the future to safeguard the peace of the realm's starry sea. Beep. The Tridomain Alliance preparations are complete. Side quest Tridomain Alliance progress updated. 60. Systems residual prompt before hibernation. The Demon Abyss has initiated preparations for a large-scale offensive. The three domains must expedite the signing of the Alliance Agreement, strengthen the defenses of the Allied Fortress, and cultivate a new generation of anti-demon forces to prepare for the impending conflict. Chapter 62. The Ancient Array Alliance Agreement of the Three Domains. Merging techniques to fortify the fortress. As the first rays of spiritual energy dawned, penetrating the clouds, they cascaded onto the tricolored altar at the center of the ancient array square. The altar was constructed from ancient array stones of the Void Realm, crystalline stones from Ling Shi, and imperial flame stones from the Duki continent, intricately engraved with a shared anti-demon totem of the three domains. The fallen emperor cauldron at its center, entwined by spiritual tendrils, with ancient array patterns encircling the periphery, symbolizing the symbiosis of energies among the three realms. On either side of the altar, the flags of the three domains fluttered in the wind. The flame dragon flag of the Duki continent, the spirit crystal flag of the Ling Shi realm, and the ancient array flag of the Void Realm, creating an atmosphere of solemnity throughout the square. At the third watch of the day, the leaders and core members of the three domains ascended the altar with measured steps. Xiao Chun donned the flame dragon imperial robe, cradling a shard of the fallen emperor cauldron in his hands. The master of the Lingyuan realm wore a light golden robe of spiritual energy, with a fist-sized core of spiritual energy levitating in his palm. The leader of the Void Realm was clad in silver-white ancient array battle armor, with the master key of the Void Realm hanging at his waist. As the three stood firmly, cultivators from the three domains bowed in unison, their voices resounding throughout the square. We welcome the leaders of the three domains. May the Tridomain Alliance stand united against the Demon Abyss. The master of the Lingyuan realm stepped forward first, embedding the spiritual core into the central recess of the altar. A millennium ago, our ancestors forged an alliance with their blood to combat the Demon Abyss. Today, we carry forth their legacy with spiritual energy as our testament, vowing to join hands with the Duki continent and the Void Realm to safeguard the tranquility of the realm's starry sea. The moment the spiritual core was embedded, a pale blue energy surged along the totem patterns, activating the first layer of defense of the altar. The leader of the Void Realm then inserted the master key into the recess. The silver-white ancient array energy intertwined with the spiritual energy, igniting the second layer of the totem's brilliance. The Void Realm has slumbered for a millennium, yet we have never forgotten our duty to combat evil. Today, grounded in ancient arrays, we shall provide defensive support for the Tridomain Alliance, ensuring that the evil tide of the Demon Abyss cannot encroach even a step further. Finally, Xiao Chun placed the shard of the fallen Emperor Cauldron into the recess, infusing it with orange-red imperial flame energy, fully merging the three layers of energy. Atop the altar, a colossal tricolored luminescent barrier manifested, within which the phantoms of the ancestors from a millennium ago were mirrored, their movements synchronizing with those of the current leaders. As if a legacy transcending time was echoed. The Duki continent has wielded the imperial flame as its blade, fighting against evil to this day. Today, we ally with Ling Shi and the Void Realm, vowing to share anti-demon technologies and construct a defensive line to eradicate the malevolent origins of the Demon Abyss. In unison, the three stretched out their hands, palms facing each other, and three streams of energy converged into a Tridomain anti-demon seal, inscribed upon a scroll woven from strands of spiritual energy, ancient array paper, and imperial flame fabric. The contents of the agreement were collectively penned by the scribes of the three domains, divided into 3 copies, one for the Void Realm, one for the Lingxi realm, and one to return to the Duki continent. The Tridomain Anti-Demon Alliance is officially established today, with Xiao Chen's proclamation. The tricolored luminescent barrier above the square erupted into a cascade of shimmering light, raining down upon every cultivator present. The light contained the energies of the 3 domains, offering not only a temporary enhancement of their cultivation, but also facilitating a resonance of spiritual energy among cultivators, aiding tactical communication during cross-domain collaboration. Beep. The Tri-Domain Anti-Demon Agreement has been officially signed. Side Quest Tri-Domain Alliance Progress Updated. 80. Unlocking the effect of Tri-Domain Energy Resonance. When collaborating in battle across domains, combat power is increased by 15, and defense is enhanced by 20. Following the conclusion of the Alliance meeting, the 3 domains promptly initiated the construction of the Tri-Domain Allied Fortress. The fortress was strategically located at the Star Sea platform, where the realm's passageways converged. This site serves as an energy nexus for the 3 domains, capable of harnessing natural energies to strengthen defenses and facilitate rapid support to any domain's passageway. The project was spearheaded by specialized personnel from each domain, with clear divisions of labor. Void Realm, led by the leader of the Void Realm, Su Yang. 100 ancient array masters were tasked with using the master array of the Void Realm as a blueprint to establish a 9-turn allied defense array around the Star Sea platform. The array consists of 9 layers, each corresponding to a specific defensive function. The first layer is a warning array, the second layer is a disorientation array, the third layer is a sealing array, and the 9th layer is a self-destruct array, with each layer as core powered by ancient array stones and spiritual energy crystals. Ling Shi Realm. Ling Shi led the spiritual energy masters to construct a spiritual energy transmission network within the allied fortress, embedding thousands of spiritual energy conduits and connecting 10 large spiritual energy towers. These towers could absorb stray spiritual energy from the realm space, converting it into the energy required for defense, while also establishing a spiritual energy medical room within the fortress to expedite the healing of injured cultivators, enhancing the efficiency of recovery by 30 compared to the medicinal pills of the Duki continent. Duki continent. Xiao Yin led the artificers to merge the anti-domain technologies of the Duki continent with spiritual energy and ancient arrays to develop tri-domain fusion weapons. Imperial Flame Ancient Array Crossbow. The crossbow body is crafted from ancient array stones, the bowstring woven from spiritual energy threads, and the arrows coated with Imperial Flame, capable of penetrating the evil domains of Do Zun-level corrupted cultivators, with a range of 1,000 Zhang. Sealing Evil Spiritual Energy Shield. The shield surface is engraved with ancient array patterns. Upon infusing spiritual energy, it can unfold a pale blue protective barrier, simultaneously defending against evil energy and spatial turbulence. Imperial Flame Ancient Array Cannon. Utilizing the shard of the fallen Emperor Cauldron as the core, filled with a mixture of spiritual energy and Imperial Flame, a single shot can obliterate an evil formation composed of 10 Do Zun-level corrupted cultivators. Throughout the construction process, the intricate details of cross-domain technological integration were filled with a warm spirit of collaboration. Elder Mo and the ancient array master Su He from the Void Realm adjusted the angles of the array cores. Although the ancient array's spatial ceiling was formidable, it lacked direct countermeasures against evil energy. By incorporating shards of the fallen Emperor Cauldron into the array cores, they could achieve dual effects of sealing space and countering evil energy. Su He nodded, retrieving an ancient array chisel, carefully carving grooves into the core stone. After embedding the shard, they indeed discovered a 25 enhancement in the ancient array's counter-evil effectiveness. Ling Yu, a spiritual energy master from Ling Shi, collaborated with Elder Li, an alchemist from the Duki continent, to improve spiritual energy healing. Although spiritual energy healing was swift, its effectiveness against evil toxins was limited. By mixing anti-evil pill powder into the spiritual energy, they could simultaneously heal wounds and detoxify. The two ground the anti-evil pills into powder, integrating them into the spiritual energy conduits, and during testing, they found that the recovery speed of cultivators afflicted by evil toxins accelerated to double the previous rate. Xiao Yin, alongside Su Yu, the granddaughter of the leader of the Void Realm, fine-tuned the Imperial Flame Ancient Array Cannon. If the ancient array patterns at the cannon's mouth could be widened by half an inch, it would allow the Imperial Flame energy to be released more evenly, increasing its range by an additional 200 Zhang. Su Yu produced an array pattern brush, using spiritual energy to precisely modify the patterns. After adjustments, the cannon's mouth indeed expelled a longer orange-red energy beam, with its power consequently enhanced. At this pace, the allied fortress would be operational within a month. Xiao Yin stood atop the watchtower of the fortress, gazing at the bustling cultivators below, her heart brimming with exhilaration. Ling Shi and Su Yu approached her, with Ling Shi presenting a spiritual energy assessment report. The fortress's spiritual energy reserves had reached 80. And the fusion tests of the ancient arrays and weapons had been completed at 70, in no more than 20 days. They would be ready for a full fortress defense drill. Su Yu added, "We have also established a zone of evil energy traps around the allied fortress, embedding ancient array triggering devices within the traps. Should any evil cultivator draw near, the sealing array will automatically activate to ensnare them. Xiaoyan nodded and retrieved the spiritual communicator. I will report our progress to Uncle Chun and the Lord of Lingyuan to reassure them. Additionally, our cross-domain Young Anti-Demon Squad should commence training, utilizing the defensive facilities of the Joint Defense Fortress for practical combat simulations. On the 20th day of the fortress's construction, the warning formation outside suddenly illuminated with a faint red alert. The energy fluctuations from the formations I indicated that 5 demon cultivators of the Dozun level were approaching the fortress at an alarming speed. Evidently spies dispatched by the Abyss of Demons to scout the defensive layout. Cross-domain Young Anti-Demon Squad, assemble. Xiao Nian commanded through the spiritual communicator, and the squad members swiftly gathered. Xiao Yang from the Xiao clan of the Duki continent, Ling Feng from the Lingxi realm, Su Xing from the Wanchu realm, along with Xiao Nian, Ling Shi, and Su Yu, forming an emergency team responsible for eliminating the spies. According to the warning formations display, the spies were located 30 li west of the fortress in the Chaotic Flow Valley, where the spatial instability provided an ideal cover for their reconnaissance. Su Yu accessed an ancient formation map and pointed out the location of the Chaotic Flow Valley, noting that there were 3 remnants of ancient formations within, which could be utilized to set up an ambush. Ling Shi added, I will use spiritual energy to mask our presence, while Ling Feng will infiltrate to locate the spies. Su Xing will activate the remnants of the ancient formation to trap them, and Xiao Nian and Xiao Yang will launch a direct attack, with me providing support. The team quickly arrived at the Chaotic Flow Valley, where the air was indeed thick with distorted spatial currents. The 5 spies, clad in dark demonic armor, crouched behind a massive boulder, peering through dark energy telescopes towards the direction of the Joint Defense Fortress. Ling Feng shimmered with a soft blue aura of spiritual energy, seamlessly blending into the air as he approached, conjuring a spiritual energy blade aimed at one spy's back. Now, Xiao Yin commanded, and Su Xing formed hand seals, causing the remnants of the ancient formation within the valley to illuminate, wrapping the 5 spies in a faint silver barrier, creating a cage. It's a trap. The leader of the spies reacted quickly, gathering dark energy into a blade to cleave through the cage, but Xiao Yang had already charged forward, striking him in the chest with the flame dragon fist, causing the demon cultivator to spew forth a mouthful of black blood. Seizing the opportunity, Ling Feng launched his attack, the spiritual energy blade slicing towards the necks of 2 spies, who were caught off guard and purified by the energy. The remaining 2 spies attempted to self-destruct, but Ling Shi immediately unleashed a spiritual energy domain, suppressing their dark energy and preventing the self-detonation. Yield, Xiao Nian declared, brandishing the spiritual flame sword, its tip pressed against the throat of the last spy. What is the Abyss of Demons sending you to do? When will the 13 demon generals launch their assault? A glimmer of malice flashed in the spy's eyes as he attempted to bite down on a hidden poison tooth. But Ling Feng swiftly sealed his jaw with spiritual energy, refusing to speak. We possess a mind-reading technique. Even if you remain silent, we will uncover the truth within your consciousness. Through the mind-reading technique, the squad learned that the 13 demon generals had gathered, leading 5,000 demon cultivators, planning to launch an assault at the midnight hour 3 days hence, exploiting the weaknesses of the Eastern Energy Tower of the Joint Defense Fortress before its completion, aiming to destroy the energy supply system and incapacitate the fortress's defenses. This is dire. The assault is set for 3 days from now. Xiao Nian immediately relayed the intelligence back to the fortress. Uncle Chun, Lord of Lingyuan, and Chief Su Yang. The 13 demon generals will attack at midnight 3 days from now, targeting the Eastern Energy Tower. Beep. The cross-domain Young Anti-Demon Squad successfully eliminated the Abyss of Demon spies and obtained crucial intelligence. Side quest, 3-Domain Alliance Progress Update, 85. The squad members' collaborative abilities have significantly improved, unlocking the squad tactics optimization effect, enhancing coordination in subsequent practical combat by 25. Upon receiving the intelligence, the leaders of the 3 domains convened an emergency meeting in the command room of the Joint Defense Fortress. Xiao Qin scrutinized the spy's confessions, his brow furrowed. Among the 13 demon generals, 3 are at the peak of Dozun, while the remaining 10 are at the late stage of Dozun. Among the 5,000 demon cultivators, there are also 100 dark energy assassins. The Eastern Energy Tower is currently the weakest link. Its energy transmission pipes have yet to be fully reinforced. If destroyed, the entire fortress's defenses will collapse. Lord of Lingyuan pondered for a moment. The Lingxi realm will immediately dispatch 20 spiritual energy masters with spare energy towers to complete the reinforcement of the Eastern Tower within 3 days, while also arranging spiritual energy barriers around it. Even if the demon cultivators breach the outer defenses, it will buy us time. Chief Su Yang added. The Wanchu realm will send an additional 50 ancient formation masters to establish 3 layers of sealing formations around the Eastern Tower, reinforcing the formations with fragments of the fallen emperor's cauldron to ensure that dark energy cannot approach the tower. Furthermore, We will activate the fortress's emergency ancient formation. Should the eastern tower come under attack, the other 8 layers of formations will automatically provide support. Xiao Chun concluded the deployment. The Duki continent will assign 100 Dozun cultivators to guard the eastern tower area. Xiao Yin will lead the artifact masters to prioritize the placement of the completed Spiritual Flame Ancient Crossbow and the Emperor Flame Ancient Cannon at the eastern tower. Xiao Yin's young squad will act as a mobile unit, responsible for patrolling the perimeter of the eastern tower. Should they detect any traces of demon cultivators, they must report immediately. After the meeting, the Joint Defense Fortress entered a state of Level 1 combat readiness, mobilizing all cultivators from the 3 domains, spiritual energy masters, working tirelessly to reinforce the eastern energy tower, wrapping the energy conduits with 3 layers of spiritual energy crystals, embedding the base with spiritual energy cores to enhance resistance to attacks. Ancient formation masters, digging formation pits around the eastern tower, embedding ancient formation stones and fragments of the fallen emperor's cauldron, establishing a warning formation point every 100 zhong to create a dense defense network. Artifact masters, accelerating weapon mass production, positioning the spiritual flame ancient crossbow on the arrow tower of the eastern tower, and placing the Emperor Flame Ancient Cannon in the square in front of the tower, aiming at potential attack directions of the demon cultivators. Battle cultivators, divided into 3 shifts to guard the eastern tower area, with Dozun cultivators forming an emergency squad, prepared to respond to any sudden situations, while the young squad patrols within a 10-li radius of the eastern tower on their spiritual energy mounts, leaving no dark energy fluctuations unchecked. While leading the patrol, Xiao Nian encountered Xiao Mei, who had come to provide support. Xiao Mei handed Xiao Nian a light blue soft water spiritual energy talisman. This was specially crafted by your mother for your squad. In times of danger, shatter it to deploy a soft water energy shield that can withstand attacks from peak Dozun cultivators. Remember, in actual combat, protect yourselves well and trust your teammates. The hope of the 3 domains lies not only in us, but also in your generation. Xiao Nian accepted the talisman, bowing solemnly. Mother, rest assured, we will not let the 3 domains down. He turned back to the squad, distributing the talismans to the team members. This is a protective talisman from the Do Emperor Xiao Mei. Keep it close. The battle 3 days hence would mark our squad's first official battle, as well as the inaugural conflict for the 3-domain alliance. We must emerge victorious. The team members echoed in unison. With Ling Feng tightening his grip on the spiritual energy blade, I will keep a watchful eye on every corner to prevent demon cultivators from approaching the eastern tower. Su Xing thumped his chest in assurance. My control of the ancient formations will be flawless. I will surely trap the demon cultivators. Xiao Yang raised his flame dragon fist. I will confront the demon cultivators head-on, buying time for everyone. As the sun set, the spiritual energy radiance of the eastern energy tower intertwined with the silver glow of the ancient formations and the orange-red brilliance of the domain weapons, illuminating the eastern region of the Joint Defense Fortress as though it were midday. In the distant spatial realm, the oppressive force of the gathering demon cultivators from the abyss of demons could be faintly felt, yet within the fortress, the cultivators of the 3 domains felt no fear, only determination. They understood that this battle was not merely about the safety of the Joint Defense Fortress. It was about the future of the 3-domain alliance and the peace of the cosmic realms. Beep. The Level 1 combat readiness deployment of the 3-domain Joint Defense Fortress has been completed. Side quest. 3-domain alliance progress update. 90. System's last reminder before entering sleep mode. Among the 13 demon generals of the Abyss of Demons, the Blood Slaughter General excels in energy corrosion. The Spatial General can manipulate spatial turbulence, and the Self-Detonation General can initiate large-scale energy explosions. Targeted strategies must be devised, with a focus on preventing surprise attacks from these 3 generals. As the midnight bell tolled at the Joint Defense Fortress, only 3 hours remained until the Abyss of Demons would strike. Xiao Chun, Ling Yuan, and Su Yang stood on the lookout platform of the Eastern Tower, gazing towards the direction of the dimensional passage, the tokens in their hands radiating warmth. The fallen Emperor's cauldron, spiritual energy core, and ancient formation keys shimmered simultaneously, as if resonating with the resolve of the cultivators from the 3 domains. Are we ready? Xiao Chun inquired. Ready. Ling Yuan and Xu Yang responded in unison. The 3 shared a knowing smile, their eyes brimming with trust. Chapter 63. At the midnight hour, the battle drums resound across the starry sea. The 3 emperors unite to vanquish the 3 evils. In the domain of the starry sea, at the stroke of midnight, the inky sky was speckled with myriad flickering points of spiritual energy. However, the eastern spiritual energy tower of the Tri-Domain Defense Fort was shrouded in an atmosphere of grim foreboding. A pale blue barrier of spiritual energy shimmered faintly, while the silver-white patterns of the 3-layered ceiling array flowed across the ground. The ancient spiritual flame crossbow atop the arrow tower had been drawn to its full tension, and the ancient imperial flame cannon was aimed towards the east, its muzzle glowing like a volcano poised to erupt. Just a quarter of an hour remained until midnight. Xiao Yin patrolled near the early warning array surrounding the eastern tower, riding his spirit feather beast. The spiritual communicator crackled with Xiao Yan's orders. Attention, all combat units. The forces of the evil cultivators may launch a surprise attack from the east-northeast at a 30-degree angle. The spatial turbulence in that area is relatively weak, making it easier for them to form their formations. Immediately, Xiao Yin adjusted his patrol route and flew towards the east-northeast direction. As the hooves of the spirit feather beast struck the ground, pale blue spiritual energy surged forth, igniting the ice stone of the early warning array and weaving an invisible net of reconnaissance. Suddenly, one of the outermost ice stones erupted with blinding red light, and dark purple ripples spread across the distant domain space. The vanguard of the demonic abyss cultivators had breached the spatial barrier and was charging towards the defense fort. The evil cultivators were upon them. From the east-northeast, approximately 500 emerged, all at the preliminary stage of the battle sovereign. Xiao Yin's voice echoed through the communicator, reaching every corner of the defense fort. The evil cultivators are here. The spiritual masters atop the eastern tower's arrow platform immediately activated their weapons. Ancient spiritual flame crossbow. Open fire. Dozens of crossbow bolts, enveloped in imperial flames, shot forth like meteors, striking true against the leading evil cultivators. As the corrupted realm of the evil cultivators made contact with the imperial flames, they were instantaneously purified, the bolts piercing through their bodies and pinning them to the void. Yet, the subsequent waves of evil cultivators surged like a tide, wielding malevolent weapons as their dark blades slashed at the spiritual barrier, sending ripples across its surface. Ancient imperial flame cannons, prepare to fire. Target the clustered evil cultivators. Xiao Yin stood on the command platform of the eastern tower, waving the command flag. 3 ancient imperial flame cannons roared simultaneously, unleashing pillars of orange-red energy that surged forth like mighty dragons, exploding amidst the ranks of the evil cultivators. The shockwave rippled outward, engulfing hundreds of them, their malevolent energy igniting in the imperial flames with a sizzling sound. Within the span of mere moments, the vanguard had suffered catastrophic losses. Who could have imagined the defenses of the Tridomains to be so formidable? Behind the ranks of evil cultivators, the blood-slaughter evil general gripped his blood-soaked, long-handled blade, a glint of ferocity flashing in his eyes. Spatial evil general, use your turbulence to disrupt their ancient formations. Self-destruct evil general, lead your death warriors to charge and shatter the spiritual barrier. Upon hearing this, the spatial evil general formed hand seals, his body radiating dark purple spatial energy. Suddenly, the space around the eastern tower twisted. The eye stones of the early warning array began to malfunction, and some of the ceiling array's patterns even cracked. Ha ha ha! Without your ancient formations and spiritual barriers, you are but lambs awaiting slaughter. Xu Yang, the leader, immediately rallied the ancient formation masters to repair the damage. Everyone, channel your ancient formation energy into the fragments of the fallen Emperor Cauldron to stabilize the eye stones. Pale golden imperial flame energy surged forth from the fragments, intertwining with the silver-white ancient formation energy, reconnecting the severed patterns and gradually diminishing the extent of spatial distortion. You think you can breach my ancient formation? It won't be that easy. With a furious roar, Xu Yang unleashed a brilliant burst of energy from the ceiling array, trapping dozens of nearby evil cultivators, swiftly suppressing the malevolent energy within the array. The self-destruct evil general led 100 death warriors, their bodies enveloped in black self-destruct energy, charging towards the spiritual barrier. For Lord of the Demonic Abyss, kill. Lingxi immediately mobilized the spiritual masters to maximize the energy of the barrier while deploying spiritual thorns in front of it. The pale blue spiritual energy coalesced into sharp spikes, and as the death warriors reached the thorns, their bodies were pierced by the spikes. The self-destruct energy, suppressed by the spiritual force, could not fully detonate, resulting in only weak explosions. The first wave of the assault was thwarted. Xiao Yin let out a sigh of relief, only to hear Xiao Chen's urgent warning through the communicator. Be careful. The main force of the 13 evil generals is approaching. In the distance, 12 dark figures floated in the domain space, exuding a pressure greater than that of late battle sovereigns, with a blood-slaughter evil general at the center, his aura reaching the pinnacle of the battle sovereign level. Behind them, over 4,000 evil cultivators formed the evil slaughter formation, dark purple malevolent energy coalescing into a colossal illusory evil dragon, surging towards the defense fort. Alert! The main forces of the demonic abyss have launched an attack. The Tridomain defense fort has entered full defensive mode. Update on the Tridomain Alliance side quest, 92. The resonance effect of Tridomain energy has been triggered, temporarily enhancing the combat power of all cultivators by 15. Brother Xiao Chun, the corrosive malevolent energy of the blood slaughter evil general is yours to purify with your imperial flames. I will suppress the turbulence of the spatial evil general, while the death warriors of the self-destruct evil general will be ensnared by my ancient formation. Let's collaborate with precision. The voice of Ling Yuan, the lord of the Ling Yuan realm, resonated across the battlefield, and the three simultaneously unleashed their domains. Xiao Qian's Flame Dragon 8 combining Imperial Domain unfolded first. The orange-red Imperial flames surging towards the Blood Slaughter Evil General. Blood Slaughter Evil General, your corrosive malevolent energy is utterly powerless against my Imperial flames. The Blood Slaughter Evil General swung his blade to deflect, but the corrosive energy met the Imperial flames and was incinerated in an instant. Impossible. How can your flames counter my malevolent energy? Disbelief filled the Blood Slaughter's eyes as he attempted to retreat, only to find himself firmly locked within the Imperial Flame domain. Meanwhile, Ling Yuan expanded his spiritual energy domain, the pale blue energy forming a fine net that enveloped the space around the Eastern Tower. The turbulence controlled by the spatial evil general met the spiritual energy, calming like a flood against a dam. Old Ghost Ling Yuan, do you dare to disrupt my plans? The spatial evil general leaped into the air, gathering a blade of spatial energy in his hand, aiming to strike Ling Yuan. Unflinching, Ling Yuan summoned a barrier of spiritual energy, and when the spatial blade struck it, the attack was effortlessly neutralized. Xiang's ancient formation domain enveloped the self-destruct evil general and his death warriors, the silver-white ancient patterns ensnaring them. Self-destruct evil general, your death warriors within my ancient formation will have no opportunity to self-destruct. The self-destruct evil general attempted to initiate his self-detonation, but found the malevolent energy within him suppressed by the ancient formation, rendering him powerless. Despicable. If you dare, face me in a fair fight. Xiang chuckled coldly, and spikes erupted within the ancient formation, piercing through each death warrior one by one. While the self-destruct evil general was immobilized by the energy of the formation, unable to move, the clash between the three emperors and the three evil generals unfolded like a dance of luminescent streams above the Eastern Tower. Xiao Qian's flame dragon breaking illusion sword severed the Blood Slaughter evil general's arm, the imperial flames flooding into the wound, swiftly purging the corrosive malevolent energy. Ling Yuan's spiritual energy whip ensnared the spatial evil general's body, the spiritual force surging through, temporarily sealing his spatial abilities. Meanwhile, Xiang activated the ancient formation, ensnaring the self-destruct evil general, the energy within the formation compressing continuously, eliciting desperate roars from the self-destruct evil general. Brothers, our leaders are fighting valiantly ahead. We cannot lag behind. Xiao Yin rallied 100 battle sovereign cultivators, forming the Flame Dragon formation, charging towards the main force of the evil cultivators. The spiritual masters of the Lingxi realm provided support from behind, their spiritual beams acting as healing tendrils, swiftly mending the wounds of the injured cultivators. The ancient formation masters from the Wanshu realm continually adjusted the sealing array, trapping the evil cultivators that had breached their defenses one by one. Just as the main battlefield was embroiled in fierce combat, Xiao Yan's spiritual communicator suddenly blared with a warning from Shiyue. Captain Xiao Yan, a small contingent of evil cultivators is launching a surprise attack on the core conduit of the Eastern Spiritual Energy Tower. They have circled around to the back of the tower and are sabotaging the energy interfaces. Xiao Yan's heart sank. The core conduit was the energy nexus of the spiritual tower. If it were to be compromised, the entire tower's supply of spiritual energy would be interrupted, rendering the ancient imperial flame cannons and spiritual barriers powerless. Ling Feng, Xu Xing, Xiaoyang, follow me to the back of the tower. We must protect the core conduit. The four swiftly rode their spirit feather beasts around to the rear of the eastern tower. There, they beheld over a dozen evil cultivators assaulting the conduit with malevolent energy weapons, cracks already appearing in the energy interfaces, pale blue spiritual energy leaking incessantly. Leading them was a mid-stage battle sovereign known as the Bone-Corroding Lieutenant, wielding a malevolent energy axe that shimmered with a corrosive glow. Ha! Once the conduits are destroyed, your defenses will crumble, commanded Xiao Yan. Ling Feng, infiltrate the enemy's rear and strike them with your spirit blade. Su Xing, ensnare the malevolent cultivators with the ancient formation to prevent their escape. Xiao Yang, engage them head-on to draw their attention while I repair the conduit interface. The four acted in unison as Xiao Yin swiftly issued her orders. Ling Feng was enveloped in a soft blue aura, blending seamlessly into the shadows as he maneuvered behind the evil cultivators. With a swift strike from his spirit blade, two of the malevolent cultivators were caught off guard, their bodies purified by the essence of spirit energy. Meanwhile, Su Xing deployed a miniature sealing formation, its silvery patterns ensnaring the remaining malevolent cultivators. They attempted to break free, but were restrained by the formation's oppressive energy. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Yang charged forward, delivering a devastating blow with his flame dragon fist to the chest of the Bone Corrosion Lieutenant, causing him to spew forth a mouthful of black blood as his axe handle clattered to the ground. Xiao Yin then produced a spirit energy repair agent, meticulously applying it to the cracks in the conduit, while simultaneously channeling her own energy into the interface. The soft blue energy surged through the conduit once more, reigniting the ancient cannon atop the tower. The repair was successful. The conduit was secured. Realizing the tide had turned, the bone corrosion lieutenant attempted to self-destruct. But Xiao Yin pierced his dantian with her spirit flame sword. Your self-detonation is futile against the spirit flame. The lieutenant's body ignited in the emperor flame, reduced to nothing but ash. Beep. The cross-domain young anti-demon squad has successfully safeguarded the core conduit, ensuring a stable supply of spirit energy. Side quest, 3 Domains Alliance progress updated, 95. The squad has earned the title of Core Guardian, granting them priority access to resources from the 3 domains. With the crisis of the core conduit averted, the situation on the main battlefield began to clarify. The Blood Fiend General had his left arm severed by Xiao Chen's Emperor Flame, the corrosive dark energy fully purified, forcing him to retreat in disarray. The Spatial Fiend was ensnared by Ling Yuan's spirit energy, sealing his spatial abilities and rendering him a lamb for slaughter, ultimately falling to the combined might of the spirit energy practitioners. The self-destructing evil general met his end as Su Yang harnessed energy within the ancient formation, his body collapsing entirely. With 3 core evil generals lost, the malevolent army became like headless flies, the evil fiend formation crumbling alongside it. Seizing the moment, Xiao Yin led the Flame Dragon formation in a counterattack, the assault from the Spirit Flame Ancient Crossbow and the Emperor Flame Ancient Cannon intensifying, inflicting heavy casualties upon the evil cultivators. The remaining foes attempted to flee, only to find themselves surrounded by the practitioners of the 3 domains. Surrender, and you shall not be harmed. Xiao Chen's voice echoed across the battlefield through the Emperor Flame domain. Seeing the inevitable defeat, some malevolent cultivators laid down their weapons in surrender, while the defiant ones were thoroughly purified by the practitioners of the 3 domains. Half an hour later, tranquility returned to the battlefield. The void surrounding the East Spirit Tower was littered with the corpses of evil cultivators and shattered dark energy weapons, as soft blue spirit energy intertwined with the orange-red of the Emperor Flame, purifying the lingering dark energy. After the battle, the leaders and core members of the 3 domains convened in the command room of the Joint Defense Fortress for a debriefing. Xiao Chun, glancing over the casualty report, frowned slightly. In this battle, we suffered 300 casualties among our ranks, including 120 from the Fighting Spirit Continent, 80 from the Spirit Dawn Realm, and 100 from the 10,000 Ruins Realm. The malevolent forces suffered 4,500 casualties, with 500 surrendering. We have essentially decimated the main forces of 13 evil generals, but the Blood Fiend General and some malevolent cultivators have escaped, and we must remain vigilant in the future. The Lord of Ling Yuan nodded, producing a spirit energy detection report. Though the core conduit of the Spirit Tower has been repaired, there remains some leakage of spirit energy. The Spirit Dawn Realm will dispatch spirit energy practitioners to complete a comprehensive inspection within 3 days. Simultaneously, we will enhance the development of spirit energy weapons to improve the efficacy of their synergy with the Emperor Flame and the Ancient Formations. Chief Su Yang added, the Ancient Formations played a crucial role in this battle, yet we still face shortcomings against the chaotic onslaught of the Spatial Fiend. The 10,000 Ruins Realm will research a spatial stabilization ancient formation to be deployed around the Joint Defense Fortress to prevent similar situations from arising in the future. As a representative of the young squad, Xiao Yin also participated in the meeting. This battle has revealed that the malevolent cultivators excel at rear assaults. I propose we establish a 3-dimensional early warning formation around the Joint Defense Fortress, monitoring from the air, ground, and spatial dimensions. Additionally, we should enhance the mobility training of the young squad to improve their response capabilities to unforeseen situations. In conclusion, Xiao Chun stated, this victory marks the first significant triumph for the 3 Domains Alliance, demonstrating the feasibility of our collaborative efforts against the demons. However, we must remain acutely aware that the Demon Abyss Emperor has yet to make his move, and future battles will be even more arduous. Moving forward, we must focus on 3 key tasks. First, to repair the defense facilities of the Joint Defense Fortress and bolster our defense capabilities. Second, to enhance technological integration across the 3 domains to develop more powerful anti-demon weaponry. And third, to cultivate the younger generation of anti-demon forces, empowering them to become the backbone of our future endeavors. Following the conclusion of the meeting, the practitioners of the Joint Defense Fortress commenced the post-battle reconstruction. The spirit energy practitioners of the Spirit Dawn Realm repaired the Spirit Tower and the conduits. The ancient formation masters of the 10,000 Ruins Realm mended the damaged formations, while the alchemists of the Fighting Spirit Continent tended to the wounded practitioners. Xiao Yan led her squad members in clearing the battlefield of residual dark energy weapons, collecting usable materials for subsequent weapon development. As the sun set once more, The spirit energy radiance of the East Spirit Tower intertwined with the silver patterns of the ancient formations and the orange-red glow of the Emperor Flame, creating a breathtaking spectacle. The practitioners of the three domains stood beneath this luminous curtain, their faces illuminated with the joy of victory and steadfast resolve for the future. They understood that this victory was merely the beginning. Greater challenges lay ahead, but as long as the three domains alliance remained united and the younger generation flourished, they would undoubtedly vanquish the demon abyss and safeguard the peace of the cosmic realms. Beep. Victory in the defense of the three domains joint fortress has been achieved. Side quest, three domains alliance progress updated. 98. System sleep mode reminder. The Demon Abyss Emperor has sensed the failure of the 13 evil generals and is amassing the main forces of the Demon Abyss. Projected to launch a large-scale invasion within a year. The three domains must expedite their preparations against the demons, particularly regarding the enhancement of Emperor-level combat strength and the formation of a cross-domain coalition. Chapter 64. Establishing the Coalition Defense Line. Resonating the Imperial Seal to enhance combat power. In the command room of the three domains joint defense fortress, the remnants of the battle's smoke lingered in the air, now thick with a sense of urgency for preparation. Xiao Chun, the Lord of Ling Yuan, and Chief Su Yang gathered around a massive star map of the domains. The location of the Demon Abyss realm was marked in a striking dark red, surrounded by dozens of small black dots indicating the strongholds of the evil cultivators. This distribution of the Demon Abyss forces was compiled from the testimonies of captured foes and reconnaissance, while the central point of the star map, the evil prison city, served as the core layer of the Demon Abyss Emperor, exuding an oppressive aura of late-stage Emperor pressure. The Demon Abyss Emperor had ordered the blockade of all exits from the Demon Abyss realm. According to prisoner confessions, he was constructing evil prison warships capable of carrying thousands of malevolent cultivators, armed with main cannons of dark energy potent enough to breach the defenses of an ordinary emperor. Pointing to the location of the evil prison city on the star map, Xiao Chun spoke gravely. We have only 1 year. We must form a truly cross-domain coalition and enhance our Emperor-level combat strength. Otherwise, we will be unable to withstand the main forces of the Demon Abyss. The Lord of Ling Yuan nodded, producing a spirit energy detection report. The reconnaissance spirit feathers from the Spirit Dawn realm have pinpointed the bone corrosion mine on the edge of the Demon Abyss realm, where dark energy crystals are being extracted at an alarming rate. These crystals are the core energy source for the evil prison warships. If we can sever their supply lines, we can slow their shipbuilding efforts. Chief Su Yang then unfurled a blueprint of an ancient formation. The ancient texts of the 10,000 Ruins realm record that the original three domains alliance once created a cross-domain defense formation, which could converge the energies of the three domains into a protective anti-demon canopy. However, this requires the anti-demon Imperial Seal as the focal point. This seal is believed to be hidden within the Imperial Seal tomb of the 10,000 Ruins realm. But the tomb is fortified with ancient prohibitions that require the combined energies of the three domains to unravel. The three exchanged glances, swiftly reaching a consensus. First, to establish a cross-domain coalition. Second, to seek the anti-demon Imperial Seal to enhance our Emperor-level combat strength. And simultaneously send a vanguard to scout the bone corrosion mine and the progress of the evil prison warships. With these three strategies, we shall prepare for the decisive battle a year hence. 3 days later, a conference was held at the Joint Defense Fortress to establish the cross-domain coalition. Representatives of the practitioners from each domain gathered in the square, where Xiao Chun was elected as the coalition commander, with Ling Yuan and Su Yang serving as vice commanders. Xiao Yin, Ling Shi, and Su Yu were appointed as vanguard leaders, responsible for the coalition's operational command. The coalition was organized into 4 main divisions, each infused with the distinct characteristics of the three domains. The Vanguard Reconnaissance Corps, comprising 500 individuals, this force is centered around Xiao Yin's cross-domain youth squad, supplemented by the spiritual assassins of the Lingxi realm, ancient formation scouts from the Wanchu realm, and tracking cultivators from the Duki continent. Their primary mission is to infiltrate the fringes of the Demon Abyss realm, gathering intelligence on the progress of the evil prison warships and the deployments of the dark cultivators. They are equipped with miniaturized spiritual communication devices and ancient concealment formation talismans. Main combat team, a contingent of 5,000 divided into 3 wings. The left wing is equipped with spiritual energy shields and longbows, responsible for long-range defense and healing. The central route wields ancient flame crossbows and imperial flame battle blades, tasked with frontal breakthroughs. The right wing manipulates mobile ancient formations and traps for sealing evil, responsible for flanking maneuvers and positional defense. The core equipment of the main force includes the 3 realms anti-demon armor, featuring an outer layer engraved with ancient formations, a middle layer embedded with spiritual energy crystals, and an inner layer coated with imperial flame lacquer, capable of withstanding attacks from evil energies at the level of Dozuan. Logistical support team, comprising 3,000 personnel. The Lingxi realm is responsible for spiritual energy crystals and energy restoration, The Wanshu realm handles materials for ancient formations and fortifications, while the Duki continent oversees the maintenance of pills and weapons. The team is equipped with cross-domain teleportation arrays to transport supplies to the front lines within half an hour. Imperial Combat Group, consisting of merely 3 individuals, equipped with Imperial energy resonators that can synchronize energy during combat, forming a tri-Imperial defense domain that temporarily enhances both defense and attack. They are also tasked with confronting the evil Prison Emperor and the Imperial Dark Cultivators of the Demon Abyss. Subsequently, with the acquisition of the anti-demon Imperial Seal, their combat prowess will be further augmented. The Coalition's command system employs a 3-tiered linkage, standing upon a high platform. Xiao Chen's voice resonates throughout the square via spiritual energy resonance. The command headquarters is responsible for overall strategy, while the vanguard and main force leaders execute tactical maneuvers, and the captains of each squad oversee on-site command. Intelligence is shared in real time through the spiritual communication network, ensuring that any command can reach every cultivator within the span of a single incense stick's burn. The 3 realms cultivators in the square respond in unison, their voices reverberating through the Coalition fort. Orange-red, pale blue, and silver-white energies intertwine to form a colossal illusory banner of the Coalition, suspended above the square. This symbolizes the cross-domain coalition and the vow of the 3 realms to unite against the demonic forces. Ding! The cross-domain coalition has officially been established. Side quest, 3 realms alliance progress updated, 99. The coalition's organization is complete, and the command system is established, granting a collaborative combat bonus that improves the synergy of the 3 realms cultivators by 30 during actual combat. As the coalition is being formed, Su Yang leads Xiao Chun and Ling Yuan to the Imperial Seal Mausoleum in the Wanshu realm, the ancient repository of the anti-demon Imperial Seal belonging to the 3 realms alliance. The mausoleum is encircled by a 9-layer ancient anti-demon formation, which can only be activated when the energies of the 3 realms are infused simultaneously. The Imperial Seal Mausoleum sits atop the Imperial Seal Mountain in the Wanshu realm, its entrance marked by a massive ancient formation stone engraved with the totems of the ancient 3 realms: Flame Dragon, Spiritual Crystal, and Ancient Formation. At the center of the totem are 3 grooves corresponding to the core tokens of the 3 realms. To activate the anti-demon formation, fragments of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron, the spiritual energy core, and the main formation key must be simultaneously embedded. Su Yang explains, insert the main formation key into the right groove, as Xiao Chun and Ling Yuan follow suit, embedding the fragments of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron and the spiritual energy core. With a hum, 3 streams of energy are injected simultaneously, causing the totems on the ancient stone to illuminate. The brilliance of the 9-layer anti-demon formation activates layer by layer, and the mausoleum's entrance slowly opens, releasing a faint aura of ancient imperial energy. At the center of the mausoleum, a golden anti-demon Imperial Seal floats, inscribed with dense ancient Imperial patterns, exuding a gentle yet powerful anti-demon energy. This is the anti-demon Imperial Seal. Ling Yuan's eyes gleam with surprise, recalling the ancient texts that describe how the Imperial Seal can absorb the Imperial energy of the 3 realms, creating an Imperial Seal resonance that temporarily elevates the Imperial combat power of the 3 realms by a minor realm. However, each resonance only lasts for 3 hours and consumes a significant amount of Imperial energy. Xiao Chun steps forward and places his hand upon the seal, resonating the energy from the Fallen Emperor Cauldron with the Imperial Seal. The patterns on the seal glow, and a faint golden energy surges into his body. Xiao Chun distinctly feels the energy within him boiling, steadily progressing from the early stage of Do-Di to the mid-stage, with the temperature of the Imperial Flame also soaring, enhancing its efficacy against evil energies. Ling Yuan and Su Yang subsequently place their hands on the Imperial Seal as well, infusing it with their spiritual and ancient formation energies. The brilliance of the Imperial Seal intensifies, and the 3 of their auras simultaneously rise to the mid-stage of Do-Di. It is a success. Our combat power has been elevated to the mid-stage of Do-Di. While we may not be able to contend with the evil Prison Emperor's late-stage Do-Di, we can at least withstand his attacks and buy time for the coalition. Su Yang carefully stores the Imperial Seal and solemnly states, the Imperial Seal must be kept in the core cavern of the coalition fort, jointly guarded by cultivators from the 3 realms. Each time it is used, all 3 must be present to prevent excessive energy consumption. Ding! Acquired the anti-demon Imperial Seal. The Imperial combat power of the 3 realms has been elevated to the mid-stage of Do-Di. Side quest, 3 realms alliance progress updated, 995. The skill Imperial Seal resonance has been unlocked, allowing temporary enhancement of Imperial combat power during decisive battles against the evil Prison Emperor. As the coalition is formed and the Imperial combat power is elevated, Xiaonian leads the Vanguard Reconnaissance Corps aboard the Concealment Spirit vessel, infiltrating the edge of the Demon Abyss realm to the Bone Erosion Mine. The vessel's exterior is inscribed with concealment formations, shielding it from detection by dark cultivators. The spiritual energy crystals within provide propulsion as it silently navigates through the dark purple void of the demon abyss realm. We are 50 miles from the Bone Erosion mine. Everyone, cease spiritual energy fluctuations and activate the concealment talismans. Xiao Nian whispers, adjusting the spiritual communication device to silent mode. The vessel gradually approaches the mine, revealing a vast pit where thousands of enslaved dark cultivators are being driven by overseers to extract evil energy crystals. At the center of the pit stands an evil energy refining tower, converting the mined crystals into liquid evil energy, which is then transported via pipelines to the distant evil prison city, where dozens of warships are under construction, dark-hued and emanating a sinister purple glow from their cannons. Quickly document the number of evil prison warships, their dimensions, and the positions of the evil energy main cannons. Xiao Nian instructs Su Xing beside her, who promptly retrieves an ancient formation recording device to capture the images of the mine and the warships with clarity. Ling Feng releases spiritual energy tendrils to stealthily ensnare a patrolling dark cultivator slave, extracting information through spiritual telepathy. Captain Xiao Nian. The slave reports that the evil prison emperor has ordered the completion of 30 evil prison warships within 3 months, each capable of carrying 3,000 dark cultivators. The evil energy main cannon requires 10 high-level evil energy crystals to fire and can penetrate the standard defenses of the cross-domain coalition. Just as the reconnaissance is nearing completion, a surge of evil energy ripples through the air above the pit, as the blood slaughter evil general, accompanied by 100 dark cultivators in a patrol squad, flies towards the direction of the spirit vessel. This is bad. We've been discovered. Xiao Nian immediately commands. Ling Feng, use the spiritual energy interference bombs for cover. Su Xing, activate the vessel's emergency concealment. Xiao Yang, prepare for battle and buy us some time. Ling Feng launches the interference bombs, which explode in a pale blue light, forming an energy barrier that temporarily obscures the vision of the dark cultivators. Xiao Yang leaps from the vessel, delivering a fiery dragon punch to a dark cultivator, slowing the patrol squad's advance. The spirit vessel seizes the opportunity to activate its concealment and begins retreating towards the exit of the demon abyss realm. Seeing this, the blood slaughter evil general roars in fury, attempting to give chase, but is blocked by the spiritual energy barrier, helplessly watching as the spirit vessel vanishes into the void. You little brats again. If I catch you next time, I will surely tear you to pieces. Upon the safe return of the reconnaissance team to the coalition fort, Xiao Nian presents the recording device to Xiao Chun. Uncle Chun, the shipbuilding progress of the evil prison emperor is faster than we anticipated. In 3 months, there will be 30 evil prison warships. We must expedite the development of the anti-demon warships. Otherwise, we will be at a disadvantage in fleet battles. Ding! The Vanguard Reconnaissance Corps has successfully acquired intelligence on the Demon Abyss side quest. 3 Realms Alliance Progress Updated. 998. Unlocks weaknesses of the evil prison warships, providing targeted directions for the development of anti-demon warships. This reconnaissance intelligence makes the 3 realms acutely aware of the significance of fleet battles. Xiao Yan, Ling Shi, and Su Yu immediately take the lead, initiating the development of the 3 realms anti-demon warship at the Fusion Technology Workshop within the Coalition Fort. In the workshop, artisans, spiritual energy masters, and ancient formation experts from the 3 realms collaborate, focusing on the 3 core aspects of defense, attack, and propulsion. Defense system, led by the ancient array masters of the Wanshu realm. The exterior of the ship is inscribed with the 9 transmutation anti-demon array, while the middle layer incorporates a spirit energy buffer layer from the Lingxi realm. The innermost layer is coated with the Imperial Flame coating from the Duki continent. This triple-layer defense can withstand 3 assaults from the Malevolent Energy main cannon. Attack system, directed by the weapon refining masters of the Duki continent. The bow of the ship is equipped with the 3-domain anti-demon cannon, utilizing fragments of the Fallen Emperor Cauldron as its core, infused with a blend of spirit energy and Imperial Flame. Upon firing, it manifests as a flame dragon spirit energy shell, possessing sufficient power to penetrate the hull of the evil abyss warship. Additionally, ancient array crossbows, calibrated by the ancient array masters of Wanshu realm, are mounted on both sides of the vessel, allowing precise targeting of the positions of demonic cultivators. Power system, orchestrated by the spirit energy masters of the Lingxi realm. This system employs a spirit energy core with ancient array propulsion. The spirit energy core provides sustained power, while the ancient array propulsion minimizes energy loss, enabling the anti-demon vessel to exceed the speed of the evil abyss warship by 30%, and is also equipped with an emergency spatial jump. During the development process, the fusion of 3-domain technologies was fraught with challenges. For instance, the energy of the anti-demon cannon was unstable. The spirit energy and Imperial Flame would often clash, leading to overheating of the cannon barrel. Lingxi proposed a solution, inscribing a spirit energy guiding ancient array within the cannon barrel, designed by the ancient array masters of Wanshu realm. allowing the spirit energy and imperial flame to flow in an orderly manner along the array patterns, thus avoiding conflict. Suyu immediately led the ancient array masters in sketching the array patterns, while Xiao Yan adjusted the material of the cannon barrel, utilizing imperial flame steel to enhance its heat resistance, ultimately resolving the overheating issue. A month later, the first three-domain anti-demon ship, the Flame Dragon, was completed in the dock of the Allied defense fortress. The ship measures 100 zhang in length, gleaming in a silvery hue, with a bow intricately carved with a flame dragon totem. The ancient array patterns on its sides radiate a gentle blue glow of spirit energy, and the energy exhaust at the stern emits a soft golden flame, collectively exuding a powerful anti-demon aura. During the initial test firing of the Flame Dragon, the Flame Dragon spirit energy shell struck a simulated evil abyss warship target, instantly penetrating its outer shell and thoroughly purifying the internal simulated malevolent energy crystal, marking a resounding success for the trial. Ding! The three-domain anti-demon ship, Flame Dragon, has been successfully developed. Side quest, three-domain alliance progress updated, 999. Subsequent mass production can commence, with an estimated 30 ships to be completed within 3 months, matching the number of evil abyss warships. As the mass production of the anti-demon ships was underway, remnants of the demonic abyss launched another ambush. The Blood Fiend Evil General led over 2,000 demonic cultivators in a surprise attack on the three-domain spirit energy crystal mine, aiming to sever the energy supply for the anti-demon ships. Spirit energy crystal mine under attack, requesting support. The urgent message from the mine's guards prompted immediate action from the Allied defense fortress. Xiao Yan led the main battle group S Central Army aboard 5 small anti-demon ships, racing towards the mine, while Ling Si commanded the left-wing army, utilizing the cross-domain teleportation array to swiftly reach the mine's periphery and establish a spirit energy barrier. Suyu spearheaded the right-wing army, deploying an anti-demon array around the mine, encircling the enemy. Within the mine, the Blood Fiend Evil General directed the demonic cultivators in dismantling the spirit energy crystal extraction equipment, the dark energy staining the crystals a deep purple. Ha! Without spirit energy crystals, your anti-demon ships are nothing but heaps of scrap metal. Blood Fiend Evil General, your demise is imminent. Xiao Yan's voice resonated from above as the 5 anti-demon ships simultaneously targeted the demonic cultivators. The Flame Dragon spirit energy shell erupted in the midst of the demonic ranks, purifying dozens of them. Ling Si's left-wing army unleashed spirit energy longbows, raining arrows upon the demonic cultivators. The spirit energy arrows piercing the demonic domain and striking true at their core. Meanwhile, Su's right-wing army activated the anti-demon array, ensnaring the remaining demonic cultivators, swiftly suppressing their malevolent energy. Xiao Yan's vanguard also arrived to provide support. He leaped before the Blood Fiend Evil General, having broken through to the early stage of the Dozuan. The Flame Spirit's sword shimmered with a blend of orange-red and soft blue energy. Blood Fiend, Evil General. Last time you escaped, but this time you shall not. The Blood Fiend, Evil General swung his long-handled blade, releasing corrosive malevolent energy toward Xiao Yan. Unfazed, Xiao Yan concentrated the three-domain energy within his Flame Spirit sword, executing the three-domain Flame Dragon Slash. The sword energy struck the blade, instantly purifying the corrosive malevolent energy and causing cracks to appear on the blade. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Yan closed in, thrusting his sword into the Blood Fiend Evil General's core. The Imperial flame surged along the blade, and the general let out a desperate howl as his body gradually disintegrated into ashes. Ding! The Allied forces successfully repelled the remnants of the demonic ambush, safeguarding the spirit energy crystal mine. Side quest, 3-domain alliance progress updated, 100. The practical combat capability of the cross-domain alliance has been validated, laying a foundation of confidence for the ultimate battle a year hence. With the remnants of the demonic forces eliminated, the 3-domain preparations entered their final phase. The construction of 30 anti-demon ships was completed, forming a cross-domain anti-demon fleet, with Xiao Yan appointed as the fleet commander. The number of the cross-domain allied forces expanded to 10,000, with Vanguard, main force, and logistics teams each fulfilling their roles. The anti-demon Imperial Seal was securely stored in the core vault of the Allied defense fortress, ready to resonate with the Imperial-level combat power of the 3 domains at any moment. The younger generation of cultivators rapidly matured through combat, with Xiao Yan's entire team breaking through to the Dozuan stage, becoming the backbone of the alliance. As the year drew near, the plaza of the Allied defense fortress was lined with the cross-domain Allied forces, with 30 anti-demon ships hovering in the air, the flame dragon totem on their bows glittering in the sunlight. Xiao Chun, Ling Yuan, and Su Yang stood atop a platform, gazing at this anti-demon army composed of cultivators from the 3 domains, their eyes filled with resolve. After a year of preparation, we are ready. Though the main force of the evil Abyss Emperor is formidable, We possess the united alliance of the three domains, the responsibility of the younger generation, and the support of the anti-demon Imperial Seal and anti-demon ships. Today, we shall advance to the Evil Abyss City to confront the main force of the demonic abyss. Xiao Chun's voice resonated through spirit energy, reaching every member of the alliance. For the peace of the starry seas of our realm, for the future of the three domains, and for all those we hold dear, we vow to battle the demonic abyss to the bitter end. To the bitter end. To the bitter end. The rallying cries of the allied forces reverberated through the heavens, as orange-red, soft blue, and silvery hues of fighting spirit intertwined into a massive anti-demon canopy, enveloping the skies above the allied defense fortress. The 30 anti-demon ships simultaneously activated, racing towards the direction of the Evil Abyss City, where the ultimate battle concerning the fate of the starry seas of our realm was about to unfold upon the ruins of the Evil Abyss City. Final prompt before system hibernation. Side quest. Three-domain alliance successfully completed. Cross-domain allied forces ready for battle. Ultimate confrontation triggered. Subsequent events will revolve around the fleet's battle against the Evil Abyss ships, the resonance against the Evil Abyss Emperor, and the young pioneers dismantling the malevolent energy core, ultimately leading to the defeat of the Evil Abyss Emperor, sealing the realm of the demonic abyss, and restoring peace to the starry seas of our realm, fulfilling the core theme of overcoming the source of evil through the power of the alliance. Standing at the bow of the flame dragon, Xiao Yan gripped the flame spirit sword, gazing towards the direction of the demonic abyss realm. Ling Feng, Su Xing, and Xiao Yang stood beside him, their eyes brimming with the spirit of battle. They understood that this decisive confrontation would be exceedingly arduous, yet as long as the three domains stand united, and the belief in battling demons remains unyielding, victory shall inevitably be theirs, ensuring that the peace of the starry seas of our realm is perpetually passed down through the ages. Chapter 65. The Battle of the Evil Abyss Fleet against the Tide of Evil, Resonance of the Three Emperors against the Abyss Emperor. Outside the Evil Abyss City in the demonic abyss realm, the dark purple void was thick with inescapable malevolent energy. As 30 pitch-black Evil Abyss warships formed the Evil Fiend formation, the main cannon at the bow glowed with an eerie light, resembling a slumbering beast, waiting for its prey to ensnare itself. Upon the city walls, the Evil Abyss Emperor donned dark golden malevolent armor and wielded the Evil Abyss Blade, emanating the oppressive aura of a late-stage duty that enveloped the surroundings. Behind him, 10,000 demonic cultivators stood in formation, their malevolent energy coalescing into a massive dark purple canopy that enveloped the entire Evil Abyss City. Have they arrived? The ant of the three domains. The voice of the Evil Abyss Emperor dripped with icy mockery, his gaze fixed upon the 30 silver-white anti-demon ships approaching through the void. Today, let you accompany the starry seas of our realm to the grave. The Cross-Domain Alliance's anti-demon fleet halted 100 miles from Evil Abyss City, the flame dragon totem on their bows shimmering brilliantly under the enhancement of spirit energy. Xiao Yan stood at the command platform of the flame dragon, grasping the fleet communicator with a steady voice. All ships, attention. Execute the pre-arranged tactical deployment of the three-domain alliance defense formation. The left-wing Lingxi ships are to conduct spirit energy interference, cutting off communications of the evil ships. The right-wing Wanshu ships will activate ancient array defenses to withstand the malevolent energy main cannon. The central Duki ships will target the cannons of the evil ships and launch a surprise assault during their preheating phase. Upon receiving the command, 30 antidemonic vessels swiftly reconfigured their formation. 10 ethereal vessels on the left flank unleashed a gentle azure wave of spiritual energy, surging towards the infernal fleet like a rising tide. The dark energy communications among the malevolent ships were instantly disrupted, revealing vulnerabilities in the once orderly demonic array. The 10 vessels on the right, known as the Wansu ships, illuminated with ancient silver patterns, activating the 9 turns antidemonic array to form a formidable defensive barrier. Simultaneously, the 10 battle vessels in the center charged their tri-domain antidemonic cannons, intertwining orange-red imperial flames with soft blue spiritual energy, their muzzles aimed at the malevolent ships preheating dark energy cannons. Fire! At Xiao Yan's command, the central anti-demonic cannons roared in unison, releasing 10 fiery dragon energy projectiles that shot forth like meteors, striking the muzzles of 10 infernal vessels with precision. Boom! Boom! The dark energy cannons, still not fully charged, detonated upon impact with the spiritual projectiles, leaving gaping wounds in the hulls of the malevolent ships, from which dark purple energy surged forth, accompanied by the anguished screams of the dark cultivators within. Useless scum! Roared the infernal emperor, enraged at the sight, as he wielded his infernal blade, sending forth a blade of dark energy dozens of feet long towards the anti-demonic fleet. Tri-Empire Defensive Domain. Activate! Echoed the voices of Xiao Chun, Ling Yuan, and Su Yang simultaneously, as three imperial domains merged above, a pale golden antidemonic imperial seal hovering at their center, forming a tricolored barrier. The dark energy blade struck the barrier, sending ripples across its surface before it was completely neutralized. Infernal Emperor, your adversaries are us. With the flame dragon breaking illusion's sword in hand, Shao Chun leapt forth from the antidemonic ship, unleashing the 8 combines imperial domain. As orange-red flames surged towards the Infernal Emperor, Ling Yuan and Su Yang followed closely, their domains of spiritual energy and ancient formations intertwining, sealing off the retreat of the Infernal Emperor. The resonance of the 3 emperors have been activated, momentarily elevating their auras to the peak of the mid-stage Do Emperor, sufficient to hold the Infernal Emperor at bay, despite still being inferior to his late-stage prowess. With the Infernal Emperor restrained, the Infernal Fleet descended into chaos. Seizing the opportunity, Xiao Yin commanded a full offensive. Commander Ling Shi, lead the ethereal vessels to encircle from behind, severing the dark energy supply lines of the infernal ships. Commander Su Yi advance the Wansu ships, ensnaring the remaining vessels with ancient traps. All battle vessels, fire at will, prioritizing the destruction of the dark energy refining apparatus. Ling Shi led the left-wing ethereal vessels in a spatial leap, maneuvering to the rear of the infernal fleet. The spiritual masters activated their energy disruptors, wrapping gentle azure strands of energy around the infernal ship's energy conduits, halting the flow of dark energy within. Several infernal vessels, now energy depleted, found their main cannons rendered completely inoperative. Dark cultivators, what can you do without energy? Ling Shi's voice resonated across the battlefield as the ethereal vessels unleashed their spiritual longbows, their arrows piercing through the infernal ship's exteriors and striking the vital points of the dark cultivators. Meanwhile, Su led the right-wing Wansu ships to advance, releasing countless micro-sealing formations that descended upon the infernal vessels like a net. The infernal ships attempted to evade, but were firmly ensnared by the ancient formations, the silver light within igniting as the dark energy was swiftly suppressed. Activate the ancient formation crossbows. Sui Wei Gongman. And the crossbows on either side of the Wansu ships fired simultaneously. Arrows wrapped in ancient energy struck the infernal ships, triggering violent explosions and shattering their defensive barriers. The assault from the central battle vessels intensified. Xiao Yin took direct control of the main cannon of the Flame Dragon, aiming at the flagship of the infernal fleet, the largest of them all, housing the core dark energy crystal of the entire fleet. Tridomain anti-demonic cannons, charged to maximum power. Xiao Yin infused his Do Qi and spiritual energy, alongside ancient formation energy, into the main cannon, causing the orange-red dragon energy projectile to swell to 10 feet in diameter, resembling a colossal, blazing dragon as it charged towards the flagship. Boom! The energy projectile struck the core chamber of the flagship, causing the dark energy crystal to explode instantaneously, sending a massive shockwave that overturned several surrounding infernal vessels. The flagship began to disintegrate, the dark purple energy cascading away like a receding tide. With the loss of their commanding flagship, the remaining infernal vessels fell into utter disarray, some attempting to flee while others opted for self-destruction. They were suppressed by the combined forces of the anti-demonic ship's ancient formations and spiritual energy, ultimately reduced to mere fragments in the void. Victory belonged to the fleet. The coalition cultivators aboard the anti-demonic vessels erupted in jubilant cheers as orange-red, soft blue, and silver-white Do Qi intertwined to form a radiant barrier of triumph. Xiao Yin surveyed the battlefield, his eyes alight with exhilaration. This was the first grand victory of the cross-domain coalition's fleet, a perfect validation of the integration of the 3 domains technologies. Ding! The cross-domain coalition has destroyed the infernal fleet, updating the progress of the side quest Ultimate Showdown. 40. Fleet coordination tactics have matured, the effects of 3-domain technology integration are significant, and the morale of the coalition has been greatly enhanced. Above the city of the Infernal Realm, the battle between the 3 emperors and the Infernal Emperor had reached a fever pitch. The Infernal Emperor's dark domain relentlessly compressed the Tri-Empire defensive domain, the dark purple energy eroding the barrier like venom. Blood seeped from the corners of Shao Chun, Ling Yuan, and Su Yang's mouths. The gap between the late-stage and mid-stage Do Emperors was akin to a chasm, and even with the support of the anti-demonic Imperial Seal, their stamina and Do Qi were rapidly depleting. You think this paltry strength can thwart me? The Infernal Emperor sneered, channeling all his dark energy into the Infernal Blade. Infernal Annihilation Slash. A pitch-black blade of energy, laden with a sense of destruction, sliced towards the 3 emperors. In unison, the 3 emperors exerted their power, converging imperial flames, spiritual energy, and ancient formation energy into a tricolored beam of light to clash with the blade of energy. Bang! The beam was torn asunder by the blade's might, sending the 3 emperors hurtling backward to crash against the walls of the infernal city, which collapsed instantaneously. Seizing the moment, the Infernal Emperor pursued, thrusting the infernal blade towards Shao Chun. I shall slay you, the leader of the Do-Chi continent, first. Shao Chun barely managed to raise the flame dragon-breaking illusion's sword to defend, its imperial flames flickering violently, on the verge of extinguishing. At that critical juncture, a fragment of the fallen Emperor cauldron in Shao Chen's embrace suddenly radiated with pale golden light, resonating with the antidemonic imperial seal, manifesting 3 spectral remnants of ancient emperors in the air, those of the Do-Chi continent, the spirit sovereign of the Langxi realm, and the formation sovereign of the Wansu realm, who had fought against the demons a millennium ago. Infernal wretch, we could not completely seal you 1,000 years ago. Today, we shall settle our grievances. The voice of the ancient Do Emperor's remnant was authoritative as the specter raised a hand, infusing the pale, golden imperial flames into Shao Chen's domain, causing his aura to surge dramatically, momentarily reaching the threshold of late-stage Do Emperor. The spectral remnants of the Spirit Sovereign and Formation Sovereign merged into Ling Yuan and Su Yang, respectively, significantly enhancing their auras as well. This is the power of our ancient ancestors. A spark of joy flickered in Shao Chen's eyes as the flame dragon-breaking illusion's sword gathered energy once more, unleashing the ultimate form of the flame dragon annihilation technique. The orange-red imperial flames transformed into a colossal fiery dragon, charging towards the Infernal Emperor. Ling Yuan and Su Yang simultaneously unleashed their most potent attacks. Spiritual energy unification breaks evil. An ancient formation's ultimate sealing prison. The intertwining pale, blue spiritual energy and silver ancient formation energy formed a tricolored prison, ensnaring the Infernal Emperor. The Infernal Emperor, trapped within the prison, was instantly engulfed by the fiery dragon. No, this emperor shall not be defeated, he roared in desperate defiance, as his dark energy erupted wildly in a futile attempt to break free from the confinement. However, the power of the ancient remnants far exceeded his expectations. The prison contracted continuously, purifying the dark energy, and the Infernal Emperor's aura began to wane. As the 3 emperors battled the Infernal Emperor, Xiao Nian led the vanguard reconnaissance team aboard a stealth vessel, quietly infiltrating the depths of the Infernal City. Their objective was the core of dark energy at the center of the city, the very source of the Infernal Emperor's power and the nexus of the dark energy cycle in the abyss of demons. Should they destroy this core, the Infernal Emperor's strength would diminish completely, and the abyss would lose its energy support. Chaos reigned within the Infernal City, with dark cultivators either rushing to the battlefield or fleeing in disarray. Xiao Nian guided her team, evading the patrolling dark cultivators, advancing towards the dark energy core tower at the city's center. The tower was surrounded by 3 layers of dark energy barriers, intricately inscribed with complex dark runes, emanating a suffocating pressure of dark energy. Su Xing, can you break this barrier? Xiao Nian inquired. Su Xing produced an ancient formation disc, meticulously studying the dark runes. This is the sealing rune of the infernal prison. It requires a simultaneous infusion of energies from the 3 domains to neutralize the dark energy. Xiao Yang, you shall use the imperial flame to draw the attention of the evil patterns. Ling Feng, employ your spiritual energy to disrupt the flow of the malevolent force. I will adjust the ancient formation. Captain Xiao Nian, your task is to locate the weak points of the barrier. The 4 of them divided their roles. Xiao Yang leapt into the air, delivering a strike with his flame dragon fist against the barrier. The orange-red imperial flame collided with the malevolent energy, causing the barrier to ripple. Ling Feng unleashed his spiritual energy tendrils, ensnaring the nodes of the evil patterns within the barrier, continually disrupting the flow of the malevolent force. Su Xing swiftly adjusted the ancient formation plate, intertwining the silver-white ancient patterns with the evil patterns to form a neutralizing band. Meanwhile, Xiao Nian wielded the spirit flame sword, concentrating the energies of the 3 domains to seek out the energy breach in the barrier. Found it! Xiao Nian exclaimed, thrusting the spirit flame sword into the breach. The energies of the 3 domains surged along the blade, causing the evil patterns upon the barrier to dim instantly. Quick, let us get inside. Xiao Nian led the team into the core tower, where a black malevolent core, 3 zhang in diameter, hovered above the central platform, surrounded by numerous malevolent energy conduits connecting the entire evil prison city. This is it. Xiao Nian raised the spirit flame sword, preparing to cleave the core, when a sudden surge of malevolent energy emanated from behind. The remnant soul of the blood fiend evil general had not been completely purified and was now affixed to a malevolent cultivator, wielding a wicked energy blade aimed at Xiao Nian. You little brat, think you can destroy the core? You must first contend with me. Xiao Yang immediately turned to defend, his flame dragon fist clashing with the wicked energy blade, forcing him back 3 steps as blood seeped from the corner of his mouth. Captain, destroy the core, quickly. I'll hold him off. Ling Feng and Su Xing simultaneously intervened, ensnaring the Blood Fiend's remnant soul with spiritual blades and ancient formation traps, buying time for Xiaoyan. Taking a deep breath, Xiaoyan merged all of his fighting spirit, spiritual energy, and ancient formation energy, causing the spirit flame sword to emanate a dazzling tricolored radiance. Three Domains Flame Dragon slash breaks the core. The sword aura shot forth like a streak of light, striking the malevolent core with precision. Crack! The core fractured, dark purple malevolent energy began to spiral chaotically, and the core tower trembled violently as the connecting conduit shattered. No! The remnant soul of the Blood Fiend let out a desperate howl as it was purified by Ling Feng and Su Xing's combined efforts. The malevolent core exploded completely, sending a massive shockwave that hurled the team aside. Yet Xiaoyan smiled with his eyes closed. They had succeeded. The energy source of the evil prison emperor was obliterated. Ding! The Vanguard team has destroyed the malevolent core, causing a significant loss of energy for the evil prison emperor. Side quest. Ultimate Showdown progress updated to 80. The younger generation has demonstrated formidable responsibility and strength, becoming the pivotal force in the decisive battle. With the destruction of the malevolent core, the aura of the evil prison emperor plummeted from the late Do Emperor stage to the mid-Do Emperor stage. Seizing the opportunity, the three emperors unleashed the power of the ancient remnant souls once more, compressing the tricolor domain simultaneously. Evil prison emperor, your end is nigh. Xiao Qian's flame dragon-breaking void sword pierced the left shoulder of the evil prison emperor, the imperial flame flowing into the wound, purifying the malevolent energy within. Ling Yuan's spiritual energy whip ensnared the evil prison emperor's limbs, continuously sealing his energy nodes. While Su Yang's ancient formation domain completely blocked the evil prison emperor's escape route, the ancient patterns wrapping around him like chains, firmly suppressing the malevolent energy. This emperor shall not yield. The body of the evil prison emperor gradually succumbed to the energies of the three domains, his dark armor crumbling piece by piece. And the evil prison blade fell to the ground, dissipating into a wisp of black smoke. Ultimately, the body of the evil prison emperor vanished entirely, leaving behind a faintly blackened evil prison remnant core, the last vestige of his malevolent energy and the key to sealing the abyss of demons. Quick! Use the evil prison remnant core and the anti-demon imperial seal to activate the ancient sealing formation. Su Yang shouted, as the three emperors simultaneously infused the remnant core and imperial seal into the central sealing platform of evil prison city. The ethereal remnants of ancient souls re-emerged, intertwining with the energies of the three emperors, as the pale, golden sealing patterns spread across the ground, enveloping the entire evil prison city and extending to every corner of the abyss of demons. From this day forth, the abyss of demons shall be permanently sealed. Should any malevolent cultivator dare to break the seal, their soul shall be shattered. The voice of the ancient Do Emperor echoed across the realms and star seas. The radiance of the sealing formation surged, the entrance to the abyss of demons gradually closing as the dark purple malevolent energy receded like a tide. The aura of malevolent energy in the void dissipating completely. With the sealing complete, the ethereal remnants of ancient souls slowly faded, bowing deeply to the three emperors and the allied cultivators as they departed, a gesture of recognition for the younger generation and a hope for peace. The three emperors stowed the anti-demon imperial seal, gazing at the gradually clarifying void of the realms, their eyes filled with satisfaction. The abyss of demons was sealed, marking a resounding victory for the cross-domain alliance. Outside evil prison city, cultivators from the three domains gathered, cheers echoing into the sky. Xiaoyan led the Vanguard team out of evil prison city, their bodies battered, yet their faces alight with joy. Xiao Chen approached, gently patting his son's shoulder. Well done. Niner, you're the heroes of the three domains. The Lord of Ling Yuan and the leader of Su Yang also stepped forward. Ling Yuan holding a pale blue Ling CP seal. In today's battle, the three domains united in effort to vanquish the abyss of demons. This seal symbolizes the friendship of the Lingxi realm. May the three domains remain forever allied, safeguarding the realms of the Star Sea together. Su Yang then produced a silver-white Wanshu Formation Alliance token. The Wanshu realm is willing to open the ancient formation library, sharing knowledge of ancient formations with the three domains, fortifying our peaceful defenses eternally. Xiao Chun accepted the seal and token, merging them with fragments of the fallen Emperor Cauldron to form a three domains peace seal. From this day forth, the Duki continent, Lingxi realm, and Wanshu realm shall become permanent allies, jointly resisting external threats and sharing resources, ensuring that the peace of the Star Sea shall be eternally preserved. A year later, the three domains convened a peace conference at the Alliance Fortress. During the meeting, the three domains collectively drafted the peace covenant of the realms, pledging non-aggression, resource sharing, and technological exchange. They also established the guardian team of the realms, led by Xiaoyan, Ling Feng, Su Xing, and other members of the younger generation. responsible for patrolling the realms of the Star Sea and guarding against potential threats. Xiao Chun stood atop the watchtower of the Alliance Fortress, gazing at the myriad lights of the Star Sea, the flame dragon flag of the Duki continent, the spirit crystal flag of the Lingxi realm, and the ancient formation flag of the Wanshu realm fluttered in the starry sky, symbolizing the friendship and peace of the three domains. Xiaomei approached him, cradling their young daughter in her arms, whose forehead bore the same pale, golden flame dragon mark, her eyes filled with curiosity for the starry sky. Brother Chun, look, this is the peace we protect, Xiaomei spoke softly. Xiao Chun nodded, holding his wife's hand as they watched the Guardian team training in the distance. Xiao Yan was leading the team members in practicing the cooperative tactics of the three domains, the spiritual energy of Ling Feng, the ancient formations of Su Xing, and the imperial flame of Xiao Yang intertwining to form a harmonious light screen. Peace is not a one-time achievement. It requires the guardianship of generations. Xiao Chun reflected with emotion. Yet I believe that as long as the three domains unite and the younger generation inherits the belief of resistance against evil, the peace of the Star Sea shall never be shattered. As the sun set, the light of the Star Sea bathed the Alliance Fortress, a pale, golden halo of peace enveloping every corner. The story of Xiao Chun and the Xiao clan, from the revival of their family in the Duki continent to the guardianship of peace in the Star Sea, finally reached a fulfilling conclusion. This friendship and legacy that transcends realms will continue to endure through countless sunrises and sunsets, safeguarding this vibrant and hopeful Star Sea.